Murder Mobile. I think it's Mobile, Alabama. Alabama's most dangerous rapper. Was that Honeycomb Brazy?
Disclaimer. The purpose of this video is an educational documentary providing authoritative news reporting on historic events in a journalistic context. All of the opinions in this video are mine alone. Everything in this video has been taken from publicly available sources, and any footage used is covered under the doctrine of fair use. We have made every effort to ensure the accuracy of our sources, but I am not responsible for content that third parties publish. Content warning. This video contains themes of violence, death, and gang activity, but every effort has been made to censor this video in accordance with YouTube's advertiser and community guidelines. This video features no violence on screen, no explicit language, and no hateful language. If you want to see extended versions of my videos with much more detail, please visit patreon.com/TraplawRoss, where you can watch the director's cut for just $2. But if you're not interested in that, hit the subscribe button and get ready to hear one of the craziest stories ever told. If you've seen my channel before, you'll know that I like to study the real stories behind gangster rap and drill music all over the world. From the gun-toting gangsters of Southside Chicago to the knife-wielding drillers on council estates in London, all the way to the savage suburbs of Sweden where the gangsters there are literally bombing their ops. But today, we're going to take a closer look at a city that has been long overlooked when it comes to rap music.
Wait, I think Mobile got No Cap, Rilo, Honeycomb Brazy, OMBPZ. Who else? There's someone else.
And street culture. Mobile,
YB and Nomir?
Alabama.
Is
this
Nomir
city
from
in
Mobile?
The deep south has a
he's from Birmingham.
Rich and deep history of conflict, all the way back to the Civil War.
What the fuck happened to your twin, Max the Demon? That's so funny. Like, what the fuck?
Put a stop to the booming slave trade in the South. For over 200 years, African Americans living in the South have suffered brutal injustices and discrimination, with the civil rights movement emerging in the 50s and 60s, fighting for the rights of black people living in this historically intolerant area. And while black people are on paper now fully integrated into society in the Deep South, despite being a majority in the city of Mobile, there remains a clear divide between the haves and the have-nots, with the African American community in the state on average.
He beefing with 4-1. Yeah, Tata fucking dissed the baby, bro. Like, that shit's so corny. But, man, he chilling, bro. He taking care of his kids. Got signed to a bad deal, so it's like, fuck rapping.
Average, earning significantly less than other races in the area. And as a result, just like with many other cities in the USA, many neighborhoods occupied by predominantly African Americans don't receive the support or investment they need to prosper. This leads to social issues and the formation of gangs who result in...
Bro, I'm trying to read this paragraph. This shit long as fuck. Got big ass word. Discrimination in real estate, including lending and appraising, has been well documented. Home is predominantly black neighborhoods are undervalued by $156 billion nationwide, according to the Brookings Institution. Like, why the fuck they use so many big words, bro?
Crime to make ends meet and put food on the table. Unfortunately, gang affiliation is often handed down from generation to generation, and many young people are born into gang affiliations due to their family or neighborhood ties, being forced into a deadly street war that they never really signed up for. And in Mobile, Alabama, one of these young men, born the son of an infamous gangster, would grow up to be notorious himself.
Bro, okay, so I forget about Honeycomb Brazy shit, because I know what happened to his grandparents. I know he ended up getting locked up and was like benched. He was supposed to be benched for like 20 years. Ended up coming home like last year and then got locked right back up after a couple months.
Both for his activity in the...
I've been up since 8. Dog watching? What the fuck? That's still a thing? That's like some bourbon shit. Like, who the fuck can't watch their dog?
Streets, and for his slick and insightful...
I've been leaving fucking Vito home for fucking 2 days by himself.
For music, painting a...
Not like all the time, but I have. My grandma? What the fuck?
Picture of the street lifestyle in the deep...
What type of dog she got?
Deep South that had rarely been represented
Why is that
in music.
A log cabin?
Nashon Jones, better known as Honeycomb Brazy, is the most buzzing rapper currently emerging from Mobile, Alabama. His relatively short career in music has been marked by extreme highs and lows, with deadly and violent encounters in the streets, as well as bitter feuds that have spilled into the rap game. Honeycomb Brazy has been in some of the most shocking situations you could imagine, from shooting and paralyzing his own cousin at just age 13, killing a former friend and getting away with it, getting shot 8 times and surviving a coma, and at one point, things got so crazy with Brazy's enemies, who were unable to get to him, they would even resort to killing his grandparents, in one of the most brutal incidents of murder I have
Like, how are they? Big, small, medium, large?
ever heard in any crime story.
Heavy.
But in the midst of it all, Honeycomb Brazy has continued making music and documenting the insane lifestyle that he was born into. From his meteoric rise in the scene in 2018 to long periods spent incarcerated on serious charges stemming from his numerous encounters with the law. Indeed, Brazy lived a serious life of crime before releasing any music, as can be seen from his gallery of mugshots and countless photos from behind bars where he can be seen posing in his best prison fits, still rocking designer clothing in prison. And according According to Brazy himself, he spent a whopping half of his life behind bars.
But I was on a 20 split 4 years. I did 4 years, then 3 years, then 2 years, then 1 year, then these 11 months.
Now, Brazy was freed again in late 2023, going on to release numerous songs which hit millions of streams in just the span of a few months, before getting locked up once again at the peak of his career in early 2024. And today, Honeycomb Brazy is still incarcerated. But while he rots away in a cell, in the streets, online, places like YouTube and social media, millions of fans are obsessed with the story of Alabama's most buzzing gangster rapper. So today, we're going to take a closer look at Honeycomb Brazy and the war in Mobile, Alabama, one of the most dangerous feuds the rap game has ever seen.
Golden Retriever, just look it up. Oh yeah, it's a good dog. Basic dog. What type of intro is this shit? It's like going ghost hunting or some shit. Come from Alabama?
When was the first time you went to jail? What, 12, 13?
Now, like 10 years old.
Alabama is the worst state to live in, according to a CNBC article that lists the 10 worst states based on quality of life category.
What did your mom saying at this time when you're in and out of jail?
She in and out.
She in and
your
out.
dad is in jail too, so your whole family's kind of dysfunctional.
Yep. Daddy got a life sentence, he doing life.
Get that money, boy. Look at him, that cut like an action figure.
They just like a pile of money. Get nephew ready, man. Get nephew ready, man. Get nephew ready, man. Get
You made it now, I'm rich. Cause my nephew rich.
You also said that you would sign $1 million deal. You'll sign for anything if you can get your dad out of jail. Is that real?
Hell yeah, that's real. On blood, that's real.
But then I gotta be, hey, cause you know they might snitch. I be like, the law. I would cooperate for a life sentence. You know I love all my dogs.
I do this shit out the head. These niggas signed me all up in my leg. But before that, they hit me up in my back and up in my head. But instead, I'm still living and these want me dead.
Whoa, wait. You shot your cousin?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like on accident?
Nah, like on purpose.
That way.
Nah, like on purpose. Oh.
Breaking now, a gut-wrenching scene in the Happy Hill community. An elderly couple dead after their home explodes.
Family and friends are wondering what happened to Leila and Tony Lewis.
Police confirmed the connection between the couple's grandson, local rapper Honeycomb Brazy, and Southall. Police were trying to confirm a previous beef between the two.
You gonna die with them? Dude, my grandma tell me, oh, blood, you gonna die with them?
I can't let up right now. I can't let up. If I let up,
Nah, grandpa in the back of the music video. Damn, that's a hard ass shame.
I'm gonna make my ops so happy. They
fuck is that though?
gonna be happy if I
We'll
stop.
never
Niggas
forget
spray your grandma's house up. These folks soon them old people house. Niggas don't respect that.
Now, one of the men that's charged now with this murder is
He telling. Look at him.
Darren Southall.
Can't even take his photo right.
He was sentenced today to 35 years in prison after admitting to running a large-scale drug operation.
Fourth suspect arrested in the murders of Tony and Layla Lewis.
They are the grandparents of rapper Honeycomb Brazy, gunned down in their house and shot.
And how many times do you think?
Oh, they shot him up. Ain't want to leave no evidence, so they burnt the scene up. Fuck. I ain't lie. I seen a couple Forensic Files episodes on them. They never get away with that shit. Like they end up like not like fully burning everything, and there's still like forensics at the scene.
Your home has been shot at.
For sure, I know it's 3, but now I know it's 4 times.
Darren Southall will be off the
Damn, she forgot about the other one? Or she didn't even realize she was getting shot at? She just thought they were outside.
shot. And how many
They shot my
times
house.
do you think your home has been shot at?
For sure, I know it's 3, but now I know it's 4 times.
Damn, your fucking house is fucking the gun range. Let's see if we can shoot out our windows today. Boom. Not today. Let's spin back tomorrow.
Darren Southall will be off the streets after entering
What'd I say? He entered a fucking plea deal. You know what he's doing.
a plea deal. He faces anywhere from 30 to 35 years behind bars for his crimes.
Why
Why you might not be snitching?
Because they want my son, not Sharon Jones, dead.
I ain't gonna lie, she looked just like Brazy in the face. Burner makes it worse because the police come quick. I would say that, but it just depends on like how much evidence is left in the house. Because sometimes it is better to like burn the house and they have to like really like do their research and really like get in there on the front. Depending on how much. But if you just run in the crib with gloves, mask, and you got everything, shoot them out, then no, you shouldn't even like burn that shit. And eventually someone's gonna come to the house. And it's not like the bodies are gonna decay in the house.
Today's story takes place in one of the most notorious cities in the Deep South, the city of Mobile in the state of Alabama. Mobile is known for its key location as the only major city in Alabama with sea access. Therefore, it also has the state's only saltwater port, allowing large ships to enter. Moreover, after an annexation of several communities, which pushed the city's population past 200,000, Mobile is now the second largest city in Alabama after Huntsville, now passing Birmingham and Montgomery. And Mobile is known for its
Huntsville? What the fuck is a Huntsville?
City in Alabama after Huntsville, now passing Birmingham and Montgomery. And Mobile is
Montgomery, Alabama. I know Montgomery.
Known for its rich history.
Wait, so Montgomery's not in Mississippi? Montgomery, Alabama, Montgomery, Mississippi? I don't know.
Actually being the oldest city in Alabama, and according to some, it's even the location of the oldest Mardi Gras carnival celebration in America, which allegedly even predates the New Orleans Party Fest. The city, which is now known as Mobile, was founded in 1702 as the first capital of the French Louisiana, and it was then also part of the colonies of Great Britain and Spain before eventually becoming part of Alabama as it became the 22nd state of the United States in 1819. But Alabama, including Mobile, also has a much darker history that is haunted by the shadow of the brutal slave trade. By 1840, Alabama had become the largest cotton producer in America using African-American slave labor. And as the only port town in Alabama, Mobile became the second largest in cotton exporters just after New Orleans, as well as being at one point the home to the largest...
I always wondered that, like, what the fuck was they doing with all that cotton, like, the slaves were supposed to be picking, bro? So they was just, like, selling it to other people, bro? Like, they can't find cotton no other else? I'd be confused, bro.
Slave market in the entire Deep South.
Like, what was the point, bro? What was really the point?
By the 1860s, almost half of the population of Alabama were slaves, and slave plantations formed the core of Alabama's economy. Even after the US banned the importation of new slaves in 1808, slave ships from the Old World would continue to smuggle in new slaves from Africa through Mobile. And in 1860, the last known international slave ship to America, called Clotilda, arrived in Mobile, smuggling 110 slaves from Africa. This also included the last known living survivors of the transatlantic slave trade in America, Cudjoe Lewis, Sally
still
Smith,
alive?
real name Radoshi, and Matilda McCreer, who was actually the last slave to pass away in 1940. After having been...
What the fuck? How are they still alive? I thought we got rid of slaves years
freed
ago.
At the end of the Civil War, about 30 of the former slaves bought by Clotilda, led by Cudjoe Lewis, established a community about 3 miles north of downtown Mobile,
so they made their own
became known as Africatown, which by the 1950s had grown into a 13,000-strong community with numerous black-owned businesses. Unfortunately, the oppression of African Americans didn't end after the Civil War, and by the early 20th century, Alabama had entered the Jim Crow era, where it saw the rise of legal segregation, such as
colored passengers. Bro, that shit is crazy as fuck.
Segregated trains.
What have you watched?
And abandoning interracial marriages. In fact, Alabama was the last state to officially repeal the law banning interracial marriage, which shockingly
all
happened
slaves are dead? What the fuck?
In the year 2000, decades off.
Do you think slaves is still a thing? Like, you think like people are like really still got slaves like on a down low? Like, I feel like people in the deep like rural communities, like in the country and shit, I feel like they low-key like just come here, throw them in the back of they fucking pickup and then they gone. And it's like, I don't know though. I feel like that a lot of that shit just wouldn't like fly now. I don't know though. Never know. Like, why didn't he just run off? If that is a thing nowadays. I don't know. I don't know how they doing it, but I feel like slaves are still like getting smuggled around here and shit. Yeah.
Officially repeal the law banning interracial marriage, which shockingly happened only in the year 2000. Officially repeal the law banning interracial marriage, which shockingly happened.
Oh, interracial marriage. I was thinking Alabama. I'm talking same family.
Only in the year 2000, decades after the Supreme Court had effectively outlawed such bans.
Wait, I couldn't get married to a black girl in Alabama in 1999? What the fuck? That is crazy.
Federally. Even in 2000,
I had to carry
only about
home
59% of the voters would even choose to repeal.
Frogger, what? Today I had to carry home a chair I made in school. Frogger, what the fuck? Why are you making chairs in school? You got fucking carpentry class? Damn. Bro making chairs in school. What the fuck?
The ban,
I was sleeping in
meaning
school,
that a whopping 40% still voted to keep these segregation laws in the year 2000.
Wait, 40% people still don't want interracial. What the fuck? Why don't people want interracial marriage? Like, like, bro, that's like freedom shit. Like, what the fuck? So 40% don't want people to have their own freedom.
Which probably says a lot about the
construction class? Damn.
Community.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I don't understand that shit. Like, bro, like, even if you gay, you want to marry a man, like, you should be able to do that, bro. Like, I would vote yes on it, bro. It doesn't affect me. I wouldn't even vote. Not even gonna lie, because it doesn't affect me. But, bro, even if you care about that shit, like, why would you not want him to do that shit? I don't know.
Living there, a stark
let them be there.
Reminder of the racial tensions that remain in this state to this very day. Moreover, much of the segregation in
and it's like, just because you can't get interracially married in Alabama, you can just go to fucking Mississippi next to it and get interracial marriage. So it's like, I think their thinking is like, oh, we want to vote no so we can kick these people out of Alabama. Man, they'll just go to fucking Mississippi and get that shit done.
Alabama was not codified in law, but simply customs that everybody in the area knew to follow or face severe consequences.
But predominantly, what Jim Crow would have been would be a system of customs.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't really like the history lessons that a lot of these shits, because like a lot of it is pointless to like what's going on nowadays. But I ain't gonna lie, Alabama was one of them states where they got like a long history of this shit, and it should be like talked about in this video.
So it didn't need to be encoded in laws for everyone who lived there locally to understand what was acceptable.
You have to state where your residence is. That wouldn't work. What do you mean? Like, for getting married? Like, you can't just go to Mississippi and get married? Like, I've heard people doing that. People go to Las Vegas and get married all the time.
And what wasn't in terms of the racial order.
Like, isn't the one football shit where Lil Bro was fucking wide receiver? Fuck, bro. He got married, or someone got married in that shit in Las Vegas during the summer.
Racial order actually differed quite a bit in terms of what was acceptable and what wasn't.
Is it his name Spencer? The one football series. I remember it was like their junior year going into their senior year. They went on a trip in Las Vegas and got married there.
Place to place. And the more regimented that was in terms of culture and custom, actually the fewer laws that you would see. Mississippi and Alabama actually have fewer formal Jim Crow.
That's normal marriage. It wasn't breaking the law? What does that mean? That's what I was talking about. How you saying that's normal marriage? They just went to Las Vegas, got married, and they came back a married couple, no?
Laws than many of the states in the Upper South, in part because it was just so clear to everyone in these communities that this was a fixed order and you didn't need laws to actually put that into place.
Segregation was also the law of the land in Mobile, where even many public spaces like parks were often reserved for white people only, despite the fact that almost half of the population was black at this point. Moreover, predominantly black communities like Africatown were commonly left out of Mobile's infrastructure plans, causing severe health issues, which were later further escalated by the building of large factories that emitted dangerous pollutants in.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Jim Crow laws, I think.
To this community.
Like, I just know it was a bad time.
The Africatown community would later be split into various neighborhoods. The ones still being left today are known as Plateau, Magazine, Happy Hills, Kelly Hills, and Lewis Quarters. And unfortunately,
that's not like a happy place. Plateau, Magazine, Happy Hills, Kelly Hills, Lewis Quarters.
Known as
I don't even know what the fuck quarters
Plateau,
means.
Magazine, Happy Hills, Kelly Hills, and Lewis Quarters. And unfortunately, these communities are still fighting with the same pollution and health issues that plagued them decades before. During the Second World War, the economy in Mobile was actually booming due to the Navy's shipyards being established along the Mobile Bay. This was a positive development for the town's repressed black population, as there were thousands of free black men and women that were gaining honest employment in these shipyards. President Roosevelt would even sign an executive order prohibiting discrimination in the defense industry.
Wait, Roosevelt? Wasn't he like the third president?
Which finally allowed black employees to advance their careers properly. Unfortunately, this would cause many of the white employees to become envious of the black people who were now competing for the same jobs as them. And this would eventually cause huge racial riots as white men would begin violently attacking the minority black employees. Later, during the civil rights movement in the 1960s, Alabama would see the—
Why his shit black? He gotta be the leader of this shit. Why his shit black? He trying to blend in and shit? Or he trying to stick out? What the fuck? Everybody else got their fucking white shit on. He try to pop out. He try to show out. Look at it. It's like soaking shit. He's shining.
Rise of one of the most violent Ku Klux Klan organizations of its time, the United Klans of America, whose members carried out numerous violent attacks in Alabama, such as the so-called 16th Street Baptist Church bombing in Birmingham.
I remember that shit. I read a book about that shit. It was about some dude that came from Detroit, and was driving all the way to Alabama, bro. In like the last chapter, like I'm like, oh, this is a good ass book. He went to visit his family in Alabama. It blew up the church. What the fuck? That's how the shit ends, bro. That shit was like bro. I was all the way lost. These motherfuckers is gangs though. What the fuck? The United Klansmen of America? These motherfuckers international with it. What the fuck? They going all across the bro. Just cause you fucking a different color, bro. That shit crazy.
In 1963, that ended up killing 4 young black girls. In recent decades, Mobile, like the rest of Alabama,
I think the main character was a dude and he seen that shit. I think his sister died or some shit. Like he went outside to like, I don't know, it was like after church and then it blew up. His sister was in there and shit, bro.
Alabama has struggled with relatively high levels of poverty, with the state commonly being amongst the 10 poorest in the nation. And this poverty has affected the...
Damn, look at all the southern states. Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, low-key, Alabama. Like these 3, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama down here, all 3 touch like the bottom of the fucking, of this, what was it, New Mexico Sea or some shit? Damn, then you got fucking Kentucky, Arkansas, West Virginia. Those are like the mid-states, and then New Mexico, weird ass. They from all the way from out west.
High levels of poverty, with the state commonly being amongst the 10 poorest in the nation. And this poverty has affected the black population there particularly, who despite being amongst the 10 poorest in the nation. And this poverty...
You got black, white, multiple, so mixed, Asian, Hispanic, other, native.
Has affected the black population.
And it was only 340?
There particularly, who despite being the clear majority in the city of Mobile, on average are earning by far the least compared to their counterparts of different races. And with high levels of poverty and marginalization, naturally high crime rates.
Damn, Asian going crazy. Look at them, 80,000
counterparts of different races. And with high levels of poverty and marginalization, naturally high crime rates would often follow races.
Damn, some other races averages more. 2 or more races averages more. Damn.
And with high levels of poverty and marginalization, naturally, high crime rates would often follow, and Alabama is no exception to this. For example, the state has ranked amongst the highest in gun violence statistics for years now. And
what the fuck? Why is Mississippi like fucking dark red?
For example, the state has ranked amongst the highest in gun...
What the fuck? Is this New Mexico too? Montana? What the fuck? Highest murder rates Montana and fucking... What is this? Utah? The square ass state. And they got fucking Mississippi going crazy down there. Who the fuck's from Mississippi? Can't even see mines.
Gun violence statistics for years now. And Alabama also had an alarming increase in stats, like the prison homicide rate during the 2010s.
Prison?
And within Alabama, Mobile has the 2nd highest crime rate after Birmingham. In 20...
Shit, they been going too crazy. Within Alabama. So that's Birmingham, and then this is Mobile.
Mobile has the...
Tuscaloosa? I thought Tuscaloosa is where Zeus is from. Isn't he from, like, Kansas?
2nd highest crime rate after Birmingham. In 2023, Forbes would even report that Mobile was the 2nd most dangerous city in the entirety of America. However, this would actually turn out to be based on completely faulty data, with the FBI later backtracking. But anyway, this doesn't change the fact that violent crime...
So why bring that shit up? Why say it's the most second and then it's like, oh, that's actually not true? Like, what?
Gang-related crime is a major problem in Mobile.
5 News 5 investigates Mobile's gang problem and what the city is doing to fight it. Just yesterday, we told you how prosecutors believe the shooting death of 15-year-old Anissa Baker at the Grand Hall was the result of a gang rivalry.
Tonight, we turn our attention once again to the violence in our community. 2 arrests have been made for last night's deadly shooting in Pritchard. Both suspects have been charged with murder.
As they go to get in the car, he reacts to someone across the street and begins firing. As the two exchange gunfire, his friends hit the pavement. It appears as though he's dodging bullets while firing at least 7 shots.
6 people in Mobile.
Why she say that shit like that?
Begins firing. As the two exchange gunfire, his friends hit the pavement.
As he begins firing, his friends hit the pavement.
It appears as though he's dodging bullets.
He's dodging bullets.
At least 7 shots.
She giving a play-by-play commentary out here.
By a federal grand jury charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire.
A wild and crazy scene Friday night at a Chevron on Spring Hill
Again?
Avenue. It all
Stay away from the Chevron, man.
8:30 when you see this woman get out of her car holding a gun and walk over to this burgundy car. She tries talking to someone in the back seat, but the driver starts pulling pulling off. As the car swerves out of the parking lot, you see gunfire coming from the car. If you look closely, you can see where at least 3 bullets hit the concrete, one of them hitting the woman who starts shooting back before running to her car and speeding off. Customers dropping to the ground, some running inside for cover.
Mobile Police Detective Glenn Barton says the genesis of the March 18th double homicide was an ongoing war between a gang known as 2K Babies.
Is it 2K? What the fuck? Wait, Genesis? It does not mean like mass shooting and shit? Mass killing?
Mobile Police Detective Glenn Barton says the genesis of the March 18th double homicide was an ongoing war between a gang known as 2K Babies, or 2KB, and the South End gang. Cortland Parker, the detective says, was the leader of the 2KB gang and was upset over the killing of his cousin, and a taunting rap video posted online 7 days later.
Well, it has been
genocide!
A violent 72 hours.
Damn, what is this?
17 shootings, 1 stabbing, and a strangulation.
Strangulation. What the fuck?
17 shootings, 1
damn, 17 shootings,
stabbing, and a strangulation.
I
Sheriff's office says this all started last Tuesday near Dauphin Island Parkway and Military Road when a sheriff's deputy spotted a vehicle matching the description of a kidnapped.
Imagine that's your last fucking sight, bro. You fucking op strangling you on top of you. Just... Oh my god.
Suspects speeding down towards John's Lane.
Kevin Levy with Mobile Police says there's an alarming trend of children getting involved in gang activity in the city.
What's alarming is the age of the people who, young youth who choose to participate. And what happens is you sort of get the snowball effect, right?
And interestingly, considering the uphill battle that African Americans have faced in this historically oppressive state, when it comes to the rap music that young people growing up in Alabama were making to express their experience in the state, the young rappers coming out of Alabama would ultimately struggle to gain relevance in the wider music scene, with some of the very early examples being the late 90s rapper Drama with his song Left Right Left gaining some national momentum, and into the late noughties, rapper Rich Boy would have a hit song with his track Throw Some D's, blowing up in 2007.
Throw some what?
Being the late 90s rapper Drama with his song Left Right Left gaining some national momentum, and into the late noughties, rapper Rich Boy would have a hit song with his track Throw Some D's, blowing up in 2007, around the peak of the so-called Dirty South era, which would later become known as the Dirty Decade, a period in rap history spanning from the late 90s to the late 2000s that saw many rappers from the southern states other than Alabama, like Texas, Georgia, Louisiana, and Memphis, making a significant name for themselves. However, since the late 2000s, when Huntsville, Alabama...
I feel like Memphis is not South geography, but like I think they got that
based rap
like culture
collective slow motion
sounds
and other associated Huntsville rappers like Jackie Chan and the Paper Route
Jackie Chan
making waves in the underground, even getting remixes by the most famous.
Yo, what the fuck? He's racist to himself. It is okay. It's in Tennessee, but Tennessee is not like geography in the South. Geography. Like, is Kentucky southern end? Pull up Google Maps. Wait. So, like, oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it does cut that line. Okay, Tennessee is way closer than I thought. I thought Tennessee was, like, right here. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was next to Kentucky. That's why I brought Kentucky. Okay, is it North Carolina, South then? Now I think we can cut this line. And then it's like, I think, is Oklahoma south? Because once you get past Texas, we call that the West. That's the West. Minnesota best state shape? Like, bro, y'all look stupid as fuck up here. Like, what the fuck is this? Y'all built like a fucking cell phone or some shit. Like the old ass phones. It looks stupid as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Best state shape. I ain't gonna lie. The square shit cool. VA. What is VA? Virginia. I should have built weird. Y'all got like a little like rocky top. But wait. So wait, Florida and Georgia. But, okay, is Arkansas south? Arkansas got to be considered south, if we consider Tennessee south. But Oklahoma and North Carolina, South Carolina, what are we doing with them? Probably Texas? Nah, Texas. This is low-key whack. But it got everything, though. It got the border. It got the straight lines to it. Like, how the fuck Oklahoma let them get this part, bro? They should cut this shit off right here, bro. Oklahoma, like, they whack for that. Let them have it. We're the only state to take LNA from other countries. What? Like, bro, the way y'all be typing, bro, just, like, pisses me off, bro. Like, look at Nebraska, though. Nebraska got, like, the shapes over here. Look at Omaha right there. On the border and shit. Look at them. Come on now. And then we let Colorado get their little square off. No. Land, we took it from Canada. But y'all not doing shit with this land. Look at this shit. There ain't shit around here. Yeah, Winnipeg doing this thing, but that's in Canada. I don't see none. Y'all just got names around here. Little ass cities. Like, look at Little Fork. I can't even see this shit. It's so little. There's 3 streets. Yeah, you never been up here because there ain't shit up here. International Falls, this probably only good because it's fucking connected to the Canadian border. Look at that shit, 7 streets. Damn. Ain't even got a high school around there type shit. Look at this shit. Y'all took all this shit for what? I ain't do nothing with it. Like, make this shit into like a fucking rainforest or some shit. Like, not a state forest or a, what's that shit called? The hiking hills or some shit. Make it some shit where, make money off that. We still got it though. It don't mean shit. You're not doing shit with it. And like Michigan admitting, I like Wisconsin's shape too. Wisconsin should have got this though. Like, I don't know how the fuck Michigan own this shit, bro. That shit pissing me off. Illinois got a pretty good shape. Like, it's very like long pause, and like you look at Iowa, it's cut off very short. You feel me? Straight all the way around here. But Illinois stretches. Wisconsin from this hill. Don't they eat cheese? I don't even know what the fuck to do up there. Like, just like every other fucking northern state, bro. Milwaukee and Green Bay is the only thing good in fucking Wisconsin. That's the, oh, Madison's the... Is it Madison the capital? Minneapolis is the only good thing in Minnesota. Look at everything else around here, bro. There ain't shit around here. Wisconsin is an AI state? What does that mean? It was AI generator? I don't think the AI was around when they made they shit. Indiana don't got shit. Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, and Gary. No real humans out there? Type shit. Isn't it Tyler Hero from Wisconsin? Damn, Chicago and St. Louis ain't that far apart. You can get on the... whatever this shit called. The interstate. Springfield. Aurora. Or Davenport, Iowa. That's where Southern Island's from. Oh, damn. Look at them. We front lines with it. Come on now. Type shit. Get back to the video, bro. Y'all be worried about the wrong shit, bro. We be getting off track because
EDM producer in the world, Diplo. That would lead to artists in the early 2010s like the rapper Doe B from Montgomery, Alabama, gaining national traction before his untimely passing. Then there's also the rapper Yellow Wolf from Gadsden, Alabama, who signed to Eminem's Shady Records label. Now, rappers from Alabama have slowly started gaining more and more momentum.
Oh, Flo Milli, Lil Ry. I forgot about Lil Ry. Young Blue. I don't know if he's from Mobile. TLE Cinco, don't know what that is. I forgot about Flo Milli. I think she's from, what's it called too?
And there's now several people who have garnered considerable popularity coming out of the state in recent years, including names like Rilo Rodriguez, No Cap, Young Blue, Flo Milli, TLE Cinco.
Yeah, he's from Mobile. Him and Rilo.
And Lil Ry, just to name a few. But ultimately, on the whole, the state has generally been suppressed and isn't really looked at as a hot breeding ground for musical talent. But Honeycomb Brazy might just change that. Anyway, now you know a bit about the environment that shaped Honeycomb Brazy growing up. But to truly understand his story, we've got to also talk about his family and his brutal upbringing that saw him placed in gang-affiliated danger, playing with firearms as young as age 13.
Born into the
Honeycomb Brazy's family have deep ties to the Mobile gangland that go back decades. Brazy's father, Nashawn Barnes, was known as Big Honeycomb or simply Big Comb, and he's by all accounts a well-known figure in the streets of Mobile, Alabama. He had been allegedly involved amongst other crimes in a major cocaine dealing operation in Mobile in the early 2000s, with an eventual indictment revealing a large dope dealing conspiracy that saw Big...
Bam. Tommy G's gonna come to a Minnesota hood, bro. Do you even have a fucking hood, bro?
Honeycomb caught red-handed with 5 kilos of powder. Big Honeycomb was known to allegedly rep
bro, I cannot look at this shit anymore, bro. The Soulja Boy fucking Breakfast Club interview. That shit looks so like dirty as fuck. Like that shit look like toilet paper on your head, bro.
It's Bounty Hunter Bloods gang. Bounty Hunter Bloods are originally a West Coast-based Bloods gang set with a long history, originating in the infamous Nickerson Gardens public housing project in the Watts neighborhood of LA during the late 60s and early 70s. The famous Bounty Hunter members include rappers such as J-Rock, who's part of the label Top Dog Entertainment, which is known for launching the careers of artists like Kendrick Lamar and Schoolboy Q, and likely taking generous splits. J-Rock is known to rep the original set of the Bounty Hunters from Watts, whereas you've got people like the late Dallas rapper Mo 3, who was actually part of a Bounty Hunter Blood set from Dallas, Texas, a gang which he repped before his untimely death in 2020. Now, the original LA-based set of the Bounty Hunter Bloods is known for their long-lasting and deadly feud with the Grape Street Crips from the nearby Jordan Downs project. Both Grape Street Crips and Bounty Hunter Bloods have deep ties to the southern states too, partly due to the fact that many LA gang members actually moved to the south throughout the years, eventually forming their own branches that may or may not have existing ties to the original West Coast branches of the same gang, but also due to more strategically established interstate drug lines in between these different branches of the gang, which allowed these interstate gang sets to work together, bringing in lucrative drugs like methamphetamine from the West Coast to southern states. And those who might have seen my video on the Wolf of Grape Street might remember that this is exactly what the LA rapper O3
Bro got a fucking what's it called on his chin. Yo, that's a crazy tattoo.
Greedo,
I ain't never peeped that.
Who was allegedly part of the
Wait, Greedo's still free, right? He didn't get locked back up?
The original Grape Street Crips was busted for doing in Texas. Now, the gang lineage of the Bounty Hunter Bloods in Mobile, Alabama was clearly passed down to a young Honeycomb Brazy, who took on his father's street name, originally going by the name Honeycomb Jr., something that he would display proudly on early Facebook and YouTube accounts, as well as early mix.
How you feel about the honeycomb cereal? I ain't gonna lie, the strawberry one might be good. I ain't gonna lie, the regular honeycomb, whack. Like, I've tried this shit once, got no flavor, no taste whatsoever.
Mixtapes, and later paying homage to this nickname in a creative song and video called Honeycomb Brazy versus Honeycomb Jr. Now, Honeycomb Jr. would display his connections to the same gang as his father with a lot of pride, presenting as a Bounty Hunter Blood in public, often repping a red bandana and clothing, and replacing his C's with B's and K's in social media posts.
We own it. You know that black gang forever anyway. Yeah, I'm trying to meet the game. Somebody hit the game up. Tell the gang come for brazen. He real blooded on guard. He ain't gonna die about it. Yeah, he gonna really die about it. You heard me? Yeah, for real, for real. But yeah, though, that big sauce while I fuck that sauce. I fuck sauce. I think sauce bounty hunter too. I don't know though. I still thought you know I'm bounty hunter. You feel me? But look though, goddamn, fuck sauce. Boom. I fuck got it at the gate. I really want all the blood, like I ain't gonna lie.
But unfortunately for Honeycomb Jr., Big Honeycomb would end up getting arrested and charged in 2008 for an armed robbery and attempted murder. According to court documents, Big Comb and his partners broke into a man's home masked up during what at first appeared to be a standard home invasion robbery. However, according to the victim, after taking his money, Big Comb would remove his bandana, telling him that he didn't want his money but his life, before stabbing him several times. He and his partners would then attempt to seemingly set the victim on fire with gasoline, but he would manage to escape to the bathroom, where Big Comb would end up shooting him. The victim would then allegedly escape from the house whilst Big Comb and his accomplices fled the scene.
What the fuck? Nah, you know, that's some crash out shit. I'm not gonna lie. You went in there for a lick. You want some movie shit. Taking off your mask. I want your life. Stabbed him. Lit him on fire. And then he tried to run away. You shot him and he still got away, bro. How the fuck? If I'm not fucking putting two to his fucking head, bro, I'm not walking out that crib, bro. He cannot live to tell this story, bro. How the fuck?
By what seems like a miracle, the victim would actually end up surviving this ordeal. But given the brutality of these alleged events, it's no wonder then that the judge would decide to come down hard on Big Comb, giving him a life sentence, with his profile at the Bullock Correctional Facility listing a brutal 999 years, 99 months.
Oh, they trolling, bro. They gave him the max. 999 years, 99 months, 99 days.
And 99.
They couldn't do 364 days though?
Days remaining on his sentence in
how they even max that shit out at 99?
Perpetuity. So without his father to help him navigate the streets, Honeycomb Jr. was left to survive in the hard streets of Mobile by himself.
He did what?
You also said that you would sign $1 million deal. You'll sign for anything if you can get your dad out of
16
jail.
years?
Is that real?
Hell yeah, that's real. On blood, that's real. Hell yeah, why not? Money ain't shit to get.
Big Honeycomb had his most recent parole hearing in 2023, but his request was duly denied, and his next opportunity won't be before 2028, with it not being hopeful that the system will grant him a second chance. Big Comb's chance.
I've seen people get off on him, like if you on your best behavior, you ain't do shit. Like, I've seen people turn fucking, like, 50-year sentences, and they get out in, like, fucking 10 or some shit. But I ain't gonna lie, the only time I seen that shit was really on Forensic Files. They be on some shit like, oh, he got 20 years, he got out, and he killed somebody else type shit. That's why they bring it up. Like, damn, he shouldn't even be free, but they gave him parole and shit. They let him go. And he ended up killing again.
Chances at parole seem pretty slim due to the fact that the current Alabama chair of the Board of Pardons and Paroles, Lee Gaffney, has actually denied nearly all parole requests since taking charge in 2019. But perhaps due to Big Honeycomb's status in the streets, he would continue to live life to the fullest, even behind bars, as Big Comb would be seen posting pictures on social media where he can be seen wearing diamond grills and designer clothes, smoking cigars or blunts and drinking lean, and even eating.
What the fuck is that? That's called, and he got shrimp in that bitch? Yo. Nah, he gotta be paying somebody. He leaning? Yo, he leaning in jail. What the fuck? He pouring up. Yo, that can't be real. That gotta be like he mixing drinks or some shit, bro. No way. He got fucking it's over the sea, bro. Not Chipotle. Fuck, bro. Fuck, bro. You don't got the yum yum sauce though. Damn, he really pouring up. Look at that shit. Is that a shank or some shit? Oh, he's smoking. Damn, he got the Nike headband and shit. Bro, yo,
eating restaurant.
They could, bro. I swear they could, bro. It don't matter how violent the crime is, bro. If you get the right judge, right what's that shit called? Whatever it is, bro. They
quality meals, all from prison, leaving fans of Brazy astounded at how somebody is
eating hibachi. I said, see.
Such a lavish life behind bars and also be able to share it with the world on social media. I mean, Big Honeycomb is literally living a more lit life than me while serving life. It's crazy. But unfortunately, with his father out of the picture, Honeycomb Jr. couldn't rely on his mother for support, as his mother, Tanisha Jones, was also in and out of jail throughout his childhood. And she can even be seen to this day repping her alleged blood gang affiliations, with her red hair looking like Sexy Red's long-lost auntie. Now, the red hair was actually a trend that many Bloods, including Brazy himself, actually followed at one point.
What is your mom saying at this time when you're in and out of jail?
She in that. Both her in out there. She can't say that.
But the thing is, Brazy's gang ties in the family go much deeper than just his parents. Even Brazy's uncle, known as Gator Q, is allegedly another highly respected blood gang member.
Damn, he got the zipper on him. Damn.
And at one point,
he got a six-pack with the
Gator
zipper.
and Big
It's crazy. I never
share
seen that
a jail
shit.
cell together, where they could be seen together on videos that were posted to social.
Wait, they shared. Wait, who?
Gator and Big Comb would even share a jail cell together.
Oh, the uncle. But how, bro? How does his dad and his uncle share? That's probably his. Oh, that might be his uncle on his mom's side type shit. Cause I'm like, bro, if they in the same family, they not letting them get in the same cell. Ain't no way. But I heard people, they dad and they son be in the same they be sharing a cell.
Together,
and
where
that's
they could be
crazy,
seen together
bro.
on videos that were posted to social media, where Big Comb films them doing their daily activities.
Bro, they got fucking 12 packs in there, bro.
Where they could be seen.
What the fuck? I think is that ramen noodle packets? Like the ramen noodle boxes? That's like Sprite, Coca-Cola. Yo, they living good as fuck.
Videos that were posted to social media, where Big Comb films them doing their daily activities, like working out,
Man,
with
they
Gator
make it
showing
chill.
his impeccable fit and what seems to be an enormous battle scar in the middle of his stomach.
Yeah.
Get that money, This how we do in the federal prison right here. Doing day for day in this.
That was me, the one stream.
Gator,
Did 100 push-ups.
Mobile. Yeah.
You beat the hell out of it.
Yes, sir. Nice. Uh-huh. Do that, motherfucker.
250.
Yes, sir.
250. I did that.
Yes, sir.
Basically.
Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
Going back down.
Yes, sir.
Going back down.
They would also show family photos, with Gator at one point saying how he's rich now because his nephew is rich, while showing an old picture of him repping the blood gang when he was Honeycomb Jr.'s age. All saying how he's been incarcerated ever since he's been doing this red shit.
Let them know your uncle still standing. And for all the hoes they turned their back on me, we made it now. I'm rich. Cause my nephew rich. Yeah, that's what time it is. See these motherfucking pants right here? I know they don't wear this shit no more. I'm gonna show you when I left the street. Been doing the red shit. Down I was a little. How was your age, little cone?
You was always built. Yeah, hair back then.
At the end of 2020, Gator would post on his Twitter that he would finally be freed in 2021. But anyway, given the fact that Honeycomb Jr.'s parents were heavily involved in the streets...
Wait, did he come home?
in 2021. But anyway, given the fact that Honeycomb Jr.'s parents were heavily involved in the streets, in and out of jail throughout his childhood, he would wind up being mostly raised by his grandparents from his mother's side of the family. And understandably, Brazy's family life and the gangbanging influence from those he looked up to as a...
What you mean, Bam? I don't know about the uncle. I don't know what the point was. I think it's just like to show his like lineage and shit. But yeah, he got raised by his grandma and grandpa.
Child had a huge lasting impression on him, making him seemingly determined to continue the family's infamous legacy in the streets himself. But unfortunately for Honeycomb Brazy, the extent of his family's activities in the streets meant that he would be growing up in a volatile environment surrounded by firearms and danger. And he would barely be a teenager when he would ultimately find himself squeezing a trigger and changing his life trajectory drastically, beginning a spiral of violence and notoriety that would seemingly follow him for the rest of his life.
He talked that shit into existence with grandparents. That shit was crazy, bro. Cursed childhood.
Honeycomb Brazy, full name Nashawn Teran Itez Jones, was born in Mobile, Alabama on the 23rd of February 1995. And despite there being some rumors that he was born in Atlanta, it's Mobile, Alabama on his birth certificate. At the time of his birth, his mother had only just turned 16, and she would post the birth certificate on Facebook with a caption revealing that she had indeed gotten pregnant at just 15 years old. And a young Honeycomb Brazy would seemingly spend much of his childhood in a small house owned by his grandparents,
crazy,
located on
like Honeycomb Brazy probably in high school, and she not even 30 yet, bro. That's
Dr. Thomas Avenue
bro.
In the Happy Hills neighborhood, part of the historical Africatown community.
Wait, what?
Located on Dr. Honeycomb Brazy would seemingly spend much of his childhood in a small house owned by his grandparents, located on Dr. Thomas Avenue in the Happy Hills neighborhood, part of the
Okay, so the Africatown shit is like right next to Mobile then, cause
the historical Africatown community. As Brazy raps in his song 223, his upbringing was defined by poverty, with Brazy and his siblings regularly sleeping on the floor, and even claiming to have been literally born in the middle of the street. Moreover, the house was only a stone's throw away from the infamous large public housing project called the Josephine Allen Homes. These projects can even be seen from the
This is the trenches right here. Look at these fucking roads, bro. This is what I'm talking about. Motherfuckers say they from the trenches. This is what I'm talking about. This shit is like dirt roads, like, bro, hella fucking, what's that shit called? Fucking, holes in the street.
Housing project called the Josephine Allen Homes. These projects can even be seen behind a young Brazy in an old family photo likely taken in front of his grandparents' house. Growing up in these projects with hundreds of units and dozens of buildings was Honeycomb Brazy's introduction to the streets and the gang lifestyle. And it was also in these projects...
It looks southern. I would say that. I don't know about country. It's just an open field. And look at that grass. It's all like brown and shit.
In the middle of the street. Moreover,
yeah, it just look country as hell. Cause look at all this like space and shit in the back. Damn, that's a good. I don't know how much they paying. Cause they got a big ass yard for this shit. Got motorcycles in the front.
House was only a stone's throw away from the infamous.
Damn, no one got a car on this block or something?
Large public housing project called the Josephine Allen Homes. These projects can even be seen behind a young Brazy in an old family photo likely taken in front of his grandparents' house. Growing up in these projects with hundreds of units and dozens of buildings was Honeycomb Brazy's introduction to the streets and the gang lifestyle. And it was also in these projects where he would end up losing his very first friends to the streets. In 2007, an 18-year-old man named Robert Lucas, known in the streets as Slick Rick, or just Slick, was gunned down by an undercover police officer who had arrived at the Josephine Allen Homes to investigate a call about drug activity. The officer claimed that Slick had pointed a gun at him during a chase, but the Happy Hills locals were outraged, demanding that that officer should be fired. After the feds would become involved in the investigation, that officer was eventually found to be not guilty of any wrongdoing. And in a stark example of failing upwards, that officer named Paul Birch would eventually become the new Mobile County Sheriff in 2023. Brazy would later reminisce on Facebook,
that's crazy as fuck,
realist, and saying F the Mobile police for shooting his friend 5 times and leaving him to die in the street, with commenters agreeing and dissing Paul Birch for the killing. Eventually, in 2011, the city of Mobile decided to close down and demolish the Josephine Allen Homes. However, that demolition would not take place until almost a decade later in 2020, and in June of 2011, when the projects were still inhabited, an intern from the Mobile Youth Survey would keep a blog on her summer job surveying young people in Mobile and discussing the environment around the Josephine Allen Homes projects, with these blog posts including long passages all about the shocking amount of gun violence that was witnessed in this area. And at the end of her week in the Happy Hills community, she would actually conclude by writing about the feeling of hopelessness that the youth in this neighborhood were feeling, fearful of them being consumed by the gang life like their older family members had been too. Being raised in such an environment by a family with deep ties to the streets, it didn't take long for a young Honeycomb Brazy to also get involved in the life of crime, and at just age 10, he would get his first major run-in with the law. Brazy and his friends would break into a store to go and ride go-karts and vandalize the place, with these wild childhood activities landing Brazy in trouble with the law very early in his life. Brazy later explained in an interview that he's been on probation ever since this incident, and he wouldn't even make it to high school as a result.
When was the first time you went to jail? What, 12, 13?
Nah, like 10 years old. Broke in the store, broken room to go, Bull.
Rooms to go.
Yeah, I just ran. They broke in the factory though. They had a factory. I was just riding the golf cart and sitting in that whole the little thing, you little just having fun for real. Them folk locked my ass up.
You broke in the rooms to go, like just riding go-karts, not really stealing anything, but just having a good time.
Yeah, I up too though, knocking over too though. I was up, like busted a snack machine and shit. They're bad as fuck.
Man, you wild as hell, man.
That's why I've been on probation ever since.
Dropping out of school so young likely pushed Brazy even further into the street life, and with his parents constantly being in trouble with the law too, he was left with only his grandparents to try and guide him. In a freestyle on Facebook Live, Brazy would rap about these times, apologizing to his grandmother for dropping out of school, where he rapped, "I did this for you, grandmama, and I know you mad I ain't make it through school, grandmama, and I'm mad I ain't make it through too." Unfortunately, for his young son, in 2008, Brazy's father, Big Comb, would catch the case that would take him out of the streets for good. But according to Honeycomb Jr., this wouldn't
that was 16 years ago. He like 40. He 50 now. 28 in 2008. So he was born in 80. Yeah, he was born in 1980. So that's he's 44.
His father, Big Comb, would catch the case that would take him out of the streets for good. But according to Honeycomb Jr., this wouldn't necessarily stop his street activities, as Big Comb would allegedly appoint trusted members on the outside to tend to his business whilst he was behind the wall. And one of these trusted enforcers was Brazy's cousin. Around this time, Honeycomb Brazy was also sometimes living with his aunties and their families from both his mother's and his father's sides, finally giving him a chance to be part of a more normal family dynamic. But unfortunately, this wouldn't last long, because
my man's got red everything.
Finally giving him a chance to...
He got the little crimson right here. He got fucking, is that a speaker? I don't know. He got the fucking red lighter. Fucking red phone case, everything
part
red.
Of a more normal family dynamic.
Red,
unfortunately, this wouldn't last long, because soon after his father had gone to prison for good, he would allegedly send a barely teenage Honeycomb Brazy on a dangerous mission that would almost end up destroying his life and the life of his cousin too.
But like, I would stay on my mama though. I stay with my Aunt Tony, you know. But that shooting my Aunt Nisha house sometime, but I end up shooting her son. That was my cousin, so they all type of shit going on.
Whoa, wait. You shot your cousin?
Yeah, yeah.
Like on accident?
Nah, on purpose.
Like on purpose.
After catching serious charges, still from behind bars, Big Comb would allegedly keep doing business in the streets, overseeing the operation that would be run on a street level by his closest confidants, one of them being Brazy's cousin, whose mother's house Honeycomb Jr. was sometimes living in. Unfortunately, Big Honeycomb would eventually notice that some money had come up missing, leading him to believe that someone within his operation must have been stealing from the pot, with Big Comb's suspicions falling on his nephew, Brazy's cousin.
Was it like a family, or like was it an argument? Like, can you take us through that situation?
Nah, that was like him and my dad, some shit with him and my dad, you know. He had goddamn, some money came up missing, I'm just gonna say that. Some money came up missing, there with my dad, you know, he was locked up. You know, they gave him life and shit, so I was tripping already. When he rent that to me, you know, I had with the whoop.
Big Honeycomb seemingly wanted his 13...
Nah, it ain't about the money. He don't give a fuck about the money. It's just like the principle. Like, you stealing money from me, I know what the fuck else you stealing. You gotta get from around here, bro. Like, you can't be around. If someone took your money and you up $1 million, you're not looking at them like a certain way. You're just gonna be like, that's $20, that's $100, that ain't nothing to me. Nah, you gotta get from around here, cause if you stealing my money, I don't know what else you could do. Like, you gonna put my life in danger. I'm fighting. Nah, cause you're not gonna get the message. Like, you can fight him, yeah, but as long as you get him from around you, I guess that's good.
Year-old son Honeycomb Jr. to go and handle this dispute over the drug debt with his own cousin.
He just gotta understand that you can't steal money from everybody. Like, it's the principle, and it's like sometimes fighting just don't like do that for a lot of people. So you gotta go to extreme measures.
He's sometimes living with. That cousin and Brazy's aunt lived in Plateau, another one of the older Africatown communities located across an interstate that runs through them. And so, on the instruction of his father Big Comb, a 13-year-old Honeycomb Brazy and his friends from the Happy Hills would make their way to Plateau, where he would end up confronting his cousin, shooting him, leaving him seriously injured and ultimately paralyzed.
I was like 13 years old. Like, Pop been gone there since I was like 12 for real when he left. But I was 13 years old when I took the hit for him. And you know the streets know about that I ended up paralyzing my cousin. About that right there. You know, paralyzed my own cousin. Took a hit from my pop. 13 years old, I took a hit from my pops, man. On dick, on blood, man. That's how I ended up going to prison when I was 15 years old. Y'all want to know the story? Wait till my dad to get on here and tell y'all. That's how I went to prison when I was 15 years old, man. I took a hit from my pops, man. on blood. I took a hit from my dad. And
I mean, it's not so stringent because I think he did the time, so it's like you can't get charged with the same shit over and over again. But some people nowadays, you don't talk about that shit because it's like you could do the shit for the state, you could do your time for the state, but then the fucking the feds come in and double wrap that. Like Take Capone, like he don't talk about that. Like he didn't do time for the 2 murders, but he don't even like want to speak on that shit because he knows just because he beat the 2 murder cases for the state that the feds could come back around and try to pick him up for the murders. That's what people were saying happened to Lil Wet. Lil Wet beat 4 bodies in a day. He allegedly did that shit, beat all the cases, all the charges because people didn't want to come to court with no witnesses, but he got locked up by the feds again. So I don't know. I think he's on a switch charge, but still, like, even then, he don't want to talk crazy on that shit. Talk about how he beat 4 bodies, because the feds could double wrap that shit. Come back.
Y'all never did no shit like that. You 13 years old, your daddy hit you up here in jail. Man, they trying to give me life, man. They trying to give me life. They whoop. Get a rent off, whoop. He wet. Man, for real, man, yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. You know, man, little one, man. I'm 13 years old. Did I go spin like the way?
Damn. So it sounds like his dad, like, I don't know. His dad didn't tell him to go do that, but he damn near did. Like, how the fuck did dad not get wrapped up in that shit? If he already got life, so I don't know what the fuck more you can get him death, but you're not gonna give him death.
After shooting his cousin, Brazy obviously couldn't just return back home to either his grandparents or auntie's cribs, and to make matters even worse, the family from his dad's side were now furious with him, with his own grandmother hoping for his death.
Yeah, my grandma mad. My grandma told me on dead. Then my dad and mama. I'm like, what up? I hit them, they blow my phone. I'm like, what's up, Granny?
He crazy.
You gonna die with them. You gonna die with them. My grandma telling me, oh, blood, you gonna die with them, dad. Cause I had some heavy hit with me when I did it, you feel me? But like, they ain't shooting nothing like that. They didn't have no gun. But they was just right there when it happened. You know, my cousin from Plateau, I'm from Happy Hill. That's right across the street from each other, you know. So we did it. We shot back to Happy Hill. When I did it, you know, I did it in front of everybody though. You know, Pop said run it. So, you know, you gotta do it. You know, just do it. You know, it's done. You know, I really does it.
He
so
ran that
the police and his own family after him, Honeycomb Brazy would have to lay low, and at only age 13, he went on the run, actually managing to stay hidden for several months, until he was eventually found and charged at just age 14, leading to a 3-year sentence at the Strickland Youth Center.
Now, I get locked up when I'm 14.
I didn't even know it was a thing, bro. They really gave him, what, 3 years, they said? For him catching a fucking... That's attempted murder. No matter if he get paralyzed or not, they gonna try to throw the book at him because he paralyzed, all types of shit. But at the end of the day, the charge is attempted murder, so... That ain't crazy.
I went on a run. They caught me when I was like 14. I got out when I was goddamn turning 17. I was like 16 when I got out.
Damn. How the fuck?
Then I was turning 17.
However, Brazy, many years on from this incident, would actually show remorse for his actions, later revealing that he doesn't have anything against his cousin and that he would have handled things completely differently today.
I was young then though. Like right now, I don't know if I still do that again. Cause I still fuck with Buzz. It was just a misunderstanding, but you know, I would have thought better about it. But I was young, and then my dad was telling me to run it. So you know, dad is telling me to run it. You know, finna run it. You know how that go.
He don't got like I blame his dad for all this shit. Like he not steering him in the right direction at all. Like the dad is like already fucked up in the head, obviously, cause he don't give a fuck about what his son doing. Makes him go crash out, go do crazy shit. Making him fucking catch a hit at fucking 13 years old. He fucking paralyzed his own cousin, his own blood over some money shit. Like, obviously, you gotta send some type of message, but at the end of the day, that's your blood, that's your cousin. So you gotta handle shit a certain way just because it's your cousin, just because it's blood, just because you know him for a long time. Like, if he had no ties to him, it was just like someone that was around, paralyzed him. Like, that's more understanding, I guess. But, man, that's like decision you made at 13 years old, and dad told him to do that shit. Put it in his ear and shit, so that shit crazy.
I read that bit though.
And Brazy's also talked about this incident in his music. For example, in the song Gucci Flow, Brazy mentions taking a hit for his dad and paralyzing his own blood, as well as claiming that he was actually charged as an adult, although he was only 15 years old at the time of the sentencing. Brazy would also mention the incident in his first and biggest hit song, Freestyle, where he mentions his grandma being in tears due to his actions, as well as people calling his phone and telling him what he did was wrong. Thankfully, his cousin has now made a full recovery and can even walk again, and Brazy has apparently even rekindled his relationship with his...
Okay, he's not fucking paralyzed, I guess. So, like, why do people say when they, like, bro, type shit, though? That's good, though. That's a good recovery, bro. Being paralyzed, being not able to walk, and be able to walk again, that's crazy, bro. Because, like, nerves fucked up, all types of shit. I'm guessing he probably got shot in his back or some type of crazy, like, spine injury. That's crazy.
His cousin, explaining how he...
No, I know you can, but, like, the way he was talking, I'm thinking, it's like this. Like,
he used to look up to him when he was younger, and how his dad treated the cousin like he was his son, and Honeycomb Jr. like he was the nephew.
Well, nah, he back now, though. He back walking. He's straight.
Damn,
we straight now, though. You know, we cool.
Okay, so you shoot your cousin. He gets paralyzed. What is your relationship like afterwards?
He came.
So that's why he talking like that, because motherfuckers still not us. They still part of the same family. He cool. He back walking again. He did his time, so we don't even. Yeah, you could talk on that, I guess.
I with him. He, you know, we straight. You know, cause I used to look up to him when I was young. You feel me? Like, I used to look up to him, like, my daddy put him on type, you know. He was like, my daddy treated him like that was his son, you know, and I was like the nephew for real.
Before reaching the age of 17, Honeycomb Brazy had already experienced a long bid in jail, several years on probation, and at this point, he was clearly desensitized to violence and completely unafraid of prison, with this setting a dangerous precedent in his life for the years that followed. And after returning home to the Happy Hills neighborhood with his grandparents Tony and Sheila Lewis, Brazy would continue his reckless lifestyle, catching yet another very serious case soon after this.
These fucking transitions. The murder of Dick. Honeycomb Brazy's best friend.
According to the news reports, on December the 12th, 2011, Brazy and his right-hand Dietrich Thomas, known to his friends as Det, were walking on the 800 block of Center Street. However, the reports don't specify which Center Street this is, as there's several of these in Mobile, including one in Plateau, which would indeed be the closest location to Brazy's grandparents' house. Anyway, at around 5:45 p.m., the pair would approach a man walking on the same street, stopping to talk with him until one of them pulled out his pistol and shot the man in the leg. Brazy then allegedly ran through the man's pockets, taking his money before the duo fled the scene, and not long after this, police would arrest Brazy at his home, charging him for the shooting and the robbery. Interestingly, even at just age 16, the news would mention him by his street nickname, Little.
So, he's 16, this is 2012, at 12 years, he's 28 now.
Honeycomb, which really highlights just how much notoriety Honeycomb Brazy and his family had garnered amongst the mobile police at this point. In his Say Cheese interview, Brazy actually claimed that he wasn't the shooter, but he wound up taking the charge for his friend.
I was like 16 when I got out, and I was turning 17. Then now, I ain't get locked up for the murder. Then I got locked up for a robbery and attempted murder. But I ain't need to do that though. My partner did, his name Det, he did it. But I just took the case for him, though.
And Brazy would further expand on the situation during one of his many Instagram lives, again claiming that Det was the shooter and that he just happened to be there, whilst also explaining how the victim had never seen Det before, but knew Brazy, and therefore told the police it was him. Brazy would then end up keeping his mouth shut, ultimately going down for the crime.
But Det had wet ass up, raw, and I was there right there when it happened. And the didn't know who Det was, knew me, so they pit the folks on me by that mouth. I know that attempted murder in the robbery first, and I'm on the run and shot a got me an assault charge. So now I'm in the like, man, damn. They want me to tell. I can't tell. So get what? I took 20 split 4.
But 3 months after the incident, on March the 4th, Brazy was set.
I took 20 split 4.
To appear in
that mean?
Court, and on that very same day, Det was playing dice on the porch of 940 Semler Street, right on the border of their Happy Hills community and the city of Pritchard. At some point, Det and a 40-year-old man named Anthony Jenkins had allegedly fallen out over a mere $5 bet, which would tragically escalate into Jenkins shooting Det in the head, killing Det at only 17 years old. Det's death would cause deep tensions in the neighborhood, which according to the police would lead to shots being fired back and forth between the families of Det and Jenkins, even requiring police to protect Det's funeral. Now, Jenkins had a track record of criminal behavior, such as robbery, but shockingly, after he surrendered to the police on the 8th of April 2012, he would soon get out on bail with bond set at a mere $50,000 on this serious charge of murder. There was also seemingly no rush on a trial date, as Jenkins was able to walk the streets freely for another 2 years until he was caught for yet another crime, this time possession of the so-called synthetic cannabis called Spice. However, even after that, he was still reportedly given a new bond again months before his trial finally began in 2015, and the news would also report that Jenkins, who was facing life in prison, had actually been offered a plea deal of a 20-year sentence if he pled guilty to a lesser charge of manslaughter, but he would reject this deal, opting to take things to trial in the face of a possible life sentence. And this would seemingly end up working greatly in his favor. Now, I haven't been able to find any concrete evidence of the outcome of that trial.
What the fuck is this fit, bro? I ain't gonna lie, Bam, I might hate him too, bro. What the fuck am I looking at? Why does he have a fucking New York Mets jersey with a upside down red Nike fucking headband, bro? This shit. Okay.
But based on social media activity, it appears that today Jenkins is still a free man working an honest living. And even more shockingly, in December 2023, when Honeycomb Brazy was facing his latest run-in with law enforcement, despite being the person who had killed his best friend, Jenkins would post this on his Facebook, commenting that he didn't wish death or jail on anybody, as well as directly stating, "Free the young'un, Lil Comb Brazy." But regardless of the alleged killer ultimately paying homage to Honeycomb Brazy, Brazy would later reflect on losing his close friend during an Instagram live, clearly hurt by the fact that he was unable to be there for him, as well as likely being haunted by the fact that if Det had been charged with the robbery that they did together, he might still be alive this day.
Soon I took the deal, Det get killed. That's why I long live Det forever, like LD long live Det. Soon I take the case for Det, he get whacked the same day. Soon I go to court, he get killed the same day I take the case.
To this day, Brazy pays respect to his friend, and can often be heard saying on Det, writing LLD for Long Live Det on social media. Brazy has also mentioned Det in numerous songs, like his Jail Freestyle, a remix of Future's Perky's Callin', where Brazy raps how he can hear Det calling instead. While serving his time, Honeycomb Brazy would actually say that once he was free, he would dedicate himself to rapping in Det's memory. And he would seemingly also begin to mention a new crew or set that he would be carrying on Det's legacy under, naming his crew RN4L, meaning Real N-Word for Life. Around the time of Brazy's imprisonment, he and his friends would begin to rep the RN4L moniker. And besides Brazy, this crew would seemingly include original people close to Brazy, many of whom were also incarcerated, such as Duke Gotti, or Dugotti, another aspiring rapper at the time, who was also seemingly serving a sentence despite his young age, with videos of him rapping in jail surrounded by goons circulating online. Since then, RN4L has grown into a rather large set, as can be seen in social media posts, where Brazy can be seen proudly showing off his crew, who have the RN4L letters tatted on their necks, arms, and even faces, all while they can be seen toting heavy weaponry such as automatic rifles and FN pistols.
Yeah, man, a whole bunch of RN4L going on, man. Y'all know it, man. It's real deal gang related, man. Don't be stupid. Go shit everywhere. Y'all know the whole game.
Y'all
RN4L.
Damn, on the
y'all
neck.
Don't be RN4L.
Damn, on the neck too.
Going on. Whole bunch of it. Oh, they twat, man. Y'all know number 9, man. Stop playing, man. All on the face with this.
I ain't like, oh God. It ain't a bad logo. The RN4L in the middle of the spider web and it's like bleeding on the. It's cartoonish, but it works. I fuck with it. It ain't bad.
Going on, man. RN4L. I'm gonna take over this. Y'all know this for real, man. We stepping on.
Damn, everybody getting this shit.
RN4L is also the name of Brazy's own record label that he's used to officially publish music, since his first hit song Freestyle in 2018, whilst partnering with different distributors on different songs. The moniker RN4L, or Real N-Word for Life, is actually commonly used in a lot of rap songs. For example, Rondo No. 9 from Chicago, who I recently covered extensively in my 6-hour documentary on his gang set 600, would famously drop a mixtape series with the same moniker, and Lil Durk also has a song named RN4L devoted to Rondo, after Rondo would receive a long prison sentence for the murder of an innocent taxi driver. But anyways, creating a new set was in the grand scheme of things just another example that despite his troubles with the law, Brazy was getting increasingly sucked into the street lifestyle. And when he was finally released in early 2016, Brazy was unfortunately incapable of staying out of trouble, because almost immediately after being released, he would catch yet another case, and this time the charge was much more serious.
So I do them years, I get back out. When I step out, I stay out like a month and 15 days. No exaggerating on blood gang, did no lie. I stay out a month and 15 days. I catch a murder charge. Boom.
Damn. Oh God, Froggy, they couldn't do like, bruh. They couldn't do 999 years, fucking 12 months, and fucking what's it called, 364 days. They maxed them out. They were just spamming the 9 on the keyboard. Just keep going, fill it all the way out 9s. He's not getting out.
After getting out of prison, Brazy would begin to showcase his growing rap skills, often freestyling for the camera wherever he was. Unfortunately, he was also deep in the streets and in an environment where anything could go down at any moment, and sadly, that's exactly what would happen. After being out of prison for about a month or so, on the night of February the 21st, 2016, at approximately 8 PM, Brazy would go to an apartment complex called the Woodlands Apartments in Pritchard, just about a 10-minute drive from Happy Hills, to visit a female friend named Raisha. According to Brazy, he was there simply to serve her some weed, but the girl was also the girlfriend of his friend Stank, real name Ladarius Mora. Stank, who also went by the nickname Gunner, was very popular in Mobile and respected by many due to his family's prominence in the area. Just like Brazy had his father Big Honeycomb, Stank's family also allegedly had some members with serious connections to the Mobile underworld and were known for getting money in the streets, as can be seen on numerous pictures on social media where Stank himself can be seen flexing big stacks of cash and posting openly on Facebook that his trap house was doing numbers and attracting the attention of the police. Stank had also been close with Brazy's fallen friend Det and could be seen posting with his clique wearing shirts on his honor after Det's Stank's death. Whilst Brazy was allegedly inside the girl's home, Stank allegedly arrived at the premises to speak to Raisha after...
Nah, bro wearing a short sleeve fucking hoodie, bro.
Whilst Brazy was allegedly...
This shit crazy, bro.
Inside the girl's...
It's a crazy fucking fit. Yo.
Home, Stank allegedly arrived at the premises to speak to Raisha after the couple had seemingly had a falling out. However, allegedly, she wasn't interested in talking to Stank and wouldn't let him inside the house, making things look increasingly dicey for Honeycomb Brazy, who was still in the home at this point. At this point, an enraged Stank, who now believed his friend was inside the house with his girlfriend doing the unthinkable, things would keep escalating, as Stank would eventually force himself into the house by kicking down the door. Understandably, an enraged Stank at this point had a hard time believing that Brazy was just there to sell her some weed, and the two would get into a fight, and it was at this point that Brazy would up his gun, shooting Stank and killing him. Unfortunately,
and like motherfucker, like I hear what people call it like some shit, crash out shit, 'cause it's like, bro, what the fuck was Brazy supposed to do, bro? Like crazy, like that's like just an unfortunate situation to be in, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Stank didn't only leave behind a
It's like he didn't want to do it, but bro,
family, but also a small child, as his cousin would tell the news.
Very heartbroken saying that he has a small child who now would never know who his father is.
The cousin would also tell that there was an exchange of words between Stank and another person before the other person reacted some way, causing the shooting. And this person was known to have a violent background.
There's another individual that was there, and there was an exchange of words, and the other individual reacted, which caused to the shooting. The person who alleged did the act is a person that already has a violent history.
Police would comment that they hadn't yet arrested anyone, but they had a person of interest who would indeed turn out to be Honeycomb Brazy.
We won't say whether he was inside the residence at that time or he just showed up on the scene, but we do have a person of interest at this time.
Now, Brazy's talked about this case on numerous occasions and would even at one point record a jail freestyle called True Story, which was later made into a real song, where he talks about this incident at length, essentially doing King Von's crazy story concept before Von even did it, rapping in the song about how he went to sell Raisha a pack and ended up kicking it with her having a smoke when Stank turned up, elaborating that he grabbed his gun when he heard banging at the door and at the same time got a phone call from a friend who was actually close with Stank, with Brazy telling the friend that nothing had been happening between them, but Brazy would go on to claim that when Stank kicked the door, he slipped his handgun safely off and prayed that Stank didn't break through, with Brazy ultimately concluding that despite growing up with Stank, he wouldn't allow him to kill him over a girl, and Brazy felt he ultimately had to kill Stank in self-defense. Ultimately, Brazy would indeed end up beating the charges for Stank's murder, as he was found by the authorities to have indeed acted in self-defense, with Brazy even explaining during a live how he's still cool with some of Stank's brothers, whilst others want him dead.
I didn't look, man, I didn't kill brothers in real life, like locked up for murder, killing your brother, and still his brothers. You see what I'm saying? Like, this real life, this is my, I still with the brothers I killed. Like, we still hang around each other. You think they other brother don't even like me, he want to do something to me. But you think I be around the brothers who I killed, like, they got the same dad, everybody sits something on and I run with them. You think they'll be around me if I'm fake? Like, now you killed our brother, we still with you. I'm really a real bro. I'm really like that. I'm telling you, I'm really silent. Like, I'm really silent in real life, bro. Like, real talk. Now, this ain't no wrong word for lie. This in black and white. I caught this murder case. This in black and white. You feel? Kick the door in on me. And I had to handle my business. And I had got self-defense for it. I got self-defense for this. And, you know, they what their war started about. They what all this really struck up about their war. They what they had grandma and granddaddy did, about all this. Like, yeah.
He would also speak about the matter in his first interview after getting released in 2023, saying that he loved Stank and he would take it all back if he could.
Yeah, my partner, I love my partner. He just tripped that day, you feel me? It ain't nothing like that. You know, if I could take it back, I'd take it back. But you know how I get. Ain't down by no feel me? I ain't never been no count.
So you ain't even hit, you was just telling her, you know what I'm saying? You was just in the house type shit.
Yeah, about grandma, granddad, I ain't never on my dead little brother Myron, never up. You feel me? Really silent. It's just that how that happened.
However, despite feeling bad about the incident and ultimately getting away with it without legal consequences, this incident would set into motion a host of tragic events that would forever change Brazy's life. Because after the investigation deemed Brazy as the person of interest in the killing of Stank, he would choose not to fight the charges, but do what he's been doing since he caught his first charge at 13, go on the run. And 3 days after the death of Stank, Brazy's good friend Duke posted a video on his Facebook where Brazy can be seen commenting on what had happened, telling Duke not to trust women before saying, "I can't let no jam me up," and leaving the car.
They'll do it in time, but I can't let no jam me up though, bro. I can't go for it. If I go for it, I mean, it ain't right, bro. And if they do get me, gonna be some real already.
In the comments of the video, Duke and another friend can also be seen discussing what had happened, both seemingly being understanding to Brazy despite having also been friends with Stank. However, not everyone would be as understanding, because also in the comments of the video would be one of Stank's brothers, who was clearly not interested in lending any sympathy to Brazy, saying F him. Indeed, this time Brazy wouldn't just have the police after him, but also Stank's family, particularly one person from his father's side, Stank's uncle, Darren D.D. Southall, who was known in the streets of Mobile as the kingpin of one of Alabama's biggest drug trafficking organizations. While Brazy and D.D. had seemingly been on good terms in the past, the death of Stank would ignite a deadly war between the two that would ultimately end up unleashing a wave of violence all across Alabama. Darren D.D. Southall is not your ordinary Mobile gangster. This is no small-time drug dealer, because at his height, he allegedly ran a massive empire worth tens of millions of dollars, transporting thousands of kilograms of Class A dope to smaller distributors across the Gulf Coast. And according to law enforcement, Southall's drug empire was active at least from 2016 until early 2021, when he and his organization were finally busted. And during the investigation into Southall and his co-conspirators, law enforcement would intercept a call between Southall and his supplier in Texas, where he would claim to distribute 100 kilos of cocaine every single month. With deliveries landing as regular as clockwork, this was a reliable drug line believed to be netting $3 million in cash per month, with investigators seizing approximately $2.2 million in cash during one bust. After getting arrested and indicted, D.D. Southall would eventually agree to a plea agreement that made him accountable for 4,000 kilos of cocaine, 24 kilos of heroin, and 2 kilos of fentanyl, totaling to about $24 million in drug proceeds. However, Southall's journey to the top of the dope game hadn't been the most typical. In fact, it was believed that he climbed to the top of the drug economy in Mobile largely by snitching on all of his competition, with these snitching allegations on D.D. Southall going back decades to at least the late 90s.
I told you! Like, come on now. I could just spot a rap from a mile away, bro. Come on now.
2000s, essentially almost as far back as his criminal record.
Southall has a long criminal history dating back to the 1990s. Several charges stemmed from possession of cocaine.
Southall was also
accused of being a drug ringleader in a multi-state, multi-million-dollar drug organization.
For example, in 2003, Southall was part of a case against a fellow drug dealer, Leroy Jackson, who was also the owner of a Mobile-based record label, Guerrilla Records, with artists like C. Nile, who was also affiliated with the legendary Screwed Up clique from Houston, Texas. During the trial, Southall testified that he had been buying crack from Jackson 2 or 3 times a week from 1999 to 2001, when Jackson went to prison. In 2013, in another case against a dirty cop named Edmund Burke, Southall would allegedly knowingly help arrange a deal between Burke and his cousin and an undercover cop, which would lead to Burke's arrest and conviction. In one flabbergasting video,
he moving crazy. He is moving crazy. He not just telling on the ops, he's setting the ass up.
And now older Southall can be seen proudly proclaiming that I ain't on no police anymore, I ain't got nobody left to roll on, I got the city in a chokehold. Essentially admitting that he snitched so much that he has no more competition left in the city.
I ain't on police. I ain't got nobody to roll on. I got the
Nah, he not an informant. They need to get that man a fucking badge. He cleared the city out. It's just him now. Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
This video would be posted on Instagram by the rapper and undisputed Jug King of Atlanta, Young Scooter, who himself seemed dumbfounded by this admission, writing the caption, "This is what the street's coming to. The streets are on life support." He said he got the whole city of Mobile. Brazy, who at this time was beginning to pick up steam as a rapper, would comment on the video.
Man, I said that shit the first thing I seen, the first fucking mugshot I seen, bro. I knew it, bro.
His song Gucci Flow,
I knew it, bro.
Southall by saying, "How the biggest rat in the city got some bricks on my head." This was a dangerous rival, and it would mean that Brazy would need to look out for both violence and snitching from the very same op. Indeed, while Southall had seemingly gotten to the top,
it's like he's just not like, oh, he caught a case with somebody else, oh, he snitched. No, bro, he took out the whole city.
The dope game by snitching on his competition with the help of Mobile police. He was no stranger to using violence to get his way too. In 2012, he was actually charged with an attempted murder after he allegedly shot a man in a restaurant after a fight had broken out. This incident occurred at the Cozy Brown's Kitchen in Pritchard, Alabama, a mere 3 minutes drive from the Woodlands apartments, where Brazy actually ended up killing Stank. Now, Southall was after Brazy, and he would do everything in his power to get his revenge. However, if Brazy's enemies wanted him, they would have to get there.
I can't even do that with him. He gonna fucking snitch. Man, we gotta get him out there. Father and son cellmate. That's where I heard that shit from. Man, I knew, but I didn't know it was Honeycomb. I ain't gonna lie, but I seen that shit before. That was it. Damn.
The police would eventually catch up with Honeycomb Brazy while he was on the run, and he was ultimately apprehended and charged with the murder of his friend Stank, landing him back in jail while he awaited trial. He would later explain to his fans how he had still been active in the streets during his time on the run, and how his ops, like the D.D. Southall shooters, were on his heels trying to kill him. However, he also alleges that once they found out his location, they sent the police on him rather than sliding themselves.
Catch the murder charge.
What else they gonna
I'm on
do?
the run with that firearm on me. I'm on the run with the stick because I'm still at smoke while I'm on the run for the murder. Still out here trying to kill me. We still spinning. I'm still spinning while I'm on the run for a murder. End up getting locked up. Find out where I'm at. They put the law on me instead of coming to span. They put the law on my house. Caught me dead, locked me up there, and boom.
However, at this point, Brazy was used to jail, and he would seemingly live relatively good behind bars, commonly posting pics of himself on social media, holding stacks of cash, eating good, and rocking designer clothes.
Nah, my man's got, what is that, Burberry? He got the Burberry, that's like the golfer hat, like they don't got no top to it. Yo, you got the seasoning in there? Nah. Yo, it got everything, bro. That's like the shaker cup. What the fuck? He living good. Look at all that ice. He got hustler. Yo, he is living comfortable in there, bro. Damn.
Just like his father had famously done years before him, as well as going live, showing him and his partners living their best life in jail, doing their everyday activities like lifting weights.
Man, it's too much pressure, man.
I ain't gonna lie, that shirt is done for. You might as well just go shirtless, bro. Cause what the fuck?
Oh, so.
Strings hanging off for dear life.
Man, we grinding for this, man. We grinding for this.
Rusty as hell, but at least you gotta work out.
Hold the camera, hey, let me touch.
He's struggling. Oh, we got it up though. Ain't even that much. It's like what, like 135? Look, he got headphones in.
Every day workout plan, break a jaw. Break a jaw. Don't try me. Don't try me. Oh my mom, we really
they comfortable in there, bro.
Like we really out here doing it, man. Oh my mom, we really out here doing it. Hey, you gotta stay up. I'm so scared of y'all. You win your cup. Yeah. Grind in.
Get they phones, bro.
Grind in. On something. Y'all don't get this through now.
Looks not even broken.
56 years old.
Yo!
56 years old.
My man's teeth white as fuck too.
56 years old. Still grinding.
Look at his teeth though.
56
teeth whiter than mine. What the fuck?
Grinding. Get out of the
Nah.
Anything 35 and up.
I might want to go to prison after this shit. My bad. They comfortable in
Why
here.
know we do it?
Brazy would also often record himself freestyling on camera, even asking his live viewers to pick the beats to rap to.
Nah, he live with
it? Man, bro.
That
anybody can pick a beat, bro, on everything. Anybody on live right now?
Wait, my man's got the fucking crimson red bandana on. Cause that ain't bright red, that's crimson red. He is, bro, he's banging his shit in there. Wait, what's that? What's that in the back? Wait, what's that in the back? Y'all see it?
Anybody on live right now, just send the beat. All up in the shower, cause on Honeycomb Jr., I got power. Pull up in the bar truck, you hear that? Bang! Get back.
As well as sometimes rapping deeper lyrics about his life that he had written down.
No one down wanna see me young. If you black
guy, see
me young. Flexing hard, cause I'm paranoid. How it happened? Bow, what are you wishing for? Run up in the house, make that get out. I told I'm coming right back. I'm coming right back with this thing. Now it's gotta happen. This gotta happen. Quick going through it, so I do that with him too. You know what I'm saying? They real. It real like that. We dying by that. I'm just like my dad, and you just like your daddy too, and you know he a rap. Why I don't listen to rapper because they tellin' lie. Why I don't listen to rapper because they tellin' lie. When we were lurking for real, we used to sleep outside. And we were lurking for real, we used to sleep outside.
Turn that shit off! That shit whack! Imagine you fucking cellmates with this dude.
Brazy could even be seen rapping the lyrics to his song Freestyle that would later turn out to be his breakthrough hit.
I be so paranoid, I'm talking about I put my game on my pills alive. I know that these niggas plot. That's why I surround myself on my killers line.
Perhaps due to his rapping skills and reputation in the streets, or maybe due to the connections that he had made while being in the streets or behind bars, Brazy would also already have some of the most major connections in the rap industry, as he would post himself FaceTiming famous rappers and known street figures, like Atlanta's biggest dope dealer turned rapper, Rallo, aka Mr. Dogfood, and Yo Gotti's #1 shooter turned rapper, Black Youngster. It was also during this stint in jail that Brazy would famously spend time in the same cell as his father, Big Honeycomb, likely making his time behind bars much more tolerable as they finally had all the time in the world to catch up on life and spend long lost time together. Placing the two in the same cell seemed like an unusual stroke of luck, particularly given that Big Honeycomb also shared the same cell with Brazy's uncle Gator Q. However, according to Brazy, this was not done on purpose, but rather the prison staff were actually completely unaware of him being Big Honeycomb's son due to the fact they actually had different last names, with Honeycomb Jr. actually having the last name of his mother.
Y'all shared the same cell?
Oh, that makes sense.
We slept in the same cell, Magic Count at West Jail.
How does that work? Like, did y'all make it like that, or did he just?
No, they just put me in the cell with them. Like, I got out of lockup. I was at St. Cloud, but I was goddamn getting into without, so they end up kicking me out of that. They like you can't be here no more. You doing too much. So they sent me to goddamn West Jefferson and lockup. So when I got out of lockup, they put me right in the cell with my daddy. But they didn't know that my daddy, we got the same first name, we ain't got the same last name. So I went in there with him, we banging. That pop real. We ain't doing no beginning high, sipping drink, talking on the phone, out, kicking it. That's it.
Anyway, Brazy would wind up spending 6 months with his father, Big Honeycomb, and would later claim he would have actually taken another year in jail if he was.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's probably big as fuck for him, because he hadn't seen his dad since 2008. Like he wasn't be able to share anything with him, bro. Like, he was able to just see him and talk to him and shit off the phone, but he didn't really do anything else with him. So it's like, bro, you get 6 months with your dad, and you probably not gonna get that shit again. That's just a stroke of luck. That's probably never gonna happen again. So it's like he locked up for life. He got to spend 6 months with him, just randomly.
Was able to spend it with his father.
And how long did y'all share the cell for?
We did about 5-6 months, and I dipped. I had went home. That was the last. I was on the end of my bed.
Okay.
Yeah, but I left out the cell with him though. I ain't really want to leave that. I was ready to do another year with him for real. On everything, I ain't even lying.
But eventually, Brazy would end up beating the murder charges on a self-defense basis in late 2017, hitting the streets again whilst leaving his father behind in jail, which was clearly a tough pill to swallow, as Brazy has expressed numerous times how heartbroken he felt after he was separated from his father again. Brazy has since gone live on social media with his father, making it obvious just how much joy he gets from speaking to him.
Man, free my motherfucking daddy, man. My daddy finna come on here. My dad in the cell right now. I'm telling my dad in the jail cell right now. Hold on, cut that off.
Yeah, he is on that bitch too.
Man, free my motherfucking daddy, man.
That's crazy.
My dad in the motherfucking cell. Y'all think I'm finna let him take me? You think I'm finna let him take me while my dad out there, bitch? Is y'all stupid? Hey, Dad. Hey. What's up, Pops? I love you, Pops.
And Brazy has also mentioned how he would sign to a record label if they're just able to help him get his father out.
Told them, folks, you want me to sign, get my dad out. That's all y'all gotta do. And you gonna see it on flexing or not. And on this time, he been locked up 14 years already on the life sentence. He can make parole next year and come home. But he case some real bull. So in it, y'all got some good lawyers and all that right there. Anything, get what? Man, run it, man. Like, run it, let run it. Yeah, let run it. Any record label, anybody, let run it. Get Pops out. Know y'all got that pull. Know y'all got that pull for real, for real. Know y'all can do that. Know y'all can get Pops out. Yeah, know y'all want Brazy. Y'all know Brazy gonna bring that check for y'all now. Y'all know I'm finna be the hardest out. If I gotta go independent or anyway, I'm finna be the hardest out. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get him out myself anyway. I'm just trying to get him out a little bit faster.
But before Brazy would hit the streets once again, his father would leave him with one piece of advice: move carefully. Because while he might have been officially off the hook legally when it came to the death of Stank, D.D. Southall was not about to let his nephew's death go unavenged.
Hey, really want to be
I got money on my head. Like, that one I had the murder. That one I'm finna get out for it. I had to do 2 years. So I'm finna get out on that right there. He telling me, well, you get out there, you gotta walk light. You goddamn trying to get you out the way now. Like, I ain't trying to goddamn get that phone call. For real. Can't let them do me like that while I'm doing life.
Real shit. Damn. Nah, the gunshots is crazy. Honeycomb Brazy shot 8 times and put in a coma, man. Coma is crazy, man.
After beating the charges in the murder of Stank and getting out of jail, Honeycomb Brazy would hit the streets running, determined to turn his difficult life experiences, as well as his connections within the music industry, into a successful career in the rap game. But before he would even get a chance to start, things would almost be over for Brazy, because only about a week after being released, he would get into an altercation, allegedly with D.D. Southall's shooters, resulting in him getting shot 8 times, with one of these being a headshot. Fortunately, Brazy would survive the shooting, but the situation was serious. He would reportedly fall into a coma for a week, and when he finally woke up, the doctors believed he would never walk again. And Brazy would later open up about these events on social media and in interviews.
I did like a year and 8 months at fighting the murder. I get off on that, when I get off on the hard, get out, boom. First week out, they hit me 8 times. They did that. Hit me 7, 8 times. First
Yo, dad said, move lightly, bro. Tread lightly. First week out, they got you, bro. Oh my god, they was waiting for that day. Oh my god, that's some KTS Vaughn shit, bro. Wait till you get out, don't even leave the parking lot of prison. Hit your ass up. He said a week, man.
Now, you do have a...
He live a crazy life, bro. He said he did his 3 years. What was 3 years for? The attempt on his cousin. Got out for a month and some change. Out a month and 15 days. Caught a murder charge. And then fucking got locked up for, a year and some change. Got out, got shot 8 times. Damn.
Viral video of you getting patched up by one of your homies, right?
Yeah.
This was right after you got shot, like moments after you got shot?
No, hell no. You talking about when I was like patching my back up?
Yeah.
Nah, that when I had got shot 8 times. That was just me getting out the hospital and he was just changing my wound.
Okay, I'm thinking you didn't even go to the hospital. It was just some hood, like your homie
Hell
was
nah,
patching
he
you
couldn't.
up.
You get 8 times, you gotta go to the hospital.
Yeah, 8 times.
Okay.
Motherfucker said he thought the homies was just, hey, you got 8 times, I got you. I'm a fucking doctor. Let me just, bro, you need multiple doctors on that bitch. It don't even matter if you got a hood doctor in your area, bro. 8 times is fucking crazy, bro. You got help. You need
go
help.
to the hospital, he's still living that life.
This isn't the time you got shot in the head, correct?
Yeah, that was the time I got shot in the head.
And how long were you in the coma?
Like, probably like 8, 9 days.
Okay, and I understand
I ain't gonna lie, when you hear like life support, coma, I'm thinking the worst every time, bro, because it's very rare that motherfuckers like survive a coma and get out that bitch. Or I heard motherfuckers stay in comas for years, bro. I remember seeing a post, and it was like 2021. It was like, girl that was in coma since 2016 wakes up from coma. Like, bro, how the fuck do they have a room for her, like, for 5 years or 6 years, however long that shit was? Like, how the fuck do they just keep that room open? Just pull the cord, bro. She is not waking up. Coma sound crazy as fuck, bro, because I'm like, does your hair grow? Does your body still, like, work? I'm confused. Parents, that's just still crazy though.
Just told you shouldn't have made it?
Yeah, they were telling me I wasn't gonna be able to like walk right. I wasn't gonna feel some part of my leg no more because I couldn't feel it. But now I feel it now though. So, they told me all type of lies. I be bored.
Man, do you ever just sit back and be?
Nah, they just be telling you the worst case scenario, bro. Like, cause the body's like very like. It just depends, bro. It's like millimeters of like, hey, if this bullet was millimeters left, you couldn't walk again. If it was right, you would be full of function. That's just how like scary the body is, bro.
Like, man, I'm just happy to be here.
Hell yeah, all the time. Every time I get high, pop a perk, goddamn, thinking like that.
Brazy would also later post a picture of himself when he was in a coma to his Instagram, together with lyrics from his 2020 song The Truth, Gucci Flow, reciting the famous line, "The biggest rat in my city got some bricks on my head," clearly insinuating that he considered Southall to be responsible for the attack. He would also mention the shooting in the song Camelback, where he raps,
Honeycomb Hideout.
"Shot me 8 times, cause you made a deal, you set me up, almost got me killed," insinuating that he might have gotten ambushed or backdoored during the incident. After Brazy woke up from his coma and was in the recovery stages, he would leave Mobile and go to Atlanta to stay with none other than Rallo and his Famgoon partners. Now, those of you who have seen my video about Rallo might remember that this would have been around the time when Rallo's massive drug operation was actually at its peak. In fact, this was only a few months before Rallo was finally arrested and raided by the feds. But one of the Famgoon members close to Brazy was a rapper named Donkey Wild, who has even served time with Brazy, as can be seen from the cover photo that he posted together with their song called No Hook in 2020. In fact, at one point when they were locked up together, Brazy would apparently even receive an extra year in jail for allegedly stabbing a man who had stolen Donkey's phone, as he would later explain during his Say Cheese interview.
You got an extra year in jail because of that?
Oh no, see that what you talking about, that was behind Duke Wild. That was behind Duke Wild. That what you talking about. That last time I was locked up, I had got an extra year behind that. Yeah, some took his phone and stabbed him, took his store and sent him to the hospital. All type of shit was going on with him. And I went off, I stabbed some up about him. Yeah, that when I got an extra year. Yeah.
In December 2017, Donkey would post a short vlog showing him picking up Brazy from the hospital after his coma.
Yeah, I thought it was horrible.
A video would also be posted online showing Donkey rebandaging Brazy's wounds and showing off the severity of the attack. as well as how close these two clearly were at this time. A clip from this video was also featured in the music video for Brazy's famous song, Under Pressure, after he raps the line, "They tried to do me like 50 Cent, they hit the car with a high 8, 3 to the back, 1 to the head, you know we don't count below the waist." Still, even months after the shooting, Brazy would do a 30-minute live on Facebook where he would desperately attempt to squeeze out a bullet from his leg that still remained there since the shooting. And
bro, I seen people squeeze out bullets. Like, I think it's just like fuck, bro. What? That should be on like the temperature around you. Like, I heard people, like, if they bullets resurface like when it's hot out or some shit like that, and then it'll be so close to getting out. And I seen someone pop some shit out from like 10 years ago type shit. That's how much it like stayed in, and doctors can't remove it because it could cause certain shit. So it's just like, hey, if it naturally comes out, boom, like it's not harming you type shit. That should be crazy as fuck. And then sometimes I heard like if it's the wrong temperature outside or something, or like wrong temperature inside, don't even matter. Like you could like sit on it the wrong way, you could fuck with it the wrong way, and it could hurt a certain way just because it's moving around in your body. Yeah.
Even off.
Nah, but the bullet can move around crazy, bro. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna go all the way up and down your arm, but it could just move like in a certain spot in front of something, and you tap on it wrong or sit on it wrong, boom. It's so you can't even sit no more. You gotta like
with expertise in bullet removal, like $1,000 if they could help him.
Yeah, I pay up, mother. Right now, I'm talking about what a want. I got 1,000. Hospital charge more than that. Man, I got 500. Anybody know how to move that? Right now I got 500, bro. No lie.
He's talking about moving it?
Come get this. Anybody know how to get this bitch? Man, I got 500.
Trying to get it out.
Then pull up, get this out me, dog. My mama get this out me, dog. Got 1,000.
Brazy's original plan was to stay in Atlanta and record music with Rollo and the Fam Goons, but as he would later explain, vengeance was playing heavy on his mind, and even in the safety of Atlanta, far away from the dangers of Mobile, Brazy wanted to get back to Alabama to stand on business. So he would return to Mobile with one goal in mind: get back.
Damn, I shoot to the A with Rollo now, and what I did, I shoot to the A, boom. I'm talking about Fam Goon. I'm talking about this before the deal, all the extra. I shoot to the A, Fam Goon now in Pakistan. I'm ducked out right now. That's where I'm chilling at. I just left that before the feds hit that. I put the bin in now. I just left that whole like, no, I'm finna dip because I wasn't feeling right. On my first week out, I just shot me 8 times, hit my all in the head. So I'm like, no, I can't rap right now. I'm like, I gotta go spin. I can't rap. Like, when I try to get in the studio, I can't even rap. I couldn't do a bar because I'm like, no, these stepped on me. Like, I can't rap. I'm out here rapping these folks stepping. No, we finna go step back.
And after returning to Mobile, Brazy would allegedly slide every single night, sometimes even multiple times per night, looking to catch the people.
My man is looking.
However, Brazy's enemies, who thought that he wasn't even in the city, would mistakenly retaliate against the wrong people, resulting in someone's grandmother's house being shot up. An eerie sense of foreshadowing, considering what would happen some years later to Brazy's grandparents.
I'm spending like real talk on my soul. I'm spending every night I came down.
That's all I could think about though.
I spent like 4 times one night, and I knew they know of me because I posted a picture the next day to let them know of me. They thought I wasn't even in Mobile. They just had everybody getting shot at. Getting shut up, spending this, spending that, just on dead gray, on blood. I ain't doing no line.
This live is crazy. He explained everything in this live. I've seen this shit a couple times.
Some more spending, so they go hit that some more. That boy, real beef in the city now, blood like boy, smoke now. So you'll never know if you got beef on you. You don't know who got you. You feel me? So we spinning. They go hit that some more, but they end up shooting grandma's house up. So when they shot grandma's house up, I'm like, nah. I'm finna let these know I'm down here. I'm finna let these know I did it, but I ain't finna tell on myself and be like, oh, I did this and did that. But I'm finna post that little picture in Mobile, in my project where I'm from, Happy Hill. I'm finna post that picture in Happy Hill and let these know I'm in the city. I'm out there coma. They thought I was dead. I'm back. So y'all post the picture. So now they know, oh, that come Mobile. So he did that. Yeah, he did that. But the only reason I posted the picture because they shot a grandma's house up. I don't even know that. I just heard like that they hit bro grandma house thing and he would and I'm knowing he ain't do that. So I'm gonna get him out that jam like, no, bro, I ain't do that, y'all. Don't hit that grandma house up. Like, no, I don't want no grandma getting killed by did, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be on my case.
But staggeringly, Brazy wouldn't stop his revelations there, as he would say that in the end, he got the last laugh because the ops have dead friends who are never coming back. And he would quote the infamous diss song by Gucci Mane, The Truth, which is dedicated to Gucci's main op, Young Jeezy, where Gucci raps, "Go dig your partner up now, I bet he can't say." a reference to young Jeezy's friend Pookie Loke, who was killed by Gucci Mane during an incident where Jeezy's henchmen attempted to backdoor Gucci with the help of a young woman.
Correct. Now they got me down bad. They got the laugh. I got the laugh. Dead. You feel me? You got dead. Ain't never coming back. Like Gucci said, did your partner? Man, he can't say y'all for real on that. So I wasn't tripping about that part. Like I done did everything but died on my soul. Did everything but died. Like real talk. So I don't be giving the shit. Like shot me in the head, shot me 3 times in the back. All that shit. Like
shit interesting, bro. We hour in. I'm really interested in this shit.
I don't give a f. I know God got me.
A few months after getting shot, Brazy would also post a message saying that his family had switched up on him and that he would face whatever came his way alone. Now, you can really get an idea of where Brazy's head was at during this time by reading an exchange between Brazy and the brother of Stank in May 2018, where Brazy would post about a situation that resembled very closely what happened between him and Stank, saying, if you got someone you like and you get into an argument with guns around, you should walk away rather than kill your friends. To which Stank's brother would reply, attempting to press Brazy, saying, you stepped on my brother and never explained, but what's understood doesn't need an explanation. But Brazy, seemingly not concerned even the slightest, would directly taunt the brother back, telling him to suck his D and explain that. But eventually, Brazy would seemingly get tired of sliding, ultimately getting motivated to take rapping seriously as he continued to drop videos of himself freestyling on social media. Then, in June 2018, he would finally put out his first official song under the name Honeycomb Brazy, together with a music video. This song wound up being his biggest hit so far, a track titled simply Freestyle, or Freestyle That's the Intro, with this song essentially intended to be an introduction to him as an artist. Now, the song follows pretty much the exact same lyrics that Brazy had already been rapping in jail before his release, but at the time without a beat, which is why the track is simply called Freestyle. But what makes this song so catchy is arguably the effortless way that Brazy rides the laid-back yet energetic beat, going bar after bar for over 7 minutes, together with a catchy flow combined with his heavy Alabama drawl and funny lyrics that paint a vivid picture of Brazy's crazy life. The track resembled the style of an old Gucci Mane track, with the song being a prime example of why Brazy has been called the Gucci Mane of Alabama, rapping about hooking up with flexible women who do yoga, being surrounded by killers who he can send to do any job, and saying that he would go to jail for his friends. He even compares himself to a pimp, saying that he's had girls since 10 years old, and he reminisces on robbing packs and getting finessed in the streets by his own uncle. Given all of the trauma that Brazy has experienced during his young life, the song also gives a more serious insight into Brazy's state of mind, like when he mentions being so paranoid that he pumps gas with his pistol drawn and only surrounds himself with killers. Brazy would later open up about the process of making the song To Say Cheese, saying how he knew that this track would blow up.
Now, your first ever music video, right, is at 22 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
You don't ever see that happen. Like, that is like unheard of.
Yeah.
Speak on that. Like, you're in the studio, you're recording this record. Are you knowing that this is the record, or you just doing you?
Nah, I'm knowing that's it for real. Like, Ben had that like, and I was at a mass camp with Jefferson. That when I was locked up in the cell. My dad, you know, me and my dad, we slept in the same cell, you feel me? So it was like, we was in that you just running to me like, man, Lil, you gotta rap me out this. You got it. Like, you gotta rap me out this. Like, get out there and do it. Like, I really did this for my dad, you know.
I don't know if I ever heard a Honeycomb Brazy song, bro. I heard like the bullshit behind his name, but I don't know if I heard. I've listened to
like Big Dude, Bird, you know, Joel, you know, my main man, you know.
Say she be posting so I really
drove it. Big Aunt, I got in my ear real telling me to run it, so I hopped on that tight time.
He would also explain how shooting the music video in Mobile had felt risky for him, noting how he had his head on a switch.
Honey Pack Prank. That dropped 4 weeks ago. Oh damn, he went crazy when he came home. Look at that shit. 6 out of 10 videos. Damn, 7 minutes is crazy.
Hey, bitch, I got pile on the beat. Honey, call Junior Bear.
2018.
Yeah. Hey, free Juve, man. No, free Big Dude, man. Free my motherfucking daddy, man. Free PT, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Free all my real niggas out the chain gang, man. You know, we screaming fuck 12 in a bed spring, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he wore the Mets jersey, okay.
Like, we ain't let shit hold up back, nigga. You know this shit straight out the head with acapella in the joint, nigga. I put this on everything. I'm screaming fuck 12 in the bed spring. Fuck about taking no rent. I'm chasing the check. I sleep when I'm dead, man. I'm so like the head, man. I just met a new bitch with some head gang. She said she know yo. I'm trying to fold her up like a spaghetti screen. Remember the old day. That sideway B shit, but I'm bigger now. Remember the cold trays in the jail cell. It lost her for dinner now. These bitches be throwing pussy. These niggas be in my head like some clip or not. I be so paranoid. I'm talking about I pull my gas with my pistol out. I know that these niggas plot. That's why I surround myself on number killers now. All I gotta do is send them out. I'm a big dog like Clifford.
Good, I
We
feel
treat
it.
niggas like dinner date. You know we just pull up and take them out and jump on the interstate.
Part 2 at 7.4 million. Is that like good or bad? I ain't listened to the whole shit. Man, 24 million, 9 million, 8 million. Freestyle part 2. Man, it's good numbers. What do you got in general or in total? 250 million. Damn. Oh, dang, he dropped part 1, then part 2 right after. Or like a year later, it looked like. Damn. That's how you should.
Swivel the entire time shooting it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I would listen to that back in 2018. I don't know, because like TJ, Polo, and all them, like that's the infamous year. And then Roddy was around that time too.
Indeed, even be seen in the video with Brazy's gaze often momentarily panning past the camera, just checking out what's going on in the background.
My grump had goddamn like really paid for the video. He was like, man, you gotta go and do this. So I was like, man, I ain't trying to shoot no video on Mobile. Man, you know I got smoke. He like, man, that them finna do it. So you know my grump paid for the video and shit. It just put up. You know, we just shot that like right then and now, cause I already had dropped the song, got that guy shot up, and we just rent that like straight out the top, like whatever happened, everything on that real, when nothing made up, it like they rented. I'm watching it around the whole video though. I'm really paranoid. Like I'm watching everything. I'm thinking they about to go down for real.
Around the time of dropping Freestyle, Brazy was also seemingly close with other up-and-coming rappers from Mobile, like No Cap, who he would later post a pic with a few weeks later. Unfortunately, Brazy was still taking a huge risk just staying in Mobile, and already the next month in early July, he would apparently get shot again, this time in the leg, with Brazy posting a video of himself laying on the couch with a new bandage around his ankle, whilst he would casually freestyle about how he kept getting shot.
I do this out the head, niggas shot me all up in my leg, but before that, they hit me up in my back and up in my head, but instead, I'm still living and these want me dead.
In the comments, someone would ask Brazy why his leg was taped up with electrical tape, to which Brazy would reply, saying that the shooting had just happened 15 minutes ago. Later that day, he would do another post, now having a full cast on his left leg, together with a message
My man did not care to go to the fucking hospital. You'd rather fucking freestyle.
taunting his ops, who had once again failed to take him out. And the next day, he would once again post a cryptic message where he would accuse his own family of setting him up, saying it's going to be somebody around him who gets him killed, and that he's at war with both the ops and the cops, and claiming not to respect the older OGs in his city. Then, the next month, things would just keep getting worse, as Brazy would post how someone had shot up his mother's house, as well as hitting his brother and his cousin, with Brazy saying that all of this had been done for a big rat, clearly insinuating that Southall shooters had once again done another hit. Clearly a lot was happening behind the scenes in Brazy's life, and his beef in the streets was seemingly also affecting his connections in the Mobile rap scene, as the next day, Brazy would post how he couldn't work with certain local rappers anymore due to their connections to Southall and his crew, mocking them for running with rats and respecting the police. And then, already the next day, Brazy was seemingly locked up once again, likely on a probation violation, as he would post how he would have to serve another 90 days. Unfortunately, this 90 days would ultimately turn into over a year, perhaps due to the incident involving Famgoon member Dookie Wild.
Oh no, see that what you talking about, that was behind Dookie Wild, that was behind Dookie Wild. That what you talking about, that last time I was locked up, I had got an extra year behind that. Yeah, some had took his phone and stabbed him, you know, took his store and sent him to the hospital, all type of shit going on with him. And you know, I went off, I stabbed up about him, yeah, that when I got an extra year. Yeah.
But ultimately, nothing could stop the motion that Brazy's debut freestyle was picking up, and eventually, rap fans everywhere would get to know the artist named Honeycomb Brazy, and the wild and dangerous story behind his music career.
Murder Raps, the death and destruction behind Honeycomb's career.
Getting locked up would once again put Honeycomb Brazy's life and career on hold, and between September 2018 and September 2019, Brazy would only drop one new song on his own YouTube channel, when in November 2018 he put out his second track, the aptly named Freestyle Part 2, which was released together with a music video that was seemingly filmed before he had gotten locked up. The song follows the proven formula of the Freestyle Part 1 with no chorus, but simply Brazy spitting straight bars for about 7 minutes. The song wouldn't quite reach the hype of Freestyle Part 1, but the music video to Part 2 stands today at over 7 million views, and at this point, Brazy clearly had a formula of going viral off his street stories between spells inside. On the last day of 2018, Brazy would reflect on his life from behind bars, writing how being in jail once again had shown him who his real friends were and those who were around him just for the opportunity of getting some clout. That was followed by major news the next day as Brazy would announce that he had been in touch with none other than Jay Prince, the legendary music executive and owner of Rap-A-Lot Records from Houston, Texas. Brazy was apparently planning on signing with Rap-A-Lot when he got back out in the streets. Jay Prince Jr., the son of the music mogul, would also post himself on Instagram listening to Brazy's big hit Freestyle, and the two would even FaceTime together while Brazy was locked up.
FaceTime?
Yeah, man. We're about to turn this man everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's on Mars. It's on Mars. Yeah, it's up there, man. Hey, man, he the next one coming out. I said it on Mars. He the next one up. I said that. And you know who come behind me. Yeah.
During 2019, while Brazy was locked up, he would drop a few features with other Mobile artists like Bianca Clark, as well as promoting them, for example No Cap, who was already making big waves and was soon about to release his breakthrough hit Ghetto Angels. Brazy was also still seemingly working on new music and writing songs ready to capitalize on his buzz as soon as he was free again, and that time would finally come.
Alex said he has a FaceTime call, with, I was like, Key Glock? K-Flock on the stream sometime these next few weeks. FaceTime?
In September 2019.
Try again. What's up?
Yeah, I said that freezer ass going out at the gate.
Damn, boy, made out that boy. Boy, look at him, boy. Over with. Never again. It's over with. I'm ready to go to the studio. Got deep at that whole body like cheese curd. Big bro. Man, what I'm trying to tell you. Though y'all been pull up over there? They got balls. Smoke dog, yo. That my cousin record up. Y'all gonna get that sent to jail. Hold up. That's how you open that bitch up, man? How you open that whole D?
Brazy now had both a fan base that was waiting on his next move after the huge success of Freestyle Part 1 and 2, and connections to some major music industry heavyweights like the Prince family, as he would touch the streets rocking a brand new Rap-A-Lot chain. Not long after this, the music also begun dropping again too, starting with the song and music video for a track titled New Body. Starting off with a clip of Brazy FaceTiming the Dirty South legend Boozy Badass, who welcomed Brazy back home. This would show just how far Honeycomb Brazy had already cracked the music industry, despite the very little time that he'd spent as an official recording artist. And now, he was commonly associating himself with some of the biggest names in rap. New Body was followed with a slew of other songs and music videos, like the track Honeycomb Jr. vs. Honeycomb Brazy, named after his old street persona and new rap persona, which Brazy had actually teased on Facebook when he was still locked up, although he would seemingly end up shortening the song from its original 10-minute runtime. There's also the song Under Pressure, where Brazy raps about his trials and tribulations both in and out of jail, like spending time in solitary confinement and even getting stabbed in prison. Brazy was also doing shows in Alabama, but problems kept following him, with at least one of these shows seemingly being cancelled due to Brazy's notorious reputation, as Brazy would take to Facebook to vent, calling the police lame and scared, as they had apparently labelled his shows as gang-related. Also, despite Brazy's close ties with the Prince family, he would eventually post that he had not signed with Rap-A-Lot after all, seemingly looking to get into a better position before locking himself into a deal, and saying in a Facebook post that he's got something up his sleeve and that he needs a fire-ass manager since he got this far with no management or promotion. Unfortunately though, just when things were beginning to look extremely good for Brazy's rap career, his deep connections to the streets would ultimately knock him back, as Brazy was later arrested for drug and gun possession, once again breaking the conditions of his probation. That same day, someone would post on his Facebook saying that Brazy would be home soon, but of course, that wasn't the case. And once again, Brazy would be stuck in jail right when he was poised to take his career to the next level. Fortunately though, this time Brazy had at least had music already recorded, and in January 2020, he would release his debut project, the 12-track long Honeycomb Hideout. Interestingly, for whatever reason, Brazy's Facebook is completely clean of any posts during this time he was locked up in 2020. Perhaps this time around he couldn't get his hands on a phone, or maybe he'd rather let the music do the talking. But what we do know is that right before Brazy would be released in early November 2020, he would take another major loss in his personal life, as at around 8:40 a.m. on the 21st of October, Trayvon Thomas, the younger brother of Brazy's fallen best friend Det, was found shot dead inside his Semler Street apartment, right around Brazy's old stomping grounds in the Happy Hills neighborhood.
So, Ado coming up at Outlaw, and was it Happy Hill with you?
It was just me and Dick in Happy Hill.
You and Dick?
Yeah, it was just me and Dick in Happy Hill.
Oh, that's where everybody be screaming like Honeycomb and everybody?
Yeah, Dick.
That's your brother?
Yeah, that's my brother. That's my big brother. Big gangster.
Big gangster.
Yeah, old Dick. Rich.
You look gangster.
Yeah, I'm looking, but I ain't no damn gangster. I'm not no more gangster. I'm not no gangster player. I am a comedian.
Circumstances around his death are still largely unknown, but it seems that Thomas had become a victim of a homicide. Trayvon, better known in Mobile as Trey Baby or Funny Ass Trey Baby, was an aspiring stand-up and social media comedian who had begun to garner a name for himself in Alabama by doing comedy shows around the state, as well as doing sketches on social media. In the song Mind of a Real N-Word...
Wait, so this the dude that died? That's his... Because he said that's his big brother. Man, so he's a comedian too, and they ran up in his crib at 8:40 in the morning?
Baby was an aspiring stand-up and social
That's a crazy fit on the left, bro.
Media comedian who had begun to garner a name for himself in Alabama by doing comedy shows around the state, as well as doing sketches on social media. In the song Mind of a Real N-Word that was released a few months after Trey's death, Brazy would rap how he thinks it's time to leave Mobile due to all of the violence, as well as pointing out how both Trey and Det got killed on the very same street, the Semler Street. Trey's death would hit Brazy hard, and he would later promise to take revenge if he ever found out who was behind the murder. A few weeks after Trey's death, Brazy would suddenly return to his Facebook at the beginning of November, seemingly around the time he was released from jail. But sadly, once again, only a few days after getting out, Brazy himself will become the target of a serious attempt on his life.
Bro. You get shot one more motherfucking time, bro. Jesus.
Dead way.
On the 10th of November, Brazy and his crew were in Montgomery, Alabama, when Brazy would go live on Instagram in good spirits. Unaware that history was about to repeat itself, as it turned out, the people who had recently shot him 8 times were just released from jail. They would allegedly attempt to take him out again in a shooting that was caught on both surveillance video and social jail. They would allegedly attempt to take him out again.
Wait, the car just passed by?
In a shooting that was caught on
both shot in a white car?
Surveillance video and social.
Oh, it was the blue car. Wait, was it even a car? How they got red seats?
From jail. They would allegedly attempt to take him out again in a shooting that was caught on both surveillance video and social media videos. By some miracle, Brazy would survive the ambush without even getting hit, and already that same night, he would post on Facebook, seemingly directly taunting Southall by telling him to get his money back because the hit that he had ordered had failed. Then, 5 days later, Brazy would drop his first single since getting out, the self-titled track called Honeycomb Brazy, along with a music video that starts with a clip from the live when the gunman opened fire. Only about a week after that, Say Cheese would put out their interview with Brazy, where he would open up about the shooting, explaining how he had been at the spot for about an hour getting haircuts with his team before going on live for about 10 minutes when someone opened fire at them.
That day, it went really now. We really slept that whole day. We woke up and we hit the mall. Everybody went and got haircuts and shit. We about to get ready to dip out for real. Everybody just getting together, that let's popped out, spent, and we got right,
So you're on IG Live, just doing your thing, enjoying your life. And how long were you posted at that spot?
Like about an hour and a half.
You were on live, posted at that spot for an hour.
No, I went on live an hour. We were getting our haircuts. The whole gang was getting their haircuts. So we were there about an hour and a half. But I went live probably like 10 minutes.
And I could tell you was just vibing. And then you look up and you see the mother who was about to let it off.
Yeah, I see the gun. I ain't see him.
What's going through your mind when that happened?
I'd have been 8 times before. I already got shot in the head, so you know what was going through my mind, goddamn. Yeah.
Brazy would also open up about his experiences in jail, surprisingly revealing that his relationship with No Cap had gone sour.
I seen shot bad. I mean, yeah, you can.
Due to an incident behind bars.
Alabama's booming right now. You got Rollo, you got No Cap. I've seen you mention his name in the live. You said you with No Cap. What is the relationship like with y'all? Because Rollo and No Cap, they're doing their thing. Kind of blew up while you were in jail. Now you're out. A lot of people been wanting y'all to link up and do music.
Like, on some real
The Stop Burning song? Oh, you talking about the Wu Lottie shit?
I don't know what's going on.
You talking about Honeycomb Brazy shit? Yeah, this shit trending for girl.
So that incident happened, hit people. I got knocked out in the county jail, some real shit. I don't know what's going on. I out, but you know, it's a little incident happened, you know.
It was like older
I got
heads.
knocked out in the county jail, you know, and they saying I sent a hit at him, you know, but I don't know how he feeling for real, but I count though, like count silent, count real, you know.
A few days after that, Brazy would drop one of the biggest
I ain't never heard of that part, but I heard like they
songs to date.
They shit, I don't know if they could do it anymore.
His track "The Truth," Gucci Flow, which is
shit, he fucking sent out Reddit shits. Can I play this? Oh, they got it's the actual video. It's like the same surveillance video they just showed. What was Brazy at? Oh, now his man reaching crazy. He couldn't get it out in time. But they tossed him back though. Now my man is fucking behind the car shooting like this. He dead ass shooting like that. Like, what the fuck? I don't know why he's shooting like that, because his man just ran in front of him. He trying to duck, though. They throw him back, though. Car getting hit up. What was Brazy wearing? Oh, nah. So, no. Nah, they on that. It was like 4 shoes that tore us back. I ain't gonna lie. Man. They did that, though. Who's firing back? Do we know who's who? Man, these GTA graphics, I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about them. How you feel about the GTA graphics nowadays? This look alright. My man's can only reach with his right. It look like he got It look like his arm is wrapped up. That's why he was struggling to pull that bitch out. His fucking hand is wrapped up all the way to the fucking bend, to the elbow. Damn. Look. My man's... Oh, he went to the side. Okay. Nah, my man is blitzing with one arm. That's the crazy shit, bro. And my man's just tossed. He moving that bitch to the side. Shooting like that. You can see the extended on his shit, though. My man's ducking. He like, man. I need to get my shots in. Where's the perfect time? Boom, he hop out. He's still ducking. He's still watching. My man's waiting for everybody else shit to run out. He getting his shit in. Now they on that though. My man's was reaching in his pocket for a hell of minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is he reaching so hard for? Like, he can't get it? It's because he has one fucking arm. His shit is like sleeved up. Look at his shit. He jumped in action quick. Jump down. Get low. Reach. It's stuck. Got it. And then he was walking shit down. He blitzed their ass. The guy in the white body shooting looks lucky not to kill his mate. Run it. That's what I said. That shit crazy. Bro, congrats T-Series on 150 million subscribers. Oh God, with one arm is crazy, bro.
Is a diss song aimed towards Brazy's ops, particularly DD Southall. A track was clearly
This dude, has he not died yet, bro? How the fuck they still let this rat keep walking around, bro? Sending out hits and shit.
Attempts on his life, and takes its name from Gucci Mane's legendary 2012 diss song, The Truth, which was aimed towards Gucci's biggest op, Young Jeezy. The song itself is honeycomb Brazy at his rawest, including nothing more than a simple beat with drums only, and Brazy spitting for 5 minutes straight without a chorus or a break. Brazy begins the track by expressing his frustration towards the fact that he gets locked up every time he gets his rap career moving, and then he immediately starts throwing shots at Southall and his crew, beginning with the famous line, "The biggest rat in the city got some bricks on my head." Brazy would also send shots towards a Mobile-based rapper, YSD Cap, who is known to be close with Southall, and has even made music together with one of Stank's brothers called Johnny B, who Brazy even mentions in his old True Story jail freestyle that he recorded after killing Stank in 2016, where he mentions how he used to be so close with Stank's brothers like Johnny that they had even slept in the same bed together. Brazy would also mention how Southall's shooters shot up his mother's house whilst his sister was inside, with his mother counting 20 bullet holes, and explaining how he's been fantasizing about catching and killing the perpetrators. Unfortunately, it seems at this point death was truly surrounding Brazy and the people close to him, and already, the next month in December, he would lose yet another person close to him. Tykia Daniels, better known as Big Ty, was a member of Brazy's RN4L crew.
on it, man.
Yes, I'm telling you about it.
Damn.
I'm so good. The bro got me so good.
It's tucked up. Tucked up in the
On the 1st of December, Ty was at a BP gas station in Fairfield, Alabama, when he was shot and killed by another male, DeAndre Carruthers, who was arrested soon after the murder. The motive for the murder has never been released to the public, but the following day, Brazy would post a tribute to his fallen friend. Despite his issues in the streets, Brazy was making some serious moves in the rap game, dropping numerous music videos in just a few months' time that all have garnered millions of views. Already in December, he would post how he had bought a $300,000 house for his mother after having only been out of jail for a month, specifically highlighting how he had done it all without a record deal. Brazy was becoming the most buzzing rapper out of Alabama, and it wouldn't take long for him to end up being compared to some of the greats, commonly gaining comparisons with one of the most influential rappers of recent decades, Gucci Mane, which is not just because of their similar appearance, but also more importantly due to Brazy's undeniable ability to drop street anthem after street anthem, which kind of resembles the same run that Gucci Mane had back in the late 2000s when he played a key role in popularizing the trap music sound that went on to define the Atlanta rap scene as well as rap music in general to this day. But moreover, both Gucci and Brazy are known for their notoriety in the streets and having the image that they've really lived what they rap about. However, Brazy, who has pointed out that he can't really be the Gucci Mane of Alabama due to Gucci Mane himself actually being from the state originally, so instead, Brazy has called himself the Gucci Mane of Mobile, highlighting the importance that his hometown at the bottom of the Alabama map has played in his life and career. But as time went on, Brazy was becoming a great in his own right and picking up the attention of industry heavy hitters. Brazy was becoming very close with the Prince family and Rap-A-Lot Records, and at the end of January 2021, Brazy would release a World Star Hip Hop exclusive music video to the song Dead People, starring none other than J Prince himself. And the video featured Brazy toting a golden AK-47 next to J Prince in a Rolls Royce while rapping how he would never let J Prince down. Therefore, it's no wonder that Brazy was even hailed by the hip-hop media as J Prince's new protege, and at one point, he would even have a long Instagram live session with J Prince himself, who is known for generally keeping a pretty low profile and rarely hanging out with rappers. In the video, we could see Brazy rocking a brand new Mob Ties chain and showing fans just how close his personal relationship was with J Prince.
Big homie like this Brazy. That big homie, man. At the gate, they know that. But boy, when he get on here, they light it up.
Hey, y'all see what it is?
That loyalty.
Goddamn loyalty.
For real.
Goddamn loyalty.
This drink this, he like cough over and die. This ain't for no
the fuck?
This is loyalty. Right here, chokes, nigga.
Oh, shit, I don't even drink it, don't sip it, so you know that loyalty. Like, you know that loyalty, man. Look. Then they raw and uncut. Say
crazy. You know what I mean?
Crazy. Y'all know what the going on. Man, it feel good to be living like this, though. It feel like fly for real right now. The world is out.
But while Brazy's music career was taking off nationally and even globally, and while associating with a major label all the way in Houston, as well as spending time in places like Atlanta, it was his beef in Mobile, Alabama that was still clearly occupying his mind, as Brazy would ultimately open up about the whole city allegedly linking up to take him down. And unfortunately, since Brazy was nowhere to be found, his enemies would go on to target the people closest to him. And what would come next would be one of the most heinous crimes against a rapper that I've ever seen in the whole of hip-hop history.
Good shit, bro. Honeycomb's Brazy's ops killed both of his grandparents.
Honeycomb Brazy was one of the most notorious figures in the streets of Alabama. His iconic freestyle was picking up steam, having racked up 24 million views by January the 15th, 2021, and the December 2020 assassination attempt on him was still going viral. And his newest song, Brazy, released in January 2021, was getting mainstream acclaim, receiving a Billboard article shouting it out, proving Honeycomb Brazy was taking steps towards cracking the industry. However, unfortunately, in the streets, he was even more infamous, and those people who had been trying to kill him for years now were getting frustrated, and unable to find Honeycomb himself, they would resort to attacking his family to send a message, and what happened next would go down as one of the most brutal instances of violence I have ever covered. At around 6 PM on February the 17th, 2021, a group of armed assailants would pull up to the Happy Hill neighborhood, driving up to the 700 block of Dr. Thomas Avenue North, stopping at the Lewis household, the very same house where Honeycomb Brazy had grown up most of his childhood, and this is also where his grandparents from his mother's side, Tony and Layla Lewis, still resided. There, this crew of shooters would begin firing into the house indiscriminately, with the neighbors later recalling hearing as many as 100 shots fired. And firing 100 rounds indiscriminately into an occupied home is bad enough already, but what came next shocked everyone, because then the residents of Happy Hill would hear a large explosion, after which the Lewis residence would be seen engulfed in flames. And in the immediate aftermath, one of the witnesses would record the burning house, streaming the chilling scene on Facebook Live for the whole world to see. One lady, allegedly Brazy's mother, could be seen screaming in shock and repeating the phrase,
"House honeycomb finna kill everybody."
Lord, why? Over.
Now I'm thinking they had throw propane tank in like the middle, leave the door open and shoot from a distance and then run out. I'm just speculating. That's the only reason, like an explosion, like, and motherfuckers don't got grenades or no shit like that. I'm thinking that's the only way.
And over again.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. This shit just posted on YouTube.
Lord no. Lord no. Lord have mercy.
Nah, they sent a fucking message.
I heard the boom right I heard the boom, man. I seen Paul come speeding from around the one way. I did too. Right back in behind the This is crazy, man. No. Hey, you got a live wire down there too, sir. A live wire. Oh my God, Lord have mercy.
What's being recorded, Frogger? The immediate aftermath of the explosion. Shit, Colin. Yo, shit called set on fire. Oh, oh shit, I'm leaking the shit. Oh, fuck. Grandparents shot. And I'm trying to find an actual. Oh, nah, that's crazy. Yo.
See about your mama, man. Lord have mercy.
We're talking about Facebook Live. Nah, it's on YouTube. You see in the bottom right corner. That's the YouTube title. I don't want to look for it right now. I could definitely look for it. Let's say change the title. Oh, Q50 Dre. I'll just look for the subscription. Q50 crazy. Yeah, this is it.
Department gonna try.
Yeah, Facebook, man. That's a fact. Yo. Yo, that bitch is burnt. Oh, yeah, Facebook Live. Wait, why? Why did I search the Facebook Live? I don't know, no matter. We found it. Wow, that shit is crazy. Only got 3.2K views? How? Wow.
Oh, this ain't the way, Lord.
After the flames subsided, the authorities would find remains of the bodies of both of Honeycomb Brazy's grandparents inside, and soon the Fox 10 News would be reporting on this tragic incident.
Breaking now, a gut-wrenching scene in the Happy Hill community. An elderly couple dead after their home explodes.
The couple's death now being investigated as a homicide. That's according to MPD.
So let me just have you take a look at the wreckage here from the scene. Neighbors said that they heard multiple gunshots, and the agents from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives are also investigating. 2 people were found dead in a burning home Wednesday night. Family members identified them as Tony and Layla Lewis, a couple that had lived on Dr. Thomas Avenue for decades. They are the grandparents of rapper Honeycomb Brazy. Frederick Allison, a cousin of Layla Lewis, lives several houses down the...
I ain't like, you can't do shit about this, bro, because I know they don't want to leave the house. No matter if you got them a new house, ain't no way, bro. Because ain't...
street. He says he heard gunshots and an explosion.
It's just
I heard a couple gunshots and I heard a big boom. And
motherfucker said couple. I heard someone say 100.
I heard the boom. We tried to go down now, open the door. I mean, get to the door.
But Allison says the house was fully engulfed by that time.
They were good people, man. They didn't deserve it.
The aftermath is devastating. The Lewis home completely gone. And the house next door, which also caught fire, is now unlivable.
NBC 15 News.
So, could the gunshot, because they said a couple gunshots, like if it's over 100, boom. Like, they killed them. They shot them. But, was it them putting a propane on the porch or some shit and then shooting it? That was a couple gunshots and then, boom, it's over. Or, I don't know.
News would also report on a vigil held in the aftermath as locals struggled to process this devastating news.
The community came together tonight to honor them with a candlelight vigil. Family and friends say Leela and Tony Lewis will be deeply missed, and they want justice and answers.
I know Jesus. He will fix it.
Oh man, double masked up.
Friends and family of Leela and Phi-head Tony Lewis are mourning tonight after the couple was found dead after their home burned down on Dr. Thomas Avenue just days ago.
Even though this happened the way it happened, it warms my heart that they was together.
The Lewises were dedicated members of Pine Grove AME Church.
Good-hearted, gold-hearted people, like some of the coolest, most welcoming people you could ever meet. Sweet, 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 sweet people.
And they were an essential, irreplaceable part of the Happy Hill community.
The investigation would eventually determine that the initial shooting is what killed Brazy's grandfather, while Brazy's grandmother was later determined to have been killed as a result of the fire as it spread at a rapid rate, trapping her inside the property. There were first rumors spreading that gunmen had purposely set the house on fire, which even Honeycomb Brazy himself would refute in a social media post, explaining how his grandparents had been experiencing breathing complications from COVID-19 and therefore had oxygen tanks in the house, tanks which these bullets would ultimately end up hitting, exploding at least one.
Okay, oxygen tanks, okay. Propane tanks,
would then cause a chain reaction, leaving the entire house engulfed in flames. Brazy, who was out of town during this incident, would also pay tribute to his grandparents on Instagram soon after finding out about this tragic scene, as well as acknowledge.
Was it them trying to shoot up the house and it just like they hit the grandpa on some lucky shit, and then the grandma was trying to get down, and then boom, it's just explosion. She dead, type shit, or
how his grandparents had indeed died due to getting caught up in his beef in the.
It sounded like some shit like, oh, they shot up Honeycomb Brazy's mom's house a couple times. They spun through the grandparents' house to pay him a visit, and it just ended up in fucking 2 homicides.
Streets, and he would go on to say how he had begged his grandparents to move out of his childhood home, but they had apparently refused, telling him, if it's our time, it's our time. Brazy would also criticize the Mobile police for seemingly attempting to immediately interrogate him in order to find out more information about the motives behind these murders, with all of this coming at a time when Brazy was simply trying to mourn this enormous loss. And he would go on to imply that he was looking for the offenders who did it himself and hoping to put money on their heads, just like they had done to him. Brazy would go on to make another post saying that he hadn't eaten or slept since getting the tragic news, also commenting on fans who were seemingly telling him to give his ops a taste of their own medicine and kill their families, with Brazy saying that unlike his enemies, he could never do anything to innocent people like the elderly or children. A few weeks after the tragic events, Brazy's grandparents were laid to rest, and footage from the funeral service was shared on social media, showing Brazy with his family and his RN4L partners, as well as his industry friends like Baton Rouge rapper Tech wearing all white, while traveling to the cemetery in a large convoy where Brazy and his friends would carry the caskets to their final resting place. Tech would later describe the funeral during an interview, explaining how Brazy's grandparents had been superstars in their neighborhood.
You did go to Brazy's grandparents' funeral, and when I went back and I watched, man, how many cars was that? Like, it was a lot of cars. He like the whole Mobile, more people. Yeah, you didn't think that many people was in Mobile.
Yeah, but his family, like his grandpa and grandmother, like they, like neighborhood superstars out there too. You know what I'm saying? Like they had so much love that I seen out there that wasn't even their family. Like after the funeral, they had a little block party in their projects and shit. And it was so many motherfuckers out there. Like the whole was packed. The whole, like, you couldn't even move nowhere. Everybody shoulder to shoulder in that bitch. And it was just all for the love of his grandma and grandpa. Not even because he honeycomb, you know what I'm saying?
Having been raised by his grandparents, Brazy would understandably be hit extremely hard by this loss. Not only had they raised him like their own son, but they were now taken away as direct retaliation for his antics in the streets. About a week after the incident, Brazy would announce that he had changed his rap name to Nate Dogg Brazy in honor of his grandparents, who had apparently given him this nickname derived from the legendary 90s West Coast G-Funk singer Nate Dogg. However, Brazy would eventually return to his old artist name Honeycomb Brazy, likely due to legal issues that would eventually force him to once again start his career all over. As time went by, Honeycomb Brazy would use his music as an outlet to open up about his feelings following the death of his grandparents, like his November 2023 song Letter to God that dropped with a music video that now stands at over 3 million views. And in the song, Brazy admits that losing his grandparents was the worst pain he'd ever felt, while in the video, he can be seen standing outside the ruins of the house that he grew up in, where his grandparents were ultimately killed, a charred husk of a property which is adorned with a handwritten sign saying that they will never forget February the 17th. Brazy also begins the song literally asking God why his grandparents had to die, but at this point in 2023, Brazy's question was merely figurative because law enforcement had indeed already solved the case. In fact, the case was practically solved in real time, because what the people responsible didn't know at the time was that their every move was already being followed by federal investigators from day one, who had been investigating a major drug dealing operation in the city. In February 2022, almost exactly 1 year after the double murder, the police would charge 4 people in connection to the murders of Brazy's grandparents. One of these people would turn out to indeed be Darren D.D. Southall himself, who was reportedly given 35 years in connection with his drug empire, as was reported in a breaking news update on Fox 10 News.
Major breaking news. 4 men now named in the murder and the deaths of rapper Honeycomb Brazy's grandparents last year. A year and a day after the crime. One of those men is Darren Southall, who admitted to running a large-scale drug operation along the Gulf Coast. A federal judge earlier today sentencing him to 35 years in prison in the case.
Darren Southall may be spending more than 3 decades behind bars on that federal drug charge, but his legal problems, well, they're just starting. Now, earlier today, as you mentioned, he was sentenced on that drug case. Southall is also charged today with the murder of Tony and Leila Lewis. 3 alleged accomplices also facing murder charges. They are Terrence Watkins, Jamarcus Chambers, and a 4th man who has not been identified. The killings occurred in February 2021 when gunmen fired repeatedly into the victim's home on Dr. Thomas Drive in the Happy Hill community. An ensuing explosion and fire burned down the home and an next-door house. Mobile County Assistant District Attorney Lewis Walker says he can't go into details about the allegations at this time, but says that the charges...
Wait, if it's an oxygen tank, how did it explode when gunfire hit it? If it's just oxygen.
Through.
We're very grateful at the district attorney's office to be able to, at this point, make and
look at all mugshots in the back. What's going on?
In light of the Mobile Police Department's hard work and investigation, to hold those responsible for this double murder to be held responsible under the law.
Now, it was obvious to anybody who had been following the beef closely that Southall had gone after Brazy's family after all the failed attempts on his life, but the full picture that the investigators and prosecutors have since formed about the incident paints a much more complex picture of events. One of the main suspects in the murder plot was in fact another rapper from Mobile named YSD Cap, real name Terrence Santez Malik Watkins, who Brazy had most famously dissed in his Gucci Mane-inspired track, The Truth. According to the investigators, YSD Cap would contact Southall only a few hours before the murders, telling him that he had everything lined up, as well as saying that he was about to go kill everybody and that he had scoped out the neighborhood beforehand, and he was apparently planning on knocking on the door to make sure residents of the house were home before returning with guns. GPS data would even place Watkins, aka YSD Cap, within a mile of the Lewis residence at the time of the shooting. But perhaps the most shocking fact about YSD Cap, who is allegedly Dee Dee Southall's nephew, is that in 2019, he and Stank's brother, fellow Mobile rapper Johnny B, filmed a music video for a diss song towards Honeycomb Brazy, aptly named Not Brazy, which was filmed directly in front of Brazy's grandparents' home, the very same house that Cap would end up shooting and blowing up years later. And in several parts of this video, Honeycomb Brazy's grandfather can even be seen walking on the porch of the house, likely concerned about this weird activity taking place in front of his home. I mean, really think about this for a second. Cap filmed this video in front of the house he would later blow up, and in the video, he included the very man that he would kill in that house. Now, if this isn't the ultimate in self-incrimination, I don't know what is. But the beef between YSD Cap and Honeycomb Brazy has a long history far beyond what the fans could ever know. The beef likely began after the choosing of sides that followed the death of Stank, with Cap, who also hails from Happy Hill, choosing the side of Stank's family, including Dee Dee Southall, who he would eventually also begin to work for as a large-scale drug dealer as part of Southall's massive dope stealing operation. In his 2019 music video for the song Talkin' 'Bout, Cap can even be seen posting up with Southall, which viewers would also note, commenting that this is his uncle that put money on Honeycomb Brazy's head. Southall and Cap can also be seen together in many social media posts. Cap can be seen at Stank's gravesite together with Johnny B in several music videos, including for a song that was named after Stank's other nickname, Gunner, a track called Gunner Street Dreamer. And in the music video for a song called Still My Dog, Cap can be seen with Stank's family members singing Happy Birthday on Stank, aka Gunner's birthday, with the video also showing family members wearing custom tribute shirts for Stank. However, the beef has much more layers than just the death of Stank, as it also likely relates to Stank's brother, Johnny B, who raps together with Cap on the Brazy diss song Not Brazy. Johnny B himself has dissed Honeycomb Brazy numerous times on social media following Stank's death. For example, when someone close to Brazy was killed, Johnny would seemingly imply how it made him smile, knowing that he died the same way as Stank. Then, a few months before YSD Cap...
What? It's big-ass, like, sections now. Honeycomb... Oh, then that's him returning. The fall of Honeycomb
Johnny
Brazy
would drop their song dissing Honeycomb Brazy. Johnny would seemingly describe the music video shoot, referring to the fact that they shot part of the video in front of Brazy's grandparents' house, even saying that next time they're going to shoot a video in front of Brazy's mother's house. Now, this post sounds particularly ominous, given the fact that Brazy's mother's house had also been shot up at least once, as Brazy would mention in a 2018 Facebook post. And more unfortunately, her home would be shot up many more times afterwards, as she would tell NBC 15 News in 2021 after the murder of Brazy's grandparents.
A crime alert tonight. Terrifying moments for people on Clark Street in Mobile as they wake up to gunfire in the middle of the night.
NBC. These are crazy ass shots.
Clark Street in Mobile as they wake up to gunfire in the middle of the night.
NBC 15's Andrea Ramey obtained the surveillance footage there that captured the sound of those shots. Andrea, you've learned this shooting may be connected to Mobile rapper Honeycomb Brazy.
Yeah, that's right. You may recall that homicide detectives are currently investigating the deaths of his grandparents that happened back in February. Now the rapper's mother believes that she was the target of last night's shooting. In this surveillance footage NBC 15 News obtained, you hear 5 shots fired on Clark Street at 2 in the morning.
They came back.
They keep shooting up your home.
And I don't even live here because I had to leave because of that, but them fresh bullets.
Tanisha Jones believes her home was the target. She wasn't home when the shots were fired, but had been at the home yesterday and believes people saw her there.
They shot it up again. I can tell. I came here yesterday.
And those weren't there yesterday?
Not this glass, none of that.
Jones says this isn't the first time her home's been shot. And how many times do you think your home has been shot at?
For sure, I know it's 3, but now I know it's 4 times.
Why do they keep targeting you?
Oh, and that's how she didn't know, because they spun back. They shot, and then...
Because they want my son, Nashawn Jones, dead.
Her son, Nashawn Jones, a local rapper, is also known as Honeycomb Brazy.
I'm kind of like shaky, I'm kind of like nervous, I'm kind of like upset, and I lost everything.
YSD Cap would also make some ominous references to Brazy's mother during an Instagram live not long before his grandparents were killed, as he would first say how his mother is proud of him, but his ops can't say the same. Cap would then proceed to seemingly imitate Brazy's mother, berating Brazy for getting involved with some dangerous people. The implication being that Cap might well have had something to do with Brazy's mother's house also getting shot up.
Y'all don't know how that feel when your mama says she proud of you. See, y'all mama can't say that. She said y'all got the Taliban as a child here. Y'all mama ain't proud of y'all. My mama proud of me. y'all mom be telling them, I don't know what you done got into, but these boys is not playing. My mom like, I'm so proud of you, son. They mama like, boy, you need to sit your ass down somewhere. My mama like, do that, son. Do that. Y'all mama like, you need to sit your ass down, kill your ass. My mama like, do it. Boy, I raised the man. Tell it.
And during the same live, Cap would also accuse both Brazy and his father of snitching, while at the same time admitting that his uncle was indeed a snitch like Brazy had been saying.
And this all big stupid who want to be Brazy doing. This all doing. Like Brazy. Y'all co-sign that, and he's sitting in the corner watching everything I'm doing just like this. All right. I'm dropping down. Hey, let me tell the world they police. You tell them, boy. Some YD, big YD. My uncle did what he did. I still love him. I'm big YD. It wasn't me. I ain't do it. Don't matter.
What? Bro, what? Yo.
But I don't think I'm supposed to beef with my uncle. Man, he'll be mad at well, he need to be mad at Ted. Get mad at his dad and stop somebody they just alike. Cause his dad name on paperwork.
Moreover, a few months after Cap and Johnny B dropped their diss song towards Brazy in 2019, Johnny would once again diss Brazy, questioning how he could have killed a real street guy like Stank, as well as describing how Brazy had killed Stank in cold blood like he never even knew him, so if anyone crosses him, he's also going to do the same to them. Unfortunately, it seems that someone may have gotten to Johnny first, because sometime after this post, something would happen that would ultimately wind him in a wheelchair, seemingly permanently. Brazy would then comment on Johnny's situation sometime before his grandparents were killed, as during a freestyle session, Brazy's friends would give him words to use in his raps, with one friend saying the word wheelchair, to which Brazy would respond by rapping, "Put a dude in a wheelchair, Johnny B know that, he's still there," a lyric which made all of his friends burst out laughing.
Headline, Brazy, wheelchair, put a in the wheelchair, Johnny B know he's still there.
What the fuck? I ain't gonna talk about that, bro. Look, yo. Bro, aged like 20 years after that shit. Nah. Shit crazy, bro. Shit get real.
All of his friends burst out laughing. But what makes this particularly sad is the fact that Brazy and Johnny B were clearly close before Stank's death, which becomes obvious from the freestyle that Brazy made after those tragic events, where he specifically mentions being on the phone with Johnny when Stank came back to the girl's house. Clearly, Brazy's beef with Stank's family and people close to them ran deep and involved many more people than just DD Southall himself. However, the third suspect in Brazy's grandparents' murder is more surprising, a man named Jamarcus Devonta Chambers, who is better known as Project Baby Juicehead, or simply Juicehead, or Juice, the former right-hand man of another famous Mobile rapper, Rilo Rodriguez, as well as being a former good friend of rapper No Cap, also from Mobile. Already, before the murders of his grandparents, Brazy had stated in his Say Cheese interview that he didn't mess with Rilo because he associates with rats, with this likely being Brazy's typical way of hinting at somebody maybe associating with DD Southall, as well as seemingly also being the link between Juicehead and Brazy's top op.
Rilo, he rap, he got good music and like that, but he be too many rats. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about Lil Baby and them, I'm talking about out of Mobile. Like, all them ran, so I don't really too tough be kicking Rilo like that, but he alright, but now he's tripping though.
Juicehead, who was allegedly the driver on the hit, has a controversial past from allegedly turning on No Cap in his beef with Lil Baby's 4PF crew, to becoming known amongst Mobile rap fans for popping ungodly amounts of prescription painkillers during his IG lives. Juicehead was also part of Southall's drug operation, for which he would eventually receive over a 10-year sentence in 2022. However, Juicehead's relationship with Southall was seemingly not on the best terms, as court documents would show how law enforcement actually made contact with him during their investigation into Southall's operation in late 2020, a few months before the murder of Brazy's grandparents, warning him that Southall may be planning on killing him due to some stolen drug profits. However, this is where things would get murky, as Juicehead would then allegedly inform Southall about his contact with law enforcement. And what makes this sequence of events particularly confusing is the fact that even with the knowledge that they were being investigated by the feds, both Southall and Juicehead would then not only continue running their drug dealing operation, but they would then plan and execute the murder of Brazy's grandparents, knowing the cops were watching them. Yet things would get even more strange after the murders, as a message allegedly sent by Juicehead to Honeycomb Brazy would begin to spread online. In the alleged message, Juicehead would absurdly apologize to Brazy for taking part part in the murders of his grandparents, essentially saying, "Sorry about killing your grandparents, I just wanted the money," as well as alluding to the plot by Southall to take him out as well. Brazy would then allegedly respond to this message, posting it to his story and acknowledging that Juicehead had in fact once been close to both Brazy and his grandparents who used to feed him. Essentially, Brazy rejected this apology publicly. However, this exchange would later allegedly turn out to be fake. However, Brazy would acknowledge the depth of this betrayal on his Facebook, where he would post a
Bro, what? He posted on a story that this was fake. The guy in question, not Brazy. Juicehead came out and said that was the dude that sent the DM was fake. Okay, and then Brazy thought it was real, so he posted on the story. Okay.
Turn out to be.
I was like, what the fuck is the point of posting on this? It's just gonna be fake.
However, Brazy would acknowledge the depth of this betrayal on his Facebook, where he would post a clip of himself freestyling in prison, alongside none other than Juicehead himself hanging out with him and even dapping him up, together with a description saying, how is it that the same people he had been with from the streets to the cell block ended up killing his grandparents? Given the magnitude of this betrayal, it's perhaps no surprise then that Juicehead has since begun seemingly cooperating with the prosecution against Southall and the other suspects. For example, allegedly telling the authorities that the shooters during the hit were YSD Cap, aka Watkins, and a fourth suspect named Patrick Lewis, who would also eventually be arrested after going on the run.
So what I'm seeing is what the fuck, bro, named Juicehead wasn't loyal to fucking what's his face to Southall. He was just there for the money, and I guess that's genuine, I guess, but even then, bro. Yeah, it's hella snitching, but like I see where he's coming from though, cause he really fucked with Honeycomb Brazy. He wasn't expecting that bitch to blow up and kill everybody. He was just letting off shots. I didn't think he was trying to do all that.
On Fox 10 News.
Mobile police continue searching for one of the men they say is responsible for a double murder in the city's Happy Hill community.
He would later be charged for the murders of Brazy's grandparent, as well as another young man who was killed later in 2021.
Yeah, Byron Lenise, it's a 2-for-1. 2 murder cases, 1 suspect. Police say 21-year-old Patrick Lewis is not only responsible for the Lewis's murders, but also a deadly shooting that occurred outside the shops at Bel Air. Patrick, do you have anything to say?
Why the police say you murdered his grandparents?
Did you kill Tony and Leila Lewis? What about the mall shooting? Did you kill or shoot Brian Maynard?
What do you have to say to their families?
Patrick Lewis there being escorted to a patrol car had nothing to say to our cameras. His arrest comes a week after 3 other people were arrested and charged with the murders of Tony and Leila Lewis. Patrick Lewis also a suspect in this deadly shooting outside the mall. Brian Maynard found shot in the passenger seat of a vehicle and later died at the hospital back in September.
But perhaps the most interesting revelation about the case would come out during the trial, when the prosecution would claim that the murder plot against Brazy's grandparents actually stemmed from a beef between YSD Cap and a seemingly unrelated rapper hailing from Mobile, OMB Peasy, who would allegedly diss Cap or someone associated with him such as Southall on Facebook, with some news sources referring to a Facebook Live, while others simply mentioning a Facebook post. This would then allegedly cause Cap to take out his anger on Brazy's grandparents due to Brazy's association with Peasy, as the two were known to be close.
I'm mad at Peasy, so I'm gonna go shoot up Cap's fucking Brazy's fucking grandparents' house.
Friends, with Brazy even telling a story on Live of once saving Peasy's life in the trenches of Mobile when a group of guys were about to rob him.
Yeah, that's a real. On God, that's a real. He 100.
Wait, wasn't Peasy they was labeling him the shooter of like a Roddy Ricch fucking video shoot? Crazy as hell, bro. Wasn't that Peasy?
He came to them trenches on blood. I'm in that whole shooting dice. I'm shooting these up. I'm trying to something. And I got money on my head. Yeah, in Mobile, Alabama, money on my head. I'm in a dice house with like 50 on guard. And I'm knowing that money on my head. But I don't care about that because I know I'm protected by the shield. See, when you protected by the shield, you can't get killed.
Roman Reigns?
That's what y'all don't know. That's a secret to this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm in that whole shooting dice on blood. I'm gonna tell you why I went up there with the cake. I'm in that whole shooting dice. I come in that hole. I hear like what peas upstairs. What that icy too. He got the ice on and his pocket said fat. What y'all wanna do? I'm like, what? What y'all? I'm like, who upstairs? I don't know. They talking about OMB peas. I'm thinking they talking about another peas. I'm like, I know Peas is staying in California. I know Peas ain't down there in Mobile right now. Like, ain't no way he down here. Especially up there with her. I'm like, ain't no way Peas up there with her. Like, no. But this was true. You hear me? So I come, I'm like, no, that my dog. Ain't nobody finna with Peas. I grabbed the stick in my Glock. Put my Glock on my waist, grabbed my stick, and I shot upstairs where he was. Knocked at the door. I had to knock about 50 times, though. Like, they ain't saying nothing. The hoe ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying that. I know he had that whole clutching, though. He was clutching when I walked in. He had that hoe in their hand. He really thought he was finna go down on blood. So it's like, I knocked at the door, boot. They won't ever say nothing else. So I said my name, like, man, they honeycomb, man. Open the door. Y'all tripping. Then when they came, open the door. Fall in the hole with the stick. 100 rounds there on my mama. Like, yeah. Hey, boy, straight. Nigga downstairs ain't talking about nothing. Like, I'm down there with them. I'm here all night till you leave. I ain't gonna leave you. On dead, I ain't gonna leave you.
Damn,
I ain't gonna leave you till I goddamn. I ain't gonna leave you till you dip. On my mama. Just on the screen, I heard what the said. So ain't no way I just goddamn leave my dog. Like, no way. Yeah. On my soul.
Without knowing more specifically what exactly took place, it's hard to imagine how Peasy's Facebook activity could trigger a murder plot towards Brazy's
and they saying, oh, I'm being honeycomb
grandparents, which is why many fans have found this part of the story particularly confusing. Likely this is really a matter of what the Mobile police and prosecutor are able to prove with their limited evidence received from the feds, with the information they have likely not covering the years of bad blood and violent encounters between Brazy and Southall's crew, which we've broken down in this video. With Peasy's Facebook activity at the time and Cap's reaction to that activity perhaps simply coinciding with the events that would have unfolded anyway due to this ongoing beef. But whatever the case may be, it appeared that at least for the time being, the years-long war between Southall and Honeycomb Brazy had finally come to an end, as Southall and his main associates will ultimately end up spending years, and in Southall's case, decades behind bars on the drug dealing charges alone.
Yeah, what they get? Says 10 years, nearly 11 years.
Years, and in Southall's case, decades behind bars on the drug dealing charges alone, with those sentences likely being a drop in the ocean compared to the sentences that await them if they're found guilty on the double murder charges of Brazy's grandparents. However, while Brazy's biggest op—
Wait, they only got sentenced for the... Oh, fuck. Ooh. I'm like, damn, 10, 11 years for a murder and a drug cases? Oh, shit. Nah, that's just a drug case. They still got the murder to fight.
And being the years will ultimately end up spending years, and in Southall's case, decades behind bars on the drug dealing charges alone, with those sentences likely being a drop in the ocean compared to the sentences that await them if they're found guilty on the double murder charges of Brazy's grandparents. However, while Brazy's biggest ops would finally be off the streets of Mobile, his second biggest enemies, the Mobile police, were once again right on his heels. And only a few months after the tragic death of his grandparents, Brazy would once again find himself inside Alabama's most notorious correctional system.
Beds behind bars, Honeycomb's prison nightmare.
While Honeycomb Brazy's personal life was falling apart, his rap career was going as strong as ever, with the media attention surrounding the murder of Brazy's grandparents likely further contributing to his success in a twisted way. But this wouldn't continue for long, because Mobile parents likely further contributing to his success in a twisted way. But this wouldn't continue for long, because Mobile police were following Brazy's every move, desperate to take him out of the streets. And unfortunately, Brazy wasn't exactly making it hard for them. As he mentioned in his 2020 Say Cheese interview, he'd been on probation ever since his first major run-in with the law as a young kid.
Man, you wild as hell, man.
No, I've been on probation ever since.
And as we know, Brazy would
spend years
going in and out of jail, always remaining on probation during his stints of freedom, stemming particularly from his 2016 gun case following the killing of Stank that threatened to put Brazy away for a whopping 15 years. And this meant that Brazy had to always abide by strict rules, such as not being around any guns, drugs, or other felons, any kind of gang-related activity, and regularly reporting in with his probation officer, as well as not ever leaving the state of Alabama. But Brazy was now an immensely popular rapper who was associating with a major record label, Rap-A-Lot Records, all the way in Houston, and who was likely getting offers to do lucrative shows and partnerships all over America. Honeycomb Brazy was living the rapper lifestyle, continuously surrounded by all the vices that come with that lifestyle, like a whole bunch of drugs, as well as an entourage full of gun-toting gangsters, ready to protect the moneymaker of the crew with serious firepower. And on the other hand, for the longest time, Brazy had been in serious danger wherever he went in Alabama, with D.D. Southall's shooters following his every step, waiting to catch him slipping, like they would end up doing several times throughout the years. And saying all of this is not to excuse Brazy for the trouble that he was getting himself into, but simply just trying to give you the full context to better understand what he was actually dealing with in this time of his life. But anyways, in May 2021, a few months after the deaths of his grandparents, the Mobile police would finally come down hard on Brazy for all of the probation violations he'd been racking up during his most recent time out of jail. And of course, they would choose the most appropriate moment to show that it was them, and not Brazy, who had true control over his life and career. As on Saturday, the 1st of May, Brazy was booked to perform in the city of Dothan, Alabama, about 3 hours drive east from Mobile, and it was there that the local police would come and arrest Brazy on a warrant from Mobile, with a video of the arrest being filmed by a person close to him soon hitting the internet. The video would show numerous officers and even a K9 unit at the scene, whilst Brazy, looking barely unbothered, took the arrest on the chin like another regular day at the office, with Brazy's only concern seemingly being to make sure that his money and and jewelry would be taken care of. The person filming would also ask how the Dothan police know how to find him, with the officers explaining that the location was discovered through a Facebook post, showing that Brazy's online activity and the activity of those close to him were likely being continuously monitored by the Mobile police.
How y'all know where he was over here? Post stuff on Facebook. Posting locations on Facebook. Here you go, bro. But why at your chain? Can you do a show tonight?
Following Brazy's arrest, the local news were quick to report on it, highlighting his lengthy criminal record and the tragedy of his grandparents' murders that had put him on their radar, with their emphasis seemingly being on the fact that Brazy's crazy lifestyle had likely caused the attack on his loved ones.
Brazy back in jail. The arrest stopping him from taking the stage at Cloud Ultra Lounge in Dothan, where according to Eventbrite, he was supposed to perform from 7 to 11 Saturday. Brazy's cousin took his place for him that night, according to posts from the two on Instagram. Jail records indicate warrants were out for Brazy on illegal firearm and marijuana possession charges. Those charges are related to a recent grand jury indictment. Brazy's criminal history in Mobile dates all the way back to 2010. You may remember in February, his grandparents, Leila and Tony Lewis, were found dead after a house fire in the Happy Hills neighborhood. Police say someone shot into the home and ultimately...
It's fucking Dothan, Alabama, bro. Who the fuck... People not fiending to go to a fucking show. That's good, bro. And it's fucking Honeycomb Brazy who's from Alabama, too. And it's like, you sell, like, what? A couple of hundred? Like, so I'm guessing it ain't a big venue, but it's at least a couple hundred. That's a good price, bro. That's a good ass price.
Ruled their deaths a homicide. Brazy admitted his lifestyle played a role in that.
Unfortunately, Alabama is one of the 8 states in the US that requires people accessing public records to actually be residents of that state. So we couldn't get our hands on Brazy's full paperwork, but according to news reports, this time around, the Mobile law enforcement had been gathering a long list of...
the same shit go for New York too. I don't think you can get public records in New York.
On Brazy's full...
That would be like when people don't show up to the shows. Oh yeah, we seen the Smoke Perp ones. Who else recently? I seen fucking damn, bro. It was someone. It was fucking Shorty, bro. He smacked the shit out of somebody. Oh yeah, Quando. It was someone. Oh, it was like that. It was like the Migos, right? It was like Quavo or some shit. He had a big ass arena and only like a couple people showed up. I remember fucking Shorty smacked this shit out of somebody.
Paperwork, but according to news reports, this time around, the Mobile law enforcement had been gathering a long list of violations that Brazy had been engaging in, including failing to report his probation officer, traveling outside Alabama numerous times without permission, and other more serious offenses, one of these absurdly being the fact that Brazy had been the target of an assassination attempt soon after being released from jail last time around, during which his partners returned fire against the assailants that were trying to kill Brazy.
WKRG News 5 Glesh Leisman sat down with Public Safety Director Lawrence Batiste to talk about his lengthy rap sheet. She's live here to tell us about this latest arrest.
Well, Devin, Peter, police say that the rapper, whose real name is Nashawn Jones, could face even more charges.
He doesn't have a problem posting some of his activities that he's involved in.
Jones was arrested on Sunday in Dothan on warrants to revoke his probation.
He's bragging about being in possession of firearms. He is basically traveling maybe outside of the boundaries of what his probation will allow him to do, maybe not checking in with his probation officer in the manner which he should be doing.
He was arrested back in 2016 for gun charges. As part of his probation, he cannot be around drugs, guns, certain people, and habits. Court documents detail the violations, including his connection to a shooting. Video of that incident was posted to social media. This reportedly happened 5 days after Jones was released from prison. Court documents also detail another video posted to YouTube, which appears to show Jones holding at least one gun in February of this year.
His actions and his behavior, the things that occur when he's present, oftentimes associate indiscriminate shooting either at him or him shooting at other people indiscriminately, places our community at risk.
Imagine getting locked up because someone tried to kill you. Indeed, it was this event that would seemingly...
Yo, God, bro. Like, why are they trying to blame him? Like, shouldn't you all be going after people that's shooting him? Like, what the fuck? Like, I understand if he's shooting at somebody, you gotta worry about that, I guess. But, like, why y'all mad at him? Because he's the big rapper and motherfuckers targeting him. Y'all should be worried about the people that fucking shooting him.
At risk.
Imagine getting...
Why have I only seen him twice this whole video, bro?
And locked up because someone tried to kill you. Indeed, it was this event that would seemingly end up sealing Brazy's fate, because while his lawyers would argue that all the weapons and drugs seen in Brazy's music videos and social media were merely props, the judge would argue that the shooting incident showed that Brazy was indeed violating the terms of his parole, and the judge would send Brazy back to serve the rest of his original sentence, which meant 13.5 years behind bars in the Alabama prison system.
At 10, a Mobile rapper is going back to prison just a few hours ago. A judge revoking probation for Honeycomb Brazy.
The decision comes more than a month after a hearing for the rapper, whose real
real name is Nashawn Jones.
Fox News' Shelby Myers joining us here in studio with the very latest on this. And Shelby, it looks like Jones is going back to prison for a long time.
Yeah, it does, Byron and Lenise. Jones only served 18 months of a 15-year sentence on a gun charge. But the DA's office telling me about an hour ago that he'll now have to finish that original 15-year sentence. It's due in.
And I'd be confused because Youngboy got the same suspended sentence, bro, since he was like 16 and shit, bro. And he's been back to jail, been in and out of that bitch. I'm like, how the fuck is he even like... How the fuck they not like just cooked his ass on that?
Part to more
good ass lawyers. That's all it is.
It's back to prison for local rapper Honeycomb Brazy. The rapper, whose real name is Nashawn Jones, was on probation after a conviction on a charge of being a felon in possession of a firearm. In a June 16th hearing, prosecutors asked the judge to send him back to prison for violating the terms of that probation. They presented 15 video clips showing Jones with guns and drugs, saying he didn't show up for much of his meetings with his probation officer, and also said Jones admitted to using drugs while on probation. The defense argued that the guns and drugs in the videos were stage props for music videos. Even if true, the judge wrote in his order, that does not explain a shootout that the defendant was present for in Montgomery that was caught on surveillance video at a barbershop. The documents say Jones' associates traded gunfire with unknown assailants, and Jones later posted an account of the incident on social media. When prosecutors accused Jones of failing to check in with his probation officer, the defendant implied that he ignored the orders to report because he feared his life was in danger following the killing of his grandparents, Tony and Layla Lewis.
As already mentioned at the beginning of the video,
Honeycomb Brazy's going back to prison.
Alabama's prison
sound like a fucking YouTube intro.
Prison system is one of, if not the most dangerous in America. But the violence is only one of the many issues plaguing these state prisons.
What the fuck? Is he on the floor?
After an investigation into Alabama state prisons was carried out by the Department of Justice, a report was released that deemed the conduct inside these prisons lacking so severely and on so many levels that it constituted a severe breach of the prisoners' constitutional rights.
Officials in Alabama have until next week to improve safety throughout the state's troubled prison system.
Damn,
the
how they
Justice
gonna do that?
Department demanded an overhaul after an investigation found conditions unconstitutional, violating the 8th Amendment protections against cruel and unusual punishment.
These are just some of the 2,600 photographs taken inside Alabama's prison.
What the fuck? Is that mold? Or is that just like paint chipping away and shit? What is all... Yo. There's like a whole bunch of dark spots in these rooms, bro. I don't know if it's mold or what.
Images
mold
of
or
hard
dirt.
Conditions. Inmates who were killed by another prisoner's hand or their own. State prison officials say there are approximately 1,400 officers, about half of what's needed to oversee a prison population of 16,000. The Southern Poverty Law Center has sued the Alabama Department of Corrections. A federal judge is forcing the prison system to make changes. And like the courts, the DOJ has issued an ultimatum of its own: change or be forced to comply.
But on the other hand, as we've seen throughout the video, some of the prisoners in Alabama are seemingly living the good life, relatively speaking, of course. With some convicts there eating restaurant-quality meals, as well as smoking that...
Those foams, 5s, and... Foams, 4s, and 5s. What the fuck?
Sipping the finest codeine concoctions, all while dripped out in the latest designer fashion from the comfort of their cell. However, the other side of that is, of course, the deeply entrenched corruption that allows the prisoners with money to get their hands on pretty much anything they desire behind the wall. Local news has reported how numerous correctional officers have been arrested for committing crimes, such as smuggling narcotics and weapons inside. And while it's often money that drives that corruption, there's also other components, with one of these being the centuries-long culture of white supremacy and racism that arguably still permeate many aspects of life in Alabama, but particularly
a form of slavery.
Now, things might have been alright for Honeycomb.
What? Prisoners are suing Alabama over forced labor, calling it a form of slavery. The stunning neglect and racist politics behind Alabama's prison strike, violence, corruption, and racial disparities in Alabama prisons demands accountability and more... Or not
arguably still permeate many aspects of life in Alabama, but particularly the prison system. Now, things might have been alright for Honeycomb Brazy while he was still mainly just a street dude with some money and a father who was well known and respected within the prison system, but now Brazy had become an Alabama icon and was truly a famous rapper in his city, which meant that the corruption that was once seemingly serving him relatively well was now turning against him, as the prison staff were likely looking to show him that while on the outside he might be somebody special, inside the prison walls, it was them that had all the power. Moreover, Brazy was not just in any prison, but arguably in one of the worst, the infamous Limestone Correctional Facility, which is the largest of the 5 maximum security prisons in the state.
Honeycomb Brazy, whose real name is Nashawn Jones, is locked up in the penitentiary tonight. He's serving time in the Limestone Correctional Center on a gun charge. This is his most...
They cut all this shit off. You're in prison, what you want to just chill and watch TV, not get to work? What the fuck, Frogger? Like, why would I want to work while I'm fucking locked up? Am I getting paid? paying $2 an hour and shit.
Recent prison mugshot. He's been in and out of jail or prison for most of his adult life. In May, Jones was booked in Metro for violating his probation stemming from a shootout the rapper was involved in just days before his grandparents' murder.
And according to an outcry by a former correctional officer from Limestone in 2022, the prison had gotten completely out of control during the preceding years.
We begin with the 13-year veteran of the Alabama Department of Corrections breaking his silence. The officer resigning from a career he used to be proud of, but not anymore. The state's largest prison is in crisis. Critical staffing problems, security lapses, and violence and death on the rise.
That officer, now former officer, walking away. He couldn't stand by any longer watching this crisis firsthand inside this prison. And he says the mistreatment of inmates and those officers tonight. He says our reporting through sources on the inside is just the tip of the iceberg, and things are continuing to get worse to the point that he walked away without the other job offer.
DOC right now has done really nothing because everybody's in shock, man. They don't know what to do. They can't pay people enough money to come into the prison. They can't pay them enough to stay in the prison. They don't have any people. Should have already issued an order and brought the National Guard in.
And he says he knows that things can be run right here at Limestone. He was here for years while they were operating normally, and he says in the last couple of years everything has changed, and he did not see any hope in the future if he would have stayed.
And after landing at Limestone in late 2021, Brazy too would take to his social media to raise alarm about his treatment inside, claiming in an Instagram post that he actually feared for his life and had been subject to many forms of abuse and racial
I've been here 9 days and they shook me down 5 times already. What the fuck?
hatred, even saying that he believed the
they might kill me or I might make it out, but I ain't going for it no more, so I'm just
correctional officers there might end up killing him and that he was ready to crash out on them. And just when it looked like things couldn't be getting worse for him, another major tragedy would strike as his little brother, Lil Brazy, real name Lamyron Vale, or just Myron, who can be seen hanging out in the back of Brazy's 2022 Say Cheese interview, would tragically lose a battle against cancer, passing away in early 2022, being laid to rest in a ceremony attended and posted by his closest family. Like Brazy, Lamyron had been in trouble with the law since a young age, with footage of one of his arrests circulating online.
You love your mother. What happened yesterday? Did you shoot?
Why are they on him like this, bro? Is this normal in fucking Mobile? Like, damn. Like, I feel like I've seen a couple of arrest videos now where cameras just all the way in your face. Like,
what you know about? Who shot him?
Who shot him is crazy. That dude over there.
Were you there?
Nah, that is.
Anything else you want to say to your family?
He had also been fighting cancer for several years, as can be seen from a video that Brazy would shoot in the aftermath of the failed attempt on his life in November 2020, where his brother had actually been one of the people in his entourage who fearlessly jumped out the car and shot back despite his poor health.
You got what you say, man? If my little brother got cancer, my little brother out here fight. Put on your head, man. This shit for real. My little brother fighting cancer out there. I got my little brother with me fighting cancer. Y'all gonna play with me while my little brother with me fighting cancer? This is stupid. Man, Lord, man.
However, at least according to their mother, seems that his passing finally in 2022 may be at least partially another example of the brutal conditions within the Alabama correctional system, with their mum sharing a post blaming the jail for letting him die in a cell with stage 4 cancer. Brazy, who usually appeared to be mentally unbreakable after everything he had gone through during his tough life, seemed to have finally been broken by the combination of the prison's conditions and the tragic loss of his brother. Brazy would take to Instagram after having had a video taken down to let his fans know that he was truly at his wit's end, that he didn't care about anything anymore. Brazy would also share numerous tributes on Facebook to his young brother, as well as opening up about people around him being fake and not going to his brother's funeral or participating in paying the costs, while they had showed up to see him for the last time whilst he was still alive, wearing all their best clothes like it was a fashion show. Brazy would also reveal that he had tried to bury his brother with his own jewelry, but this was seemingly not allowed. Brazy was clearly going through it during this time, showing how he believed that most people in his shoes would have taken themselves out after taking all the losses that he had, but still promising that no matter what, he wasn't going to give up on life after all he'd gone through. And then, in April 2022, Brazy would make what he called his last Facebook post ever, where he implied that while everybody was counting him out now, he would eventually pop back out on top, and that everybody would try and come back, but it would be too late, as he had already moved on to bigger and better things. Indeed, after this, Brazy would seemingly go on radio silence for over a year on his Facebook, but eventually, in November 2023, as if he had predicted his future, Brazy would indeed get back out and immediately go straight back to the top of the rap game.
I thought it was over for him. I thought he was cooked. Shit crazy. The return of Honeycomb Brazy.
To the shock of many, in mid-November 2023, after having served about 2.5 years of his 13.5-year sentence, Honeycomb Brazy was once again released early. Alabama's most dangerous rapper was back on the streets, and the buzz around his name was major. And soon, fans would get their first glimpse of the freshly released street star, with a much slimmer and sharper-looking Brazy wearing an ankle monitor, hopping out of a police car to greet his friends and family.
Yeah, my mama, bitch, what up, man? Yeah! Don't do that! Don't do that!
Why the fuck they drive him off? Drive him off the property and let him go? Mine's got a shirt tucked in and everything. Belt on, khakis. Yo.
They the free the Brazy. What up?
Brazy would then almost immediately go live on Instagram to officially announce his return to his fans. However, Brazy's newfound freedom would get off to a rough start, as only a few days later he would be arrested yet again, with this newest charge being much more out of the ordinary, as he was apparently accused of indecent exposure to a corrections officer, with this crime
What the fuck?
Allegedly taking place while he had still been locked up. However, the arrest was short-lived, and only half an hour after turning himself in, Brazy would pay the bond and get right back out again.
That is crazy as fuck, bro. What does that
rapper
mean?
Honeycomb Brazy has been arrested.
I've heard shit of like people like in the showers, and they'll like, because the angle of the showers, they'll be able to look at certain correctional officers. And it's like obviously females, obviously, and they'll like, you know, do what they do in the shower.
Arrested for indecent exposure. Deputies say Brazy was arrested on marijuana charges back in 2021. While in custody, deputies say Brazy exposed himself to a corrections officer. He turned himself in today and was released on bond a half hour later.
Why'd they wait so long to do
Once
that?
freed, Brazy would share his future plans on an Instagram story, saying that he had truly grown this time around, and that now he was out, he was only interested in enjoying life, making money, and taking care of his loved ones. And he was apparently looking to end all of his unnecessary beefs that he had been embroiled in within Alabama, but still reminding everybody that if they were looking for it, he was ducking no smoke. However, apparently, this statement only applied to his beefs within Alabama, because when it came to the people outside of the state, it seemed that Brazy still wanted all the smoke. During his time locked up, Brazy had become increasingly disgruntled with his label, Rap-A-Lot, aka Mob Ties, connected with Houston street legend J. Prince Sr. and his son, J. Prince Jr. And Honeycomb Brazy was apparently having issues with one artist in particular in their camp, Finesse 2 Times. Now, these two had previously been on good terms, with Brazy even shouting out 2 Times in his Rap-A-Lot anthem track, Dead People, where he hangs out with the record label head J. Prince Sr. in the music video and saying, Free 2 Times, a reference to the fact that at the time, Finesse 2 Times was locked up since a 2017 charge stemming from an armed altercation. Brazy had also shouted out Finesse 2 Times numerous times on social media, and the two appeared to be very close, with Brazy even seemingly willing to take on 2 Times' beef within the rap industry. For example, his beef with the rapper Moneybagg Yo that had been brewing for years.
Yeah, I fuck Finesse, I'm dead. Lord Finesse, they need to free Finesse for real. Lord Finesse for real, on my soul. I fuck with that boy. I fuck who I fuck with. That's just how I rock, man. I fuck who I fuck with. I'm a real, like I don't say, I got smoke. I got my own smoke going on. I don't pick my business, so I expect to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If you with me, get what? I fuck with you. We on some music. We on some rap. Get what? We think gonna be on some rap. But now
40 minutes though,
we're gonna hop on the streets. We're gonna say D-Rap weighing on that. You know what I'm saying? That's just what's going on.
When Brazy got locked up in May 2021, Finesse 2 Times would post on his YouTube a video of Brazy rapping along to his song Tax Time, together with a description, Free Honeycomb Brazy, Free Finesse 2 Times. Then, when Finesse 2 Times would be released in July 2022, Rap-A-Lot, aka Mob Ties, who had already been in talks with him while he'd been locked up, would go all out for him, organising a private jet to come and pick Finesse up after his release.
Damn. I ain't listen to that Finesse at all, I don't think. I hear a couple of
With this whole ordeal soon after being publicised widely as part of a rollout for Finesse 2 Times' first release since being out, the music video for his song Get Even, where Finesse 2 Times can be seen hanging out in the studio with the son of J. Prince Jr., who was the one seemingly behind the signing of Finesse. Only a few weeks after that, Finesse 2 Times would then drop his smash hit song Back End, with a music video that now stands over 100 million views. And in the video, Finesse 2 Times can be seen flaunting his new label with his whole team rocking Mob Ties merch, while he's seen wearing a new Mob Ties chain together with other new jewelry, and accompanied once again by J. Prince Jr. as Finesse 2 Times raps about how now he only messes with Mob Ties and nobody else. Soon after being home, Finesse 2 Times would also hop on Instagram Live with Brazy, who at the time was still being held in the Limestone Correctional Facility, with the two bigging each other up, while 2 Times would go on to comment on fan criticism on why he hadn't been shouting out Brazy since he was released.
Is so gone. Bro, I love you, bro. I love you too, bro. You know this ain't gonna change, bro. Just cause we on live and just we in front of people, bro. Like this the same, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the other day, bro, you hit me and you was saying shit about how people feel about me not shouting you. They don't understand it. Like we got a relationship outside of social media. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hell yeah. They don't understand it. You Elliot, well, when I was down, you hear me? Yeah. You know, I ain't got a chance to really just care for you like I want to be because, like, and I want to tell you this in front of everybody, you hear me? Like, to come from 23 and 1 lockdown, bro, like, to this lifestyle, bro, taking me fast, bro, you hear me? I tell you this in front of everybody because I love you, but it's taking me fast, you hear me? Like, but I don't be not want to do it, it be just that. But it's so much going on so fast, and I'm trying to study it because, bro, you can get tricked out of the position out here, bro, you hear me? Yeah. And you got to watch this with a close eye, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you come home, I'm really gonna sit you down and really help you understand, like, how you gotta dissect, bro. Like, and you gotta digest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just do this. You gotta do this and watch. Yeah, so
You didn't do this, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to do this and watch. And by me being kind of held back them 5 years, kind of held me back. Like, I got some catching up to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I be having to watch, you know what I'm saying? And really figure out what's going on. And not just in the streets and not just in the game for the rap industry, but around me too. It's brand new to me. So don't charge it to my heart, bro. I love you, bro. You can get whatever from me. Because when I was down, anytime you asked me for something, you were there for me, bro.
Yeah. So you know how I go, busy, real Lord. You know it from the heart. You know what's up.
I already know.
So these two had all of this history and seemed to be on good terms, but then one day, suddenly, everything would change, and Honeycomb Brazy would seemingly have a change of heart, taking to Instagram to air his grievances, seemingly implying that he wasn't getting back the same love that he'd been giving out 2 times when he was locked up, and saying that he was one of the main reasons that Finesse had signed to Mob Ties in the first place. Yet Brazy was still showing love to J Prince Sr., saying that he had kept it solid with him always, and was the reason that Brazy was still with the label. However, he would ultimately go on to drop a lot of shade on Rap-A-Lot Records, warning up-and-coming rappers from signing bad deals with labels. A few months later, someone from Brazy's inner circle would seemingly take to Instagram, further criticizing Rap-A-Lot for not supporting Brazy as they should have, even though Brazy had been nothing but loyal to them. The beef would then further escalate when Finesse 2 Times would not only become part of Rap-A-Lot aka Mob Ties, but would also join with Moneybagg Yo and his Bread Gang label despite the fact that they were former ops, with Finesse 2 Times even publicly taking responsibility for their past beef and squashing it.
No matter what we went through, when I sit back and analyze everything that we had man-to-man conversations about, came true, and I was like, damn, I was wrong. But time had to show me that. That's solid. Time had to show me that we were wrong because I didn't understand. He had certain people around him like Zach Randolph and he had to show him. So he was trying to show me. He was trying to put me on point.
That's real, but don't do that.
Bro, listen, he was trying to put me on point about the around me, about the game, about everything.
It's hard, boy.
But the whole time I'm looking at it like, jailhouse.
Call it.
All this. Yeah. I'm gonna push on.
Yeah, you thinking like you on some soft shit. Boy, you on the money.
Time, he on point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, after that, Honeycomb Brazy would then take to Instagram, where he would comment on the deal, saying how he bets that NBA Youngboy and Fredo Bang would never do a song together, with the implication seemingly being that Finesse 2 Times and Moneybagg Yo weren't keeping it real and had squashed their beef and become friends purely for money and clout. While in contrast, Brazy's beefs were real life or death situations. Brazy would also post a bunch of screenshots from conversations between the two in 2021 when Brazy was still out, but 2 Times was still locked up, apparently proving that Brazy had kept things real when the roles were reversed. He would even show how his mother had been wearing a free Finesse 2 Times shirt. And then, in July 2023, a few months before Brazy would be released from prison, Finesse 2 Times' career would take a major hit, as allegations would surface of him allegedly snitching on his co-defendant back in the day, with YouTube snitch identifier 1090 Jake amplifying the claims of the alleged co-defendant in that case on Instagram, ironically writing on his story how his DMs were looking Brazy, whilst posting the pictures that somebody close to the co-defendant had sent him of the paperwork. Finesse 2 Times, on the other hand, would reply denying any claims of snitching, and he would also further explain how he believed the paperwork was fake because he'd been a juvenile at the time the alleged crime had taken place, and thus nobody could possibly have access to any paperwork about him from that period of time. At the time, 1090 Jake indeed did have no access to the actual paperwork. He had just been sent it, but he would still state during a DJ Vlad interview that he believed that paperwork to indeed be real, and that he had personally put in a request to get the original reports from the Memphis law enforcement.
I requested the paperwork. They told me it would take 6 months to get. I had to actually get somebody in Tennessee to do it because in Tennessee, you have to be a state resident to request any paperwork. But yeah, that's not fake.
But while it would take Jake all the way until March 2024 to finally get the paperwork and put out a video confirming it, once again letting the world know that Finesse 2 Times had indeed told on his co-defendants and had even been charged as an adult in the case. By this point, the damage to Finesse 2 Times' reputation had already been done a long time before that, with other paperwork specialists like Wack 100 also coming out to call Finesse 2 Times a snitch publicly, whilst having conversations with his co-defendants on Clubhouse. Now, rap fans and other rap culture personalities like DJ Academics would also clown on Finesse 2 Times, relentlessly calling him the hilarious nickname Confess 2 Times. Therefore, once Honeycomb Brazy was released in November 2023, he would have one more reason to diss Finesse 2 Times and Rap-A-Lot aka Mob Ties, who had signed him to a deal. On his first Instagram live after being freed, Honeycomb Brazy would attack Rap-A-Lot Records by sarcastically asking where his private jet was to pick him up from jail, referring to that red carpet treatment.
Nah, dead ass though. Literally got red carpet on the ground.
I see Alabama. I don't see nothing else right now. What in the f going on? Y'all the land of playing for this big rat. Built that sis ass on your ass. More your ass like booty house, boy. You know that though. Oh, bad. So you converting over Muslim, boy. Ain't nothing finna stop what's going on. Like you converting over Muslim when I come home. Everybody trying to get cool Rollo. They think Rollo finna say the industry. Yeah. This what going on, man. Listen, boy, God on say I ain't lying. So they going Muslims. Now these guys, that's what these pies do. It's just like that in prison. Like I just left prison. On my grandma, you leave prison, go to prison, they be pies. Scary as what they do, go Muslim.
But it was that incident with the private jet that had clearly left Honeycomb Brazy feeling some type of way, and he would soon clown Finesse 2 Times once again during another Instagram live, claiming that his jet had never even left the ground and saying that it was all a publicity stunt, whilst also hilariously describing his own first ever flight experience. With this explanation, perhaps telling more about Brazy's experience of flying, rather than whether 2 Times had indeed pulled off a publicity stunt.
Do y'all know that Finesse got out? Listen, when he got out of jail, he was on a jet, right? Do y'all know the jet never left the ground?
That's crazy as fuck.
It was never in the air. You hear me? It never left the ground. It was all a skit. It was all a skit. The whole time. Boy, I swear to God. This guy hopped in the jet and really shot a video and then walked down this night like he really did been in the air. Like he signing papers and boy, you ain't never fly in your life. One thing I'll say about it, let me say about it. Ain't no word hopping on that plane for the first time. And they just like normal with it. No seatbelt on. Ain't got nothing signing. Man, I swear to God, my first time I hop on the plane, go what I did. Boy, with that seatbelt there, I don't know what the going on. I'm buckling down. I'm talking about, I'm trying to look for extra scraps. You hear me? This my first time on a plane, man. I'm buckling up. I'm scared. I'm talking about, I'm ears popping this like he in the air signing the papers. They got no headphones in the ear. You know, you on that plane, you gotta put headphones in your ear to stop the little noise. All this shit. You hear me? Man, ain't did none of that. Fresh out of jail, acting like he in and out, signing paper. Jumped down, man, buddy boy, so goddamn, oh my God.
Soon after getting out, Honeycomb Brazy would release his first new song titled Respect, along with a fresh music video, with both the song and video being clear disses aimed towards Finesse 2 times. The music video itself was influenced by popular horror movies like Halloween, with Honeycomb Brazy wearing the mask of the movie's main character, Michael Myers, whilst his crew were wearing jigsaw masks from the Saw movie series and the masks of Jason from the Friday the 13th movies. Brazy would begin the song by calling Finesse 2 times a piece of pork, basically saying that he's a cop due to the alleged snitching, whilst also asking him, why are you trying to get in my skin, which is essentially a reference to the fact that Finesse 2 times kind of took Honeycomb Brazy's place in Rap-A-Lot Records while he was locked up. He would continue rapping how somebody is trying to finesse him and how he's from Alabama, so he gives no F's about the Klan, with this line being a slick double entendre that refers to both the actual Ku Klux Klan that has a long and dark history in Alabama, whilst also making a reference to Finesse 2 times and his crew, which is called Duck Klan, a bizarre choice of name for your crew, with Finesse 2 times even having an enormous chain of the crew's logo that
Duck Klan? D-U-H, Duh Klan. Whoa. Whoa there, buddy. What the fuck? That's what... Yeah. What the fuck is this? Are they hanging people? On a tree? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Yo, we're talking about Duck Klan with people... Wow, I'm like, what the fuck is this part? I'm seeing a tree branch, bro. DKC?
actually portrays 3 Ku Klux Klan members being hanged. Now, the song and the music video then ends with a scene where Brazy and his partners are seemingly killing somebody or burying a body, while Brazy repeats the line, "I see dead people, they like he ain't got no common sense, finesse he would have died if I ain't linking with Jay Prince." Now, this line refers to specific events that Brazy claims happened while the two were still cool, with Finesse 2 times allegedly calling Brazy scared from prison that a big-time gangster in Memphis was going to kill him, after which Brazy would allegedly link 2 times up with Jay Prince, who would put in a call and make that threat against 2 times go away. Therefore, after repeating the line and describing these events, Brazy would even go on a monologue imitating Finesse 2 times, calling him about that matter. Brazy would then hop on Instagram Live once again to talk more about his relationship with Finesse 2 times, going on a long rant where he explained more about how 2 times is scared to go back to prison and how the last time Brazy had to come and save him was having actual killers after him.
Hey, y'all ain't ready to give up that lifestyle. Oh my grandma, these niggas ready to give up that lifestyle. You think these, man, listen, you think these ready to go do some more time, boy? Boy. That ass out of there, man. Like some real shit and not going back to jail. Boy, you had a hard first little bit. I had to come save him. Walk. You hear me? I ain't got time to talk no broke ass for real. We got rock money, we got trap money over here. We ain't studying that. You was real scared. See what I'm saying? You were real scared, real pot, real activities. And I supposed to read that shit, but I'm so screwed. They're real. You locked up already. They got you scared in the cell. You ain't even, you know what I'm saying? I got real water. I got real smoke in the street. I'm out here trying to make sure you straight.
He would also say that he's the person that put Finesse 2 times on, implying that it was him that put Finesse in contact with the Jay Prince family, as well as explaining how he had still been sending money to 2 times' books, even after his grandparents were killed, which is why Brazy got mad after 2 times would seemingly imply during their jail call that he was just testing Brazy to see if he was solid.
I pitched wrong. Boy, you know what's going on. You wasn't talking about nothing. You hear me? You wasn't talking about nothing, Finesse. You was ass. You was out of there. You was dead. You was finna get, yeah. So I'm sending you money after my grandma don't get killed. So you know I'm with you. You see what I'm saying? So y'all telling me I'm mad and I'm tripping. I ain't tripping. So I'm silent. I ain't tripping. You heard me? I ain't tripping at all, man. My grandma no dead, gone. That boy hit me up, I'm still. Y'all, here you go. It real love. You feel me? I ain't even tripping. I'm going through real shit. So about me, yeah, you supposed to know it real love. And you get out and say some shit like I'm testing you. Boy, test your don't test no real like me. Know what I'm saying? You don't test no who holds you down.
Testing it. But yeah, so funny.
Brazy would also make fun of 2 Times for getting liposuction surgery, something that Finesse's ex-girlfriend would reveal about him after a breakup, with both the girlfriend and Brazy clowning 2 Times with the common trope in rap culture, claiming that any weight loss surgery for a man is essentially a male BBL.
I didn't even know, like, what the fuck? I didn't even. She said I'm dropping a EP tomorrow. I'm like, what the fuck? It's gonna be all new songs, all old songs? Like,
yeah, with Finesse 2 Times responding to these allegations, like
humorously
stating that when he pops back out, they're gonna be calling him Finesse Too Fine. And finally, Brazy would imply that his crew, RN4L, had ran into J Prince Jr.'s Mob Ties crew in a nightclub, and that guns had been drawn, as well as saying that as long as Finesse 2 Times is with the label, Brazy won't associate with Mob Ties.
I swear to God, up on everybody on my grandma's grave. We went to test. We upped on everybody, man. What did you talking about? This on my grandma. We in the club with the head. We upped on everybody. Everybody, the Mob Ties, rapper like it really got real with me up there. Playing, we upped on the whole club. This on my grandma. I ain't just talking RN4L business. You see what I'm saying? I'm really like that. You don't even know what's going on. I don't give a fuck about nothing in real life, man. You with the wrong, them they got you wrong like you side and want me to I ain't with that shit. On my grandma.
How many new songs is that?
I never go back up there long you wrong.
Now, Brazy clearly wanted all of the smoke around this time, and he would continuously hop online to air his grievances with Finesse 2 Times and the label Rap-A-Lot, more particularly J Prince Jr. and his Mob Ties venture. Now, this would get Finesse 2 Times' brother No Love to hop on Instagram to say that he was going to expose Honeycomb Brazy.
Turn my shit up, man. I'm finna expose this.
He would then explain how Brazy had indeed been putting money on Finesse 2 Times' books while he was locked up, but he would call the amounts given petty, although they would seemingly count up to thousands of dollars, which he would think would go a long way in prison. He would then go on to claim that Finesse 2 Times was going to return the favour once he was out, while Brazy was still locked up, but Brazy himself had apparently been too impatient, something that Finesse 2 Times would take as an insult.
So boom, so I guess he's supposed to send bro like 1,200, 15, some little pet ass. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Bro was finna send him some little bread and when he was locked up, but made it seem like bro owe him like he come like, man, well, bro, you taking too long, bro. Like, bro, about to send him something, bro. You taking too long, woo, like, bro, or something. So, bro said, so past that.
Strangely, he would then seemingly imply that Brazy was because he had sat on the back seat when he had been picked up from prison.
Man, homie, you come home, jump in the back seat, in the seat. You jump in the back seat, in the middle. You ain't getting the front, none of that. These folks don't get no f about you. You talking about your mama went out there, your chained on you. Listen, man, I'm finna break this down, man.
He would also explain how he had in fact been messing with a girl from
What? So he's on Honeycomb Brazy's ass because instead of sitting in the front seat of the car, he sat in the back seat of the car when he left prison. What are we talking about, bro?
Alabama, who lived on the same street as Honeycomb Brazy's mother, saying how he'd personally seen the bullet holes on Brazy's mother.
So I can't sit in the back of a car now without getting questioned? Like, what the fuck?
House that resulted from the attacks of DD Southall shooters, and then going on to claim that Brazy had ran away to Birmingham whilst leaving his grandparents to die in Mobile.
How you gonna come out of jail trying to get on some gangster shit, knowing you are like, come on, bro. I'm gonna tell you how my experience from the like, I used to this little in Alabama, like, her folks stayed like 2-3 houses down from his mama house. You see what I'm saying? I'm outside his mama house on the curb looking at the house. I see bullet holes in this shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, fool, them folks really sliding on you out there, fool. Yo, ass went to Birmingham because you didn't want to go to Mobile. Cause them folks gonna stank your ass. Real talk, fool. Your grandma, your granddaddy dead.
Talking about stank.
Playing, fool.
He would then say that he was going to smack Brazy before absurdly saying how he knew from the start that Brazy wasn't straight, before straight up admitting that Finesse 2 Times had in fact finessed Brazy out of his money.
Man, whoop your ass, bro. Gonna spank your ass, bro. You playing, then you playing games, you throwing threats out. You know what I'm saying? All that over some little money. I knew you weren't straight. You hear me? Man, you sent your little 1,200, your little 1,500, you got finesse, man. You know what I'm saying? You just like one of these ratchet, man, fucking foot dragging, black feet ass out here. You reached out to a real man in jail on some group ass and talk your ass. Yeah, now get in that blood. You talking about, yeah, talk your ass. Yeah, you got finesse.
Brazy wouldn't take long to respond, as he was hopping on lives constantly at this point, even going on live straight from the toilet, whilst commenting on how No Love's Mob Ties chains was in fact Brazy's old chain.
Oh, really? No, you really like. Man, how you got one Mob Tie chain on your neck that ain't even yours? That my old chain, fool. You know that? Do you know that my old Mob Tie chain? Show me the back there. You ain't got a balk. You ain't got a balk.
He would also say that if anyone ever tried to smack him, they're going to meet their end with their hands still in the air.
Elbow, man, look, you ever rage up, you gonna die like this. I swear you gonna die trying to smack me. I probably gonna be like dead. Soon you die like this. Then how you gonna die?
Instead, Brazy would claim that his friend had in fact smacked J Prince Jr. so hard he had ended up anime style at the other end of the room, and that J Prince Jr. had apparently not retaliated in any way after the smack.
On blood, this on my grandma grave. I wish I went I get on my knees right now. Bruh, this on my grandma grave. This on my dead little brother. This on like my grandma, my granddaddy. So I put it on J Prince. I put it on Senior. My little from Mississippi smacked the f*** out of Junior. Oh my grandma.
Listen, you got that chain on, somebody smacking me. When I would let Shank in, I add little Shank on this. Junior came with that drunk like he, all that. Whoa! Oh my grandma, boy, we don't even play like that. Don't never do that. Get what Junior said? Flew to the door. That flew to the other side of the door on my grandma's grave. Flew. I like that little right there. Yeah, I like that. I know you do like him. Oh my grandma, I know you do like him. Cause we really like that. What the f you niggas think?
Brazy would also say that he lost all respect for J. Prince Jr. after letting people in his camp talk bad about his grandparents.
Yeah, J. Prince Jr. like he lost all his respect for me. I ain't got no more respect for him. I got no more respect for him, bro. Like real shit. You let these boys talk my grandma and granddad on live home, then with a ball tie chain on, like they standing on business, like for real home. Like that what we on, Junior?
He would also respond to the claim that Finesse 2 Times had finessed him by saying that he kept logs of all of their conversations that showed 2 Times had actually begged him for money, as well as pointing out he was already a very successful artist at the time, so he would have had no need to try and get clout off Finesse 2 Times, who had been locked up for several years at this point, and pointing out the fact that Finesse 2 Times and No Love had in fact been on very bad terms at the time, with the brother even dissing 2 Times when he first got home.
And you talking about finesse me out some money, boy, I was a real your brother. That boy, I got messages, the boy begging the at me. See what I'm saying? You know, I keep everything. I don't know why y'all go there with Brazy. Like, I don't keep all the dirt. You know I keep all the dirt. I got your brother saying all type of shit with them. You don't need nothing. You just need me. We locked in. I don't got to lock in with your brother. I was already blowing up. Your brother locked up. He had about 2 years left. I'm using him for clout. He got 2 years left to do. And then on the street blowing up, got a video of J. Prince going viral. And I don't need this. I'm turning down bad features and everything. So how the I needed your brother? How? How the hell did I need your? Now your brother misled. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't.
This man really got his fucking dick out, taking a shit while on live talking about.
Don't do this. Man. Don't do that. They want to.
Like he just sitting on a tour at this point with
kid. Yo, bro. You can't them. They shot little Marcus. I don't know none of these, man. You hear me? I don't know none of them naming, bro. Like what I'm capping for? Why I kept it real with home? You told y'all finesse me by me sending your some money when y'all wasn't even sending him no money. Your brother was telling me he cut you off. You must forgot you were dissing your brother when he first got out. This your brother. This y'all got the same mama, but you fake, you flawed. This ain't real. He got everybody else running with him but you. That man said, he told me that I don't know. He can die. I kill my brother. This on my grandma.
Indeed, it seemed that Finesse 2 Times and his brother's relationship had plenty of problems of their own, because some weeks later, 2 Times partners would allegedly beat his own brother up at their Airbnb, with the brother hopping back on live to comment on the matter, a large knot on his head where he's seemingly been hit.
So we out here in Miami, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get straight to it, you know what I'm saying? Me and bro had some words, some disagreements. I'll let that be known later. And I'm gonna upload the footage of what just happened.
That means that me and my brother talk. We had some disagreements, got a knot on his fucking forehead. I bet y'all fucking did.
As you can see, I got a knot on my head. You hear me? Y'all share these junk, bro. My own
at least he real with it.
Brother, bro. You hear me? And the reason behind this, I ain't gonna even say it on live right here. I'm gonna just let y'all know what happened, cuz. Come on, cuz. That might let his own jump me, cuz. What let his own jump him, bro? Come on, man. That shit ain't straight, fool. Ain't no more F&G with me. Don't say nothing to me about no finesse 2 times. No, none of that shit. Bro, I'm standing on it this time, bro.
Meanwhile, Brazy had also been continuing to diss J. Prince Jr., shouting out all of the poppin' Alabama rappers on his story, including No Cap and Rilo, that he had previously had problems.
Oh shit, Young Blue, PZ, Rye. Who's Rubber Band OG? Lil Bam.
With saying that they don't need no record labels, seemingly staying true to his earlier conviction of not getting into beefs with other Alabama rappers, whilst also telling J. Prince Jr. to pull up and that he was going to smack his whole head off. Now it seems that things were increasingly escalating towards a real confrontation that could get somebody hurt. Moreover, Honeycomb Brazy's beef between his label were getting him into altercations with other people close to him, like one of his main cameramen, Cash Jundi, who was behind many of his latest music videos, with the two gathering millions and millions of views together, as at the time, Brazy was truly on the run of a lifetime when it came to his music career during this period. However, Brazy was getting frustrated, as according to him, the label was only sending him beats and cameramen, but no money that everyone else was seemingly making off his music. And this frustration would then seemingly boil into a real-life altercation where Brazy would punch one of the people in the production team while taking off with Jundi's camera.
I'm sweet. Listen, I just had to knock him out on deck on my grandma grades that dropped me. Like, I don't even play like that. And then Henny had to come out the room behind me. I got this. I'm out of there. I'm gone.
Oh man, I
got some pressure built up, man. I swear to God, I got some pressure built up. Wow, man, I'm going through it for real, y'all. I'm just street. I'm just really like I know how to get some money out of the street, so I don't really be. But man, these folk playing, man. These folk got up. I'm on some for real. I ain't even feeling like really. I got a video I just shot yesterday. I want to drop the whole day, but I don't want to drop it because I feel like these just eating. They just eating off, and they paying me with my own goddamn money, man. Like ain't nobody standing on business, bro. Now, I ain't not Cash do that. I was finna drop his ass too, though. But I had not the other dude that. I got your camera right here, boy. I got your camera with me still. I'm gonna give your camera back, though, but I ain't gonna do it like that. I'm just mad, bro. I swear to God, I'm mad, bro. These folk playing with a Then they sending you, they bring all these cameramans all the time, and it like y'all just want me to, they sending me beats. This is all they doing, sending me instrumentals and sending me cameramans. Instrumental, cameraman, instrumental, cameraman. Where that bag at, man?
But then something would happen right when Brazy was seemingly spiraling out of control, as Brazy would announce that he had had a very long FaceTime call with J Prince Sr. It had always been clear that while Honeycomb Brazy had many grievances with Rap-A-Lot and mob ties, he always had an enormous amount of respect for J Prince Sr., even in the midst of this latest feud, as he had even said on his recent lives.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all why I love J Prince. Like, the power, that power, man. I love Pop, the Pop real, like I'm Pop normal. As Pop talk to me, we always talk. Pop no Brazy got their own mind.
Therefore, it's no surprise that J Prince Sr. had major pull with Honeycomb Brazy, and after this conversation, Brazy would then seemingly do a complete 180, taking full responsibility and apologizing for his beef with J Prince Jr., even saying that they needed to meet face to face and settle their differences for good. Unfortunately, Brazy's other beefs, like the one with Finesse 2 times his brother, were still very much active. And despite getting into a beef with his own brother, No Love still had his eyes on Brazy, who had been clowning him relentlessly after the altercation.
They got footage. Man, how you get the footage? So you get your ass beat up and you record at the same time? Boy, you different. Boy, you the real police.
Nah.
You is the real.
Nah, for real. How the fuck you get the footage, though? Like, who the fuck is recording?
No Love was also likely seeing all the recent media attention around their beef being a way for him to launch his own rap career.
Bro,
so he would drop his own diss song towards
75K?
Honeycomb Brazy titled I Want Blood. The video begins with large text on screen reading Mobile, Alabama, 5:55 p.m. It then cuts to a man being carried to a potential grave in a forest, the clear implication being that the man being carried is Honeycomb Brazy. And the theme of the music video is likely a reference to Brazy's music video for his 2 times diss song titled Respect, which also features Brazy and his crew seemingly killing a man in a forest. Later in the video, No Love can be seen eating Honeycomb brand cereal, a clear reference to Brazy, who himself has posted pictures of these cereals numerous times, with the front album cover for his Honeycomb Hideout project even portraying a cereal box. Now, the reception for the song would be generally pretty good, with many people being surprised at just how good Finesse 2 times his brother was at rapping, but Brazy wasn't impressed, once again clowning No Love during his many Instagram lives.
Boy, they have no milk. I'm blow for real, though. You keep on handling yourself on the internet. Then you ate the cereal for real. Then you really eating the cereal. Eat prop cereal. Ooh, better eat prop cereal and everything. This different. Boy, you different though, Lord. Boy, you different. Like, you, I swear to God, I throw you something, bro. Like, on some real. You ain't gotta be living like that, bro.
And in retaliation to this, No Love would pull a very bold move, considering Brazy's reputation. As Honeycomb Brazy's mother had been living in Houston at the time, but this was not supposed to be public knowledge. Yet somehow, No Love would run into Brazy's mother, capturing their encounter on video. No Love would claim that his intention was to meet Brazy's mother and squash the beef between their camps, showing that all is love. And he would therefore approach Brazy's mother with open arms, with the two being seen exchanging a hug.
How you doing, Mom, dude? What's up with it? Come on, you know what's going on, Mom, dude? Let me give you a hug. Hold on. What's wrong with these folks, man? What's wrong with them, man? Come on, man. Stop playing.
Nah, bruh.
It's all good, you hear me? That's all I want to say, you hear me? It's all good, Mom, dude, you hear me? Yeah, it's all good.
However, in reality, this was obviously a way of No Love to show Honeycomb Brazy that he knew where his mother was and that she was in a vulnerable position, which would become obvious in the way that he would then describe their meeting on social media, even clowning Brazy for having his mother driving a box Chevy and staying in a hotel, while then ironically stating how their problems had been cleared. Many fans would share the sentiment that No Love was playing a very dangerous game at this point, especially given what had happened to Honeycomb Brazy's grandparents, with any threat towards his family likely causing Brazy to go crazy. Brazy's mother would then go on live herself, explaining the altercation and saying that No Love didn't do anything extra and had only been friendly during that interaction.
But I go to the store, the first person, I'm gonna be on, I know I'm gonna be on camera, on live, all that shit. I go straight to the store. I promise. I'm gonna just be straight up because I'm a female. If this dude wanted to do anything to me, hurt me, he could have hurt me, killed me, anything. He didn't do nothing but hug me and show me love.
Honeycomb Brazy, on the other hand, was not fooled, and he would comment on the situation on his Instagram story, saying that what No Love did was unforgivable given what had happened to his grandparents. However, No Love would seemingly soon have a change of heart, perhaps realizing that this behavior wasn't winning him any fans, as he would then go on live again to explain the beef from his end, claiming that someone close to him had made a disrespectful post taunting Brazy's grandparents from his Instagram account, as well as sharing how close his own relationship was with his grandparents, therefore suggesting that he would never do anything to disrespect Brazy's grandparents.
I didn't win that gas, fool, but I can't sleep, fool, knowing that what was said on that story about your grandma and them, bro, that man typed on my phone, bro. You hear me? That's on my dead grandma, bro. Rest her soul, bro. When he posted it, I ain't feel it, bro. You hear me? I could have deleted it, fool, but I'm telling y'all now, fool, because I feel like I've been played on, fool. I feel like use me, fool. Like, don't even with me. I don't care if I get no security out here or if flush me out here like these facts, bro.
But while all this beef was going on, Brazy continued racking up millions of streams, and there was even rumors that he had signed a deal with Birdman and Cash Money Records as the two were seen spending time together. They would even do a song together called Dis Dat. Unfortunately though, just about a month after being freed and releasing back-to-back singles, all garnering millions of views, things would once again come crashing down on Honeycomb Brazy, as another serious case would land, only this time things would get federal.
Federal? fall of Honeycomb Brazy.
During December 2023, Honeycomb Brazy was seemingly staying close to his home turf, with his December 1st music video for the song 6 O'Clock showing Brazy and his partners hanging out in his childhood community of Happy Hill, followed by his December 8th music video with Birdman for the song Dis Dat, showing the two hanging out in the Sideways Sports Bar and Grill in West Mobile. And then his December 14th music video, together with another Mobile rapper BCUG, which showed them in a Mobile-based recording studio located next to Brazy's Happy Hill neighborhood. Unfortunately, this would be the last.
Okay, Mobile. Okay, so they appear with it. Because I was about to look at the Google Maps after this shit. Because I'm like, why the fuck they keep talking about Africa Town, Happy Hills and shit? Okay, I think No Cap and Rilo live on the southern part of this shit. I think Lil Ry, if he does, I think he is from Mobile. I think he live out west or some shit.
Last music video to be released with Brazy as a free man, because only 4 days later, on December 18th, while Brazy's car was driving north of Mobile on Interstate 65 whilst passing the General W.K. Wilson Jr. Bridge, better known as the Dolly Parton Bridge, the car would be stopped by Mobile County Sheriff Office Special Operations Unit and FBI officers belonging to a so-called Safe Streets Task Force, which is a joint operation between state and federal officials that specializes in investigating violent crimes and arresting violent offenders. In court documents, one participating FBI officer detailed the reasons for the vehicle being stopped. There was a particular focus on Brazy's vehicle that he was traveling in at the time, which would turn out to be a bulletproof white Cadillac Escalade SUV, which the feds claimed was traveling too close to the vehicle in front of it, as well as suggesting that it was traveling in the left lane for a period of longer than 1.5 miles without passing another vehicle. The cops would also claim that the car had too dark tinting on the rear windows and was not displaying the proper registration for the state of Texas where the car was registered. This initial criminal complaint, which is dated 3 days after the arrest, also includes long descriptions about the FBI agent's expertise when it comes to investigating drug traffickers, which is seemingly included in the report to not only establish probable cause on their arrest, but also support the decision of the officers to perform the traffic stop on Brazy's vehicle in the first place. Once the car was stopped, the officers would first talk with the driver of the vehicle, who would turn out to be a man named Mason Fuller, who was seemingly acting as a security guard for Brazy at this time, as he was wearing a body armor vest labeled with text saying enforcement. Fuller, who seemingly goes by the name Bishop and runs a professional bodyguarding business, can be seen on Brazy's manager's Instagram together with Brazy all the way back in November when he first got out of jail. And according to the FBI officer, due to Fuller wearing body armor, he was asked whether there were weapons in the car, to which Fuller would state that there were indeed at least 2 weapons. One standard-looking 9mm pistol that was found under the driver's seat, while another one, a Smith & Wesson MP15 pistol that looks more like a rifle, will be located under the third row seat, which was allegedly within the immediate reach of both Brazy and a third occupant of the car, a man named Miguel Hall from Houston, Texas. The officers would also suggest that there was a strong smell of marijuana emanating from the car, and inside they would find a half-smoked blunt, along with a liquid medicine bottle, also within the immediate reach of Brazy, with the prescription partly ripped off. And one of the FBI officers actually claimed that he was able to make out the words promethazine, which he claimed he knew is often mixed with codeine. Then later in the same document, that same bottle is described as actually containing both promethazine and codeine. Now, the officers would discover that all 3 occupants of the vehicle were individuals who had been prohibited from possessing firearms due to their previous convictions. The driver, Fuller, who was wearing the body armor, apparently had a temporary protective order against him that he had received a few months before the traffic stop in Georgia due to a domestic violence case he had outstanding. And Brazy and the third man, Hall, were indeed convicted felons who weren't supposed to possess firearms. And so all 3 of the individuals were arrested at the scene, eventually being indicted on federal gun charges. And as soon as Honeycomb Brazy was arrested, it didn't take long for his top op, Finesse 2 Times, to jump on social media and share his opinions, posting a picture of himself on Instagram laying on the ground like a dead body, surrounded by money like it was crime scene chalk, along with a caption boasting how he doesn't even need a gun to kill his enemies, together with a hashtag saying the art of war. Now, it appears to be a bit of a strange insinuation, and it kind of makes it look like Finesse 2 Times had something to do with the arrest. Perhaps Finesse 2 Times actually confessed 3 times. But he would also taunt Honeycomb Brazy, saying F your favorite rapper, as well as highlighting his rap-a-lot or mob ties connections, dissing his haters from Mobile, as well as saying that he was going back to being the old Finesse, but it didn't specify if that meant he would go back to snitching on his co-defendants too. After all, he did mention that he was driving around with cheese, as well as screaming into the camera how it was up with anyone now.
Your favorite rapper. How about that? Hey, nah. All decide, hey, bro got a bond, man. What's bro bond, bro? Hey, if he ain't got no bond, bro, hey, I'm gonna send my lawyer your way, bro. I want you to touch back down, bro, so we can have some fun. Hey, look, don't start calling my phone that. Long as I was quiet, trying to be humble about and trying to be mature about Nah, they kept trolling. Nah, they kept, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm on it. That's what it is. Like, no, don't recognize it real, then I'm back on some like, don't start calling my phone now. Don't call my phone. I ain't no net. I ain't nah. As long as I was trying to be quiet, trying to be cool about it, I leave it. Nah, it's over with. Yeah, it's dead. Yeah. Talking about however you feel, that's what it is. From now on. Any feel like Finesse 2 Times said this. Oh, any bad about me, any owe me some money. Yeah, it's up. You talking about this day. From now on, from this day forward, that's what's going on, man. And if I see you, ain't gonna be no friendly. It ain't gonna be no friendly conversation. I'ma smack blood one. I'm gonna start smacking the bottom. I'm gonna go back to the old Finesse. Yeah, I'm gonna start smacking.
Mobile, Alabama. Talking about, because I know that's all on here. Ain't nothing but haters on here. Ain't nothing but Mobile, Alabama haters on here. Stay out my shit.
Bro, getting gassed up.
Talking about, hey, man. And I'm riding around with these cheese on me. And I got security in the front of the back of me. And I'm moving proper. Yeah, I might make my little young nigga.
They got that cheese on them.
All type of shit.
Now, it's easy to be tough with your ops when they've been locked up, isn't it? And many commenters on YouTube would point the same thing out too, suggesting
oh,
that
God.
2 times.
Bro ain't say shit when Brazy was home. Right when he got locked up, he and that bitch fucking yelling at his phone. Man, get the fuck out of here.
So tough 2 weeks ago when Brazy was out.
Bama South outdoors though.
In the streets. And now that Brazy is locked up, suddenly.
Bro, talking about Mr. Crash Out. Now he's humble and mature.
He's got a whole bunch to say. Finesse 2 times insinuation was that he had finessed Brazy into this situation, something that would strike a chord with Brazy himself. And on the 7th of January 2024, Brazy would make several posts from behind the wall to his Instagram page, claiming to have paperwork on his arrest that proved Finesse 2 times indeed filed a complaint against him. Brazy would also claim that this was being done to make sure that he is back inside prison, so he is out of the way, and that 2 times apparently couldn't take the pressure that Brazy was applying to him in the streets, even suggesting that he has more respect for 6ix9ine than Finesse 2 times. Brazy would also mention once again the love that he had previously shown to Finesse 2 times back when he was incarcerated, and suggesting that now 2 times had crossed him out. Brazy would then cap things off by stating that you can never trust a man with a BBL. Now, Brazy had plenty of reasons to be upset for this latest setback, because contrary to what many people seem to assume based on his prior problems with the law, this time around, it appears that Brazy was at least trying to move smart. As far as he was concerned, he had hired a private security team to watch over him at all times, which can even be seen in one of the only interviews that Brazy had done after coming home during this period, where his head of security, Fuller, himself, was seen leading the group surrounding Brazy, along with several other security guards. But fortunately, what Brazy allegedly didn't know was that Fuller and Hall, who allegedly worked as his security, had been barred from carrying guns, something someone from Brazy's team would post on his Instagram after the arrest. Moreover,
so wait, there's 2 guns in the car, there's 3 of them, 2 security guards, and 2 people not supposed to have guns. Both of them not supposed to have guns. All 3 of them not supposed to have guns. But the 2 of them, bruh, the security need to take both them charges, bro. Bro, my man's Brazy is locked up because security wasn't supposed to have guns. This shit pisses me off now, cause I'm thinking the other dude that wasn't security, that wasn't driving, I thought that was just his man's. I'm like, his man need to take his charge. No, bro, that's security that need to take that fucking charge. What the fuck?
As the person close to Brazy would write, after the arrest, both Fuller and Hall were pleading guilty, even though one of the guns was registered to Fuller, while the other one was registered to the mother of Hall's child. It seemed that the handling of Brazy's security had turned out to be
what?
The arrest. Moreover, as the person close to Brazy would write, after the arrest, both Fuller and Hall would plead not guilty, even though one of the guns was registered to Fuller, while the other one was registered to the mother of Hall's child. It seemed that the handling of
what? Both the guns are registered to the security in some way. Man, get the fuck. Why the fuck is Brazy sat up in jail for 7 months?
Brazy's security had turned out to be a complete mess, but he might not have known about this. So apparently, the
his
hiring
fault.
of the security team was handled by Brazy's manager, an individual who goes by the painfully ironic nickname No Luck. And on his Instagram account, the manager showcases his security services that he offers his clients, including a picture of seemingly that same white Escalade that Brazy and the other 2 men were caught up in. No Luck may have even been the one responsible for linking Brazy with Birdman to collaborate and potentially sign a record deal, but No Luck would also be associated with other people in the music industry that Brazy has a much more contentious relationship with, namely the Prince family and their Rap-A-Lot/Mob Ties labels. In older posts, he can even be seen flaunting the company's chains, as well as having many pictures with the family and people associated with those labels throughout the years. Now, it's likely that Brazy, in fact, first got in contact with No Luck through Rap-A-Lot when he was still cool with the label, as their relationship seems to go all the way back to at least December 2020, right when Brazy first got out and linked up with Rap-A-Lot. However, at least until a few years ago, No Luck was also seemingly managing Brazy's biggest current op, Finesse 2 times, and Finesse is still saved in his Instagram highlights under the title Artists. Nevertheless, later on, Brazy would later retract his comments about 2 times setting him up, saying that he had now seen the full paperwork and he wasn't going to lie about anybody being a snitch, even if it's his ops. A comment to which 2 times would respond to, saying, how could anyone believe anything Brazy says? However, it would turn out that Finesse 2 times genuinely didn't have anything to do with the arrest, and recent news reports would reveal that Brazy was actually being actively monitored by law enforcement during this time, and it would turn out that the feds were keeping a close eye on his social media accounts and traveling plans, and were in fact likely waiting for him at the location where his car was eventually stopped. A revelation which would come from the cross-examination from an FBI officer who participated in the traffic stop, who would seemingly admit that they knew Brazy was heading from Montgomery to Alabama, which makes the claim that they simply saw a violation and made a random traffic stop seem pretty questionable. Fisher would also absurdly claim that it didn't matter that the 2 other men were hired as security because they were all barred from having guns, with this explanation sidestepping the important question of whether or not Brazy actually knew that the people running his security weren't allowed to have guns. Arguably, if it could be proven that Brazy genuinely was not aware that his hired security had been negligent and not told him they were barred from carrying weapons, he personally may have a defense, but that's going to be hard to prove, especially without telling. Meanwhile, with all of this going on, Honeycomb Brazy's mother would share her heartbreak on social media, pointing out the incredible fact that Brazy hadn't even been out for a month before this whole ordeal went down and he got got hauled back to jail. Ultimately, today, Honeycomb Brazy is still sat in jail, waiting a resolution on these charges. It's an unfortunate story that seems to happen too often nowadays in the modern gangster rap world. Rappers who are so street, they really need to protect themselves, but those efforts to protect themselves often end up attracting the attention of law enforcement that winds them back in trouble in the first place. Over the course of this story, it seems that Honeycomb Brazy has been one of the most unlucky rappers to have ever lived. His life has been marred by violence, heartbreak, and loss on a scale that I've never witnessed in a rap story ever before. I've seen countless rappers lose friends and loved ones to the streets, but never their grandparents. And perhaps it says something about how crazy and stubborn Brazy was in the streets to attract such viciousness from his rivals, or perhaps it says more about just how dark and treacherous the streets of Mobile, Alabama can really be. Arguably, the shadow of racism, inequality, and systemic underinvestment in the city's black community led to those people within these communities suffering disproportionately. Perhaps had Honeycomb Brazy not grown up in Happy Hill, his life might have worked out completely differently, but at the same time, that pressure ultimately makes diamonds. And in spite of going through some of the most painful losses you could possibly imagine, Brazy has still managed to come out the other side, not just living, but thriving as one of the state's most buzzing rap prospects. And if ultimately he's allowed to enjoy his freedom just one more time, I'm certain that Brazy will have an opportunity to go down as one of the greatest artists in the gangster rap genre. I truly hope that he gets that opportunity at freedom, and if he ever does touch the streets again, I pray that this time he can stay safe and put his wholehearted focus on the one thing that will save him from the treacherous streets of Mobile.
The best Trap Floor Rules video, I ain't gonna lie.
Because it's got to be by far one of the craziest stories the rap game has ever heard. I enjoyed learning about him, and I'll be rooting for him when he gets out, and I hope that you'll be doing the same. But until then, I've been Trap Lord Ross. Thanks so much for watching.
I ain't gonna lie, this might be his best fucking video. About a singular rapper, we not talking no city, none. I think this is the craziest shit. Like, yeah, the No Limit shit good, but he talking about a whole gang. Like, you talking about hella people. Like, where's he talking about one person? Like, not even Mo 3. He talking about everybody in Dallas on that shit. Draco's story ain't that crazy. It's pretty good, though. I think that was his best video. That not for like 3 hours, oh god. I think that was his best video. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, he really locked up for some bullshit though. Like, what the fuck? Both of his security had guns that they weren't supposed to have, and he got charged with the shit. And they're both registered to the security's fucking family or them. So how the fuck is he still locked up? Understand that shit. It's a fed case.